Stop playing.
All right. Fuck, I thought I'd turn this thing off. I fucking hate the goddamn... How do you do... Oh, airplane mode. There we go.
Oh, yeah, we should do that, huh?
Oh, you do whatever you want. I just don't want to hear my vibrating.
Yeah. Nobody texts me anyway, but...
Lacey might get all mad at you or something.
No, we're friends again.
He wants you to bring home some Dairy Queen. All right, so we're here.
We back.
We're here with our main man Danny G.
Feels great to be here. Finally.
Yeah.
How long have we talked about this?
Fuck. 2 years?
Yeah.
About 2 years. We got Blue in the house.
Already asleep.
Already fucking snoozing down there. Yeah, so yeah, we've been talking about doing this for like 2 years for sure. Yeah. We kind of took a hiatus for most of this year, so that kind of fucked us up anyways.
Blame it on COVID.
Yeah. And you're always gone. You're always in and out. Fucking. Is it a hard life being a full-time Arizona resident and a full-time California resident?
Well, I mean, since COVID kicked off, I guess all of 2020, I was full-time Arizona resident. I came back here to like check on my house, made sure I still hated California at the time, and I would plan on like, all right, you made the drive, stay at least like 3 to 4 days. And I would make it 24 hours. I'd be back on the fucking 8, straight back to Arizona.
Yeah.
So that's where you really saw the difference between the states.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I love them both.
Yep.
They both have their pros and cons, but they got heavy pros, like paradise, both of them.
Yeah.
But man, when the shit hits the fan, Arizona fucking shines.
Oh, I bet.
California just sucks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a totally different fucking ball game out there, huh?
Were they pretty open during the whole shutdown?
It was wide open, and it was like everybody was having a good time. It was almost like it felt like a forced summer vacation.
Oh wow!
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody was just out doing their thing. You know, nobody stayed inside their house. If people wore masks, fine. It was their choice.
Yeah.
You know? They have their own reasons. You know. But there was no people like put a mask on or bullshit.
Yeah.
It was
it's because you can carry it, Arizona.
Right?
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah, they gotta watch their mouth a little bit more out there.
I mean, overall, that is like that. There's a lot less shit talking.
Yep,
I bet.
They know.
A lot less people flipping each other off when they're driving around.
A lot less road rage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't get out of your truck unless you're ready to get fucking holes in you. You know.
It's weird how guns work like that with people.
Yeah.
Right.
I know when I think I talked about it before. I stopped in what's right past El Centro, Yuma. I stopped in Yuma at a gas station real quick. And I mean, I just popped out. I just saw this lady pull up in Arizona, or she pulled up to the parking spot, got out of her truck, and they started walking away. And she was like, "Oh," she ran back and then grabbed her piece and just put it on her hip and was just like, "Oh, we're in Arizona. I can do this now." And I was like, I was jealous. I was like, God.
I double carry out there just because I can.
Yeah, why not?
Just fucking both on hit.
I'll never pull them. You know what I mean? There's no, unless I'm being shot at, I'm not going to pull them.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just two, just to have them. Fuck it.
Be reasonable.
Hey, it's legal, right? Fuck it, just right on the hip.
No shit.
Yeah, that shit's weird when I go out there. Like I was out there fucking, I guess last year now, riding around with Lauren. And we were going to have lunch together, and he's just got his fucking gun on his hip, fucking riding and shit. I'm just like, yeah, that's fucking weird.
Or we put them on our risers.
Yep,
too.
on the risers, yep. It's just when you're not used to it,
In California, you put a knife on your risers, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Don't get pulled over with that thing, man.
I've been pulled over with a group before, and one guy had just like a K-bar on his like saying he was strapped to his T-bars, and I remember he was paranoid, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Just fucking relax, bro. Like you're not gonna get in trouble. I don't know if you're gonna get in trouble or not, but I mean, if you don't make a big deal about it, you know what I mean, nobody's gonna fucking care. But he was just like, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's that saying though, people like to be gangster till it's time to do gangster shit. They got the look going, but as soon as something pops off, they're like, oh fuck. They tense up, I don't know.
That was with I was with David and Pat and Joey.
Oh yeah.
We were in Laughlin when that happened, and fucking Joey, he keeps a picture of his insurance and registration in his phone. So when they asked to see his papers, he was showing them, but he accidentally swiped, and he had a picture of Terry Crews in a thong, in his phone.
Fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know. But luckily he was cool.
Yeah, well, he probably liked it.
What do you mean?
The cop
Oh,
and Joey.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's weird. I seen people get stopped for fucking their shirt covering their knife when it's on their hip. Like it fucking trips me out. But I mean, at that point, I think the fucking cops are just looking for any fucking reason, you know. At that point,
I don't know. I don't get fucked with too much. You know, I'm white.
Lucky.
What do he calls himself? Suspect? What do you call
Oh,
you?
probable cause Brown.
No shit.
Probable cause Brown. What you doing over there?
Yeah, just sitting here.
Yeah. I just carry Starbucks with me everywhere I go. They'll give me a pass.
Oh fuck, man.
I'll just carry Alex around with me
Oh
with
fuck.
his sweet haircut.
That's bad news.
Got to carry the token nice white kid with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him do the talking.
Let me see. I started getting these. Let me find one real quick. I started giving away to my brown friends just in case they get into a jam, you know.
Get out of jail free.
Where the fuck is it? I better have one. I don't have one, do I?
I donate to.
Oh, there it is. I keep my white privilege card on
I
lock.
can't see. What?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
good anywhere.
I keep that handy in case something goes down.
Oh god.
You can keep that one. I got more.
Oh, no shit. Okay. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm not gonna say no to it.
Yeah, right. Keep that like right with your license and shit when you have to pass that over.
I don't know. Danny looks like he's accepted at all barbecues though. He
Yeah.
might really need that white privilege card.
Yeah, he's in all the cultures.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gets the pass.
he's got the white shirts and the Raider hat going.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, you've been around for a long time and
Just
everything.
white
though.
enough to get out of shit, but I'm also brown to where they could also pull me right back into it though. At the same time. I got the whole fucking mix going.
Guilty
on.
by association.
Yeah.
Probable
Shit.
cause Brown.
Yep. Well, you do it all though. You got the lowriders, you got the old trucks, you got the car, you got the
Yeah.
new shit, you got the old shit, you got the motorcycles.
Yeah, I started with the lowriders and
Yeah.
then went into the
How long you been doing lowrider shit?
since I was 15.
Really?
Yeah, in Florida, you get your license when you're 15.
Oh no shit.
79 Impala shitbox, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, it just that's been my thing, you know. And my pops was into bikes, and I hated it. It was a different thing. It was like hillbilly shit. you know?
Yeah.
And
Well, fuck, it was just what choppers and shit back then, huh? Rigid chopper shit, or
yeah, kind of, you
Yeah.
know, or like Evo, they were running around on like Evo Softails,
Okay.
FXRs. Yeah, and then moving out to California, just the roads and shit, it just became obvious. Like I got to start riding.
yeah.
I rode dirt bikes and all that shit.
Yep.
But I was like, holy fuck, these roads. Never seen anything like that before, being from the city,
Yep.
New Jersey, New York, and then Florida. Florida's, the whole state's built like a grid.
Yep.
So I never seen twisty roads. And I was like, yeah, I got to, And then I started with the shitty FXRs, and then went to shittier choppers, and then saved myself with the Dyna. I
Yeah.
was like, what is this? Like, suspension? Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
FXRs are one step away from a rigid frame.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
All, like if you really think about it on a long trip,
Yep.
they hurt. So, yeah, and then Dynas, and then eventually led into baggers, and I'm never going to not ride road glides.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ah, fuck. They're the
Riding
best.
that off into the sunset, man.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly did not think I was gonna like the road glides as much as I do.
Yeah.
You know,
They're a little bit of a mind fuck,
Yeah.
like splitting lanes and shit like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Took me about 6 months
Yeah.
to be able to put a road glide anywhere I'd put my FXRs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I've had the FXRT fairings and stuff, so I'm a little bit more used to the wider, bigger fairings. So, but there's still some things I'm like, fuck, can I really fit through there? You know what I mean? Like it looks a little tight, and I don't really want to, and those problem with those fairings, they're just peaked on the edges, right where you're gonna hit the mirrors.
Yeah.
You know, for a normal car. So you're like, fuck, man, I don't know. I think I can fit, but I'm not sure. You know.
Well, the difference between, if you think it's tight with the newer style road glides, Like my 2013 is like a fucking airplane going through there. Like,
oh shit, no shit.
It feels so much wider. Like the 13 and earlier models, those fairings feel like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this shit?
Yeah.
Where the new ones, to me, they feel like, you know, they just feel like real sporty.
Yeah.
Almost like a nest fairing.
Yeah.
They're so skinny, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I was blown away, man. Because I've always been like, fuck baggers. I don't fucking care about baggers. I didn't. And I guess I saw the scene transition all of a sudden, right? Because I always try to stay with what we're doing, and that's the biggest thing about remaining a relevant company, right? To stay, I can't be doing fucking hodakas and people fucking think we're cool, you know. So you gotta keep on the fucking gas and be like
big dog parts.
Yeah, exactly. So
big dog.
and so you know, I was like, man, literally my story is funny because it was literally no shit 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep one night. I'm like, I'm gonna get a bagger, just like that. I'm gonna get a bagger. Fucking, that was it.
Yeah.
And within a month, I had a bagger.
Yeah, no, I remember you texted me that morning.
Yep. And then you know, it's game on, and it was just like, and one of the things for me as a company too, I don't like selling products for things I haven't built. So for me to start transitioning to selling FXR products, I had to build an FXR.
Yeah.
For me to transition to selling bagger products, I have to build a bagger. You know, one, it's a good marketing plan for our company, but two, it gives me the familiarity that I can teach my crew, my guys.
There's also a lot more shit to sell.
Fuck.
With baggers.
Fuck, dude. There's so much shit, and you know,
they cost twice as much to build.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And there's different styles that are, you know, of course we kind of maintain our one thing, but you know, there's definitely different sets, we'll call it, within the bagger scene, you know, and they're all fast.
It's opening up a lot of options that people didn't know were available.
Yeah.
Like I mean I don't have a bagger, but I never knew there was stretch bags, short bags, that shit you do with your bags where you chop the backs off and stuff like that. Fuck, I'm starting to see road glides with mid controls on them now. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing too. It's all transition. It's all the Dyna dudes have gotten older, better jobs, and want something that's more comfortable. They can ride further. You know what I mean? But still is going to ride the same as a fucking Dyna does, because you do all this shit to them, and it costs a lot of money. You do it all, though, but they fucking handle well, great. You know? I can carve up just same amount of shit I can carve on my Softail or my Dyna on the bagger. No problem. Like, not dragging shit. It won't drag nothing.
You know what's really nice about it? You're never chasing a wobble.
Yeah.
Baggers don't wobble.
Nope.
Unless you got something superiorly wrong.
Yeah.
But a Dyna, like, all right, I got a wobble. It could be 20 different fucking things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's ridiculous.
From shit that would make any bike wobble.
Yep.
To shit that it's only Dyna shit.
Only Dyna shit. Yep.
Dude, working at the shop, I've seen people go through stabilizers, front and back, tires, the
neck bearings,
the neck bearings, the stabilizers up there. I seen them do swing arm bushings, just everything, and still have the wobble, and they'll chase it all their lives.
And they could just literally be because they're putting shitty tires on it.
I went through that with my Softail.
Yeah. You put shitty tires on, sometimes those tires just have some weird shit going and create wobbles. You know,
I had in December of last year, it was Christmas time and I needed tires, so I was like, fuck. I need presents for, or money for presents and shit like that. So I was like, let me get Shinkos.
Yep.
And down the road I'll change them. And then at that time we were moving, doing this and that, so I didn't really get to put any miles down on it until February, and I started that's when I put on the bags also, and I was starting to get a fucking wobble in sweepers, and it was bad. And it's on a 2020 Softail, and never had that happen before. So then I had one of my techs look at the bike, and I was like, dude, something's going on. I don't know if it's the bags, the shocks, or what. And I was like, I don't fucking like this. And he took it out, and he was like, yeah, it's your tires. And I was like, no, those are new tires. I was, I don't even have 1,000 miles on those tires. And he's like, I'm telling you, the Shinko tires. Go put some Dunlops on there, and I'll get. And I was like, all right, dude. I was like, fuck, it's a gamble. Slapped on those tires, back on rails, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Tires.
Yep.
Tires. And I tell people, when people will come to me and say they have a wobble, I'm like, dude, your tires. Get rid of those Shinkos.
Yeah.
Get rid of those Shinkos.
It makes a huge difference, man. I've been running those Metzler Cruise Techs for a while now, for a couple of years now, and I really fucking like that tire. The only thing I didn't like about it is that when we did that Sturgis trip just recently, I got like 3,000 miles, just over 3,000 miles on a set, and my rear tire was like plateauing already, like where, you know what I mean? It's like fucking getting a flat spot, and it just looks like dog shit.
Softer compound?
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be hard in the center and soft on the sides because a dual compound tire.
It's like the Elite.
Yeah, but I didn't like 3,000 miles. I feel like it shouldn't be plateauing like that already.
Yeah.
You know, but then I sent it to my guy, and Metzler's like, yeah, that's fine. Looks good. I'm like, well, it ain't going to look good on the bike. It looks like shit on the bike. You know what I mean? Somebody walk up and look at the bike, and it looks like, this fucking tire looks all fucked up, you know?
I remember when I had my Dyna, I had a 17 lowrider, and on sweepers and turns like that, I would just feel the back end start to hop and skip, and I remember guys would start to just like, whoop, back off me, and they're like, dude, do you feel that? Like, because you just kept going. I was like, oh, fucking course I feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
The wobble, man.
I call that bike wrestling.
Yeah.
Doing that shit. You get that fucking wonky.
Yeah.
Going through the.
I knew it was never gonna go away. I never even bothered Chase because I had good tires on there.
Yep.
I had good shocks on there. You know, the bike wasn't massive or anything like that. So I was just like, you know what? It's just the dyno wobble, dude. Just got to get used to it. Just hold on.
They're good.
With my first bagger, I bought a new one in 13. Or it was a 13 bagger, so it was 2012. And I was like, I just want to try this because on my Dynas, I was running remember those little Harley boom speakers? They were like little pods that you could put on like underneath your risers.
Yep.
People were hiding them behind their clamshells and shit, I did that. I put a set of those on mine, and I thought it was the coolest fucking thing. You couldn't hear them over idle.
Yeah.
But
when you roll into that parking lot.
Up your parking lot.
Yeah, fuck
shit.
yeah.
And I was like, man, I really dig this like motorcycles and music thing,
Yep.
I was like, man, what if you could, have some more speakers, a little more noise? Maybe I'll try this Road Glide and just see if I don't like it, fuck it, And it was just a black standard Road Glide, and put a thunder header on it, set of cams, just Screaming Eagle cams,
Yep.
And then I had Justin make me the first set of G-bars because I knew that the Road Glides are a little more stretched than the Dynas.
Yep.
And even with my long ass arms, it's little too much of a stretch reaching for a straight T-bar with no pullback at all. So he made me those, and I liked them so much. I was like, I don't know if it's the fucking bars I like so much or the bike, or I'm just in love with everything, man. This is amazing.
Yep.
And that's where I was hooked. I was like, man, I'll never ride anything else but this again. And in every mod I did, like, then I put suspension on it. Then we went with mid controls, and then we started experimenting with all kinds of shit. And I was like, God, this platform is fucking bananas.
Yeah, it changes everything, man. It's weird,
It's not for everybody. I mean, It's not for like a shorter guy. Like, he's maybe he can get on a street glide, but a road glide's just going to be too big of a bike for him.
Yeah, because they're heavy. They're definitely heavy. Like when I was building mine, it took me like almost a year to build mine, and so I rode it for a little bit, and then I jumped back on my Softail, and I tore that bike apart riding the Softail, and then when it was done, I jumped back on that bike and wasn't used to it again, and it was heavy at first, especially like leaning into like fucking swoops and shit, like, oh fuck, you're pushing some weight now,
Yeah.
And after a couple hundred miles you get used to it, but they're definitely heavier, they're definitely a different bike, but fuck, man, I'm super comfortable on there. I'm fat and got a bad hip and shit, so I like the forward controls, the boards,
Yeah.
But I always move my feet back to where just my toes are on the boards for the control,
Or I just put them on the rear pegs too. That's comfortable as well.
Yeah, I took those off completely.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't ride with passengers. My wife rides her own bike. She don't need to be on the back.
Yeah. You never put your feet on your rear pegs
Nah.
when you're on the freeway and stuff?
Nah.
I find that comfortable as shit.
I see a lot of people doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not that flexible.
I just do it to stretch.
Start doing
Like,
some yoga.
Yeah, right.
That's what I like about that crash bar. I can just kick my feet up there
Yep.
and then just fall back. It's like a good stretch without having to stand up. And
Yeah, that's I do. I'll put mine up on my crash bar and stuff and just stretch it out.
I mean, when you're on a long ride, for me,
Yep.
I got the severe fucking ADD.
Yep.
And then just you're not comfortable. So I need to be able to have 10 different riding positions.
Yeah, I
on
move
my
around
bike.
a lot.
And the longer I ride, the more you'll see me fucking switching them up, man.
Yep. Yeah. Do you do long rides still, or just back and forth Arizona shit, or what?
Every once in a while, I'll do one. I'll pull one of those. But like the last good ride I went on was with Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Out to Four Corners, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool for what I saw.
Yeah.
Lauren doesn't know how to ride under 120 miles an hour. That's his shit, man. And his excuses, oh, sorry, my speedometer's broken, so I don't know how fucking fast we're going. I'm like, come on, man. We're starting to get into the nice shit. We're in
Yeah.
Colorado. I'd like to see can I see a pine tree? Something. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, we rode at night.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, look, dude, we're in the mountains, you know?
Yep.
Oof.
And
Deer and shit.
Yep.
yeah, fucking, we're flying by deer. Even the deer we're looking at, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys, man?
We didn't even get a chance to jump
They're
out
up
at you
on their hind
motherfuckers.
legs, they got their hooves. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You don't ride like that up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got one fucking speed, man.
Yeah.
And that's wide open.
Yeah. It's like that for some people. My guy Dylan that works with me, he's kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Like me and him rode to Sturgis, and I was like leading the whole time. You know, I usually run between 90 and 95 pretty much the whole time, you know, which I think, it's comfortable, especially on the road glides, you know, you're just, you know, mine, even, you know, you got a big motor in yours now. I got a 131 in mine, and you're fucking, you know, your cruise control at 95, dude, just chilling, you know?
Yeah.
And, but he's on a fucking FXR with an 80-inch, and he's screaming with me. Yeah. But he's the same way. There's like, he just goes as fast as he can go. And I'm leading, I got the GPS going, all the shit. And there'd be times where I'd slow down and he'd just keep going and pass me and miss turns and shit, you know? Like,
What motors he got in his FXR?
He's just an 80-inch, stock 80-inch.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Dude, screamed the whole time. We did 3,200 miles on that trip. We were gone for 9 days.
God. His hands must be so fucking numb, dude.
You know, but he loves it. He loves, dude. Like I said, he's a old school skateboard kid. He's like 28. You know.
Oh yeah, you don't feel pain then.
No, fuck no, dude. And he loves riding motorcycles more than he loves breathing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was just having the best time of his life, dude. It was fun. It was a really fun trip.
I mean, on that trip, Lorenzo's FXRs are about as close to a road glide as you can get. He sets them up perfect, but still, he's got I think he had just an SNS 111.
Yep.
And we screamed out there the whole time, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck I'd look over at him and I'm like, his bike's got to feel like dog shit right now.
Right.
You know, at 120.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I'm on my glide and I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm bummed because I want to see something.
Yeah.
But the bike's comfortable at least.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give a shit, man. He just fucking tucks in there and goes, you know.
Yep. And he's got his glide's almost done now. Holden's been working on that thing for him.
Yeah, he's talking all kinds of shit. Like he's gonna take the title from me and all that. Like, he ain't got now. You know. He can kick my ass.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna fucking have a cooler bike than me. That's all. I'll give him that.
How many miles you put on your new glide?
I'm just doing the break-in miles now.
Right on.
So went out to Vegas, and then Hero sent it back with the break-in tune on it.
Yep.
And I just Arizona last week, just after I'd work, I'd get on a bike for a few hours, go meet up with the guys, you know.
Yep.
It's kind of fun. Like it was, got to go ride, you know.
Yeah.
So
What did you put in there?
128.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Even with the break-in tune, it's fucking violent, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It's crazy on these M8 motors, though, how easy it is to just fucking get these power out of them, you know? I was only doing a 124 on mine when we had to do a new crank just because the run out was more than we wanted. So we ended up doing a bigger crank. So we did up to a 131, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm still on the break-in tune. I mean, I need to put the regular, go have it retuned now, but I'm still on the break-in tune right now. It's fucking plenty powerful.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You know?
The only thing the break-in tune won't let you do is just crack it.
Yeah,
that, you know?
hammer it.
The tune goes, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, now we'll go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a tractor, you know, and then it pulls hard.
Yep.
But, I mean, other than that, it's still like, this is still a fucking really, this is supposed to be the mellow.
Yep.
What the fuck's it going to be like?
Yeah.
When
What's
he
the
puts
next?
The death tune on it.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm jealous. Fuck.
You need to step your game up.
I know.
Stop being a bitch.
This is my first, like, I guess you could say, like, kind of big motor bike. You
Yeah.
know, I've always preferred, like, you know, more smaller motor. I like just good torque, you know,
Yep.
and reliability.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
my
yeah.
thing. All my bikes, you knock on. That's probably fake wood, so I wouldn't
Probably,
knock
yeah. It's
it on it.
cheap ass studio.
But my bikes, just reliability, have been top notch. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's the thing too, though, with the M8s, you're getting these big ass motors and they're still reliable as shit, though.
Yeah.
You know, with the twin cams, you know, you kind of had, that was a gamble, always a gamble, you know, bumping those things up and, you know, but now, fuck
And also they shake the rest of the bike to death
Yeah,
and rip
yeah.
everything else apart.
Yep.
You know?
So you can have a badass little 103 and a twin cam that's still a fucking monster. You know, Holden's got a 103, a built 103. Josh built that motor in his twin cam road glide, and it's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, jumping those bigger numbers on those twin cams is a little.
Yeah.
You know, especially and in the Evos, you know, fuck, you're just it's a you know.
Yeah.
Well, on my Dyna, I put those 777 Woods cams in there, and that's all I did to it. And I had a fucking Dyna tuned, and I felt like after probably like 10,000, 15,000 miles, I felt like the motor was just hurting. Like, it's like you said, it feels violent. Like it was just cams. I couldn't imagine putting something else, you know, doing crazy work, and then it just felt like, you know, I'd be at lights and it was like. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But on the freeway, it's fucking screamed. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then part of my thought process when I got that that M8, the lowrider, that S, I wanted something more reliable. I was like, I'm not gonna put like a monster cam in there. So I put a mild torque cam in there, and it's fucking fun. And then you know, I thought it's gonna be reliable. I'm gonna travel on this thing, and then I fucked around and had a kid. So now my
That'll
traveling,
do it.
yeah.
There goes all your mod money. Right
Yeah, traveling to the store to get diapers and shit now.
Now Lacey wants to get married, so I'm just like, I keep telling her, I was like, well, I'm not going far, and I was like, I'm pretty sure we can be all right with like a 131 or a 120. I see all these big kids coming. I'm like, I kind of want one in this bike, and I'm just like, but then I hear people telling me, dude, like it's a smaller bike and it's gonna be way too much motor. So I'm thinking maybe just start with the bigger
sound like
cam.
pussies,
bro. Yeah, and then I'm just like, fuck, dude, like. I want to do it. I feel like these motors are built a little bit differently.
Yeah,
they can handle it. Like it's.
I mean, it's only when you're jumping up to a 128 from a 114, it's just a top end kit. You know what I mean? When you're jumping up from on a twin cam to a 124 or something, it's a full fucking split case fucking motor build. So it's a totally different beast when you're talking doing a 124, 128 on an M8 motor from a twin cam. You know, I have a 124 myself too. I'll fucking.
Bro, every time I look at your bike, dude, that fucking thing sounds clean every single fucking time, dude. I never hear any issues with it.
Man,
I wouldn't have done the 128 if it wasn't already proven with Chip and Mikey's bike.
Yeah.
They beat the dog shit out of their bikes, you know.
Yeah.
So if it can handle them, it can handle
the
way I ride. So
yeah. I mean, when I left here for Sturgis, I had 300 miles on that full build of that bike. There back 3,200 miles, fucking not a single issue.
Yeah.
You know, ripping on it, doing 100 miles an hour. We had days we're doing 800 miles a fucking day and shit.
You broke it in on the trip.
Yep.
Nice.
You know,
well,
just.
I figure after all these fucking years, they get it down. They get it right. You know?
Well, you know, they overbuilt the heads on those fucking M8 motors, so they're fucking. You know, you don't got to do a bunch of crazy head work. That was one of the problems with twin cams. You got to do all this fucking head work. You got to do all this fucking crazy shit to pull all these big numbers out of those motors. You know, you had to. It was like 10 grand worth of work to pull 100 fucking horsepower out of a twin cam. You know, where you're on an M8, you fucking throw a cam in and you're over 100 horsepower on any, you know, on their smallest 107. So it's just a completely different beast. You can't even. It's like apples to oranges. You can't even compare them.
Yeah, like I feel like they're finally getting it right, and then they do. And I'm not hating on the Pan Am, but man, those fucking things got
that motor would probably be pretty cool in something else.
If they can get their shit together, but those bikes are fucking not doing good.
Yeah, I can't. If I'm gonna buy a fucking dual sport, I'm gonna go get a fucking KTM or a BMW.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah, I don't want to. I haven't rode. I sat on one. It feels comfortable, but I didn't ride it, and I don't really care.
Yeah, I got the blind loyalty to Harley.
Yep,
like
same.
You're not gonna see me on an Indian.
Fuck no.
But
I won't even sit on an Indian.
In Harley's lane though, which is
sit on me.
which is street. You know, I don't. If I'm gonna go that route, KTM is what I'd want to be on.
Yeah, you know, and fuck, I don't know. I just don't. I don't see like I don't feel like they hit the mark with the Pan America. I just don't see why they even tried to go that direction. I mean,
we had a guy. He wanted to come test ride the new when it first dropped at the dealership. He scheduled a.
This is the guy that was working at El Cajon.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I was telling you about.
He scheduled the Pan Am. He was like one of the first guys to test ride the Pan Am out there, and he pulled up on his dual sport BMW. Pulled up, didn't even get off the bike, just looked at it, stopped. And then just took off. He was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah,
just didn't want to.
That's you're just trying to fucking you ride a Mercedes up to test drive a Honda right now. You know, it's the same shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know.
I love you, Harley, but
oh yeah,
that was a rough one. Those bikes I've seen I think 2 Pan Ams already go back onto. They're on the used floor now.
Oh, from that you guys sold?
Yeah, they sold them. People brought them in.
Wow.
Traded them back in.
Yeah.
I think it's the. I don't know, man. I don't want to spend 20. What are they? 20 grand?
they're in the, I think they're like 22.
Yeah,
like
I don't want to spend 22 grand also on a dual sport bike. Anyways, I want to buy a dual sport. I'm just gonna get a used one off OfferUp to beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
You know, and for us, like what we do in the aftermarket world, it's like, what can we make for that? Slip-on muffler and a fucking skid plate.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't doing shit on those bikes, so I don't give a fuck about it. I'm not buying one to fuck with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know?
I feel like Mark makes them look cool on the Sportsters and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
if I want to do that, I'll just go.
I'd way rather do that.
I'd rather do a setup like Mark has.
Yep, fucking take a Sportster or even an old Dyna and make it a fucking off-road bike. You know, that'd be way funner than buying that.
I wonder what Harley's thinking if they're like, fuck, do we just scrap this thing or do we try and bring it back a little better? Or
fuck, no, they just threw it right in. They threw in that little Sportster, the Sportster S.
Oh, yeah.
Same motor, yeah.
Same exact setup.
They'll probably have 2-3 years of the Pan America and shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, they did what they did with the live wire. The live wire never even really got activated. It's like they had some, and then it was kind of.
It was because the dealerships have to have a
charging
station. It was like fucking like 20 grand or some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Fuck all electric everything.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, and you see that though with multiple. You can see that with multiple models of Harleys throughout the years. Look at the FXDR when they came out with the new Softail models, and they came out with that real weird one.
That
you
Batman
know,
looking bike.
Yeah. I don't even know if that thing's even around anymore.
No. They only did it for like 2 years, I think.
Yeah, another you know, it's still on the same platform. Had inverted front end, like, you know, but it was like the neck rake was stretched out further. Had forward controls and shit. Like, it was a dumb fucking bike.
It looks like the Sportster S, just really fucking big in the Softail.
It was basically the replacement of the V-Rod.
Oh yeah,
Harley's pretty good at missing that mark. Like
They definitely
I think it started with the V-Rod.
Yep.
Was the first time they were like, all right, we're gonna go way the fuck outside the box.
Yep.
And everybody said, stop doing that.
Yep.
You know, and then they fucking keep trying. You know, I guess as a company, as a brand, you kind of have to do that. You know.
Well, their marketing strategy, from what I've heard, is basically they're trying to get people to ride motorcycles who do not ride motorcycles. So they go out of their way to make these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are trying to be more appealing. Like, you know, like the electric bike, you know, is more appealing to, you know, fucking kids at Berkeley or something, you know, that have to ride 12 miles or, you know, shit like that. I get it. I can see it. But what keeps, I feel, Harley alive and what keeps this whole thing running forward is the aftermarket scene. And just fucking give us a base platform bike that we can fuck with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Harley would come on board, I think, and work with some of the companies like San Diego Customs, you know, us, to toot my own horn, or other brands that are fucking doing some fun, cool shit with bikes, I think you'd see a lot more. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they really miss that, especially on their marketing, like all their commercials and shit like that. They don't fuck with like aftermarket shops, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They find like people that just ride motorcycles, but it's like, you should start looking more towards what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Especially the California, you know, Arizona, like these states that are making trends and bringing those trends to social media and marketing in those senses and really pushing what Harleys are. You know, they're missing the mark there for sure.
Yeah.
They're definitely. I mean, that's why on the new bikes, if you don't have a Screaming Eagle parts, at least in California, if you don't have Screaming Eagle parts, like if you have a fuel pack, a Vance & Hines fuel pack tuner on your bike, voids your warranty if they plug in, and there's no way it leaves a footprint. So you have to have a spare ECM to plug into it, and they shit on everybody.
Yeah,
like anybody that makes their bikes cool, like come on.
Well, it's the exact opposite of what they should be doing.
100%.
And that's why it's like, can nobody just come in and sit at that table with them and explain to them, like, you're fucking up.
Yeah, we went way too corporate. Way too corporate.
They're going after all the guys that are like myself, that are blindly loyal to them.
Yep.
Blindly loyal.
And
if we ever get our sight and we start looking at other fucking bikes,
oh yeah, you're fucked.
They're fucked.
Yep.
They'll never ride a Harley again.
But the great thing about even being blindly loyal to the situation is we got fucking like 40 years of good bikes to pick from. We don't even need to buy brand new ones.
Yeah.
You know, we can just start, you know, and that's kind of like what I've always liked about Harleys too, is like everybody thinks they want to ride Harleys until they start riding Harleys, especially in California traffic. Man, you always pick up bikes for cheap on the used side of things, you know? True. And it makes things nice, but.
Well, that's what you were talking about that's why my bike, I found the last 2020.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want a 2021.
Yep.
Because of what they did.
Yeah.
You know, they're impossible to tune.
Yep.
with no real, there's some guys out there that are like, give us another 6 months or
Yeah.
fuck,
eventually
that's
they'll
right,
figure
yeah.
it out, you
Yep.
know. But I was like, fuck that. I found the last 2020 at Chandler Harley Davidson and grabbed it.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the price was, whatever. I'm like, that's it. I want nothing to do with 2021.
Yeah, it's so
If
weird.
they keep pulling that bullshit, all they're doing is they're used market.
Yeah.
You know?
They're getting way too much, I think. Harley is a fucking caveman machine. You know what I mean? You start getting all this crazy electronic shit involved, all this traction control bullshit, all this stuff. It's like that shit turns me off. Like my Road Glide's an 18. Mine was so base model, didn't even have a key fob.
Yeah.
Just had the lock key. That's it. Like fucking, I got no ABS. I got none of the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, fucking, this is
That's
the
all we got to do. We have to tune all that out anyway.
Yeah,
We get rid of it all of it.
I don't
It's
like
gone.
traction control. I want to feel my brakes. Like I don't like none of that bullshit. I want to ride the fucking thing. Like, you know, I'm gonna. Everything comes off this bike anyway, so it's like pointless, man. They need to fucking. I know, like, there's guys out there that want that shit, but they need to make it to where not every fucking bike in the showroom has it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem. Is they're like, oh, you know, and I get it from a business side. Oh, $900 for fucking ABS. You know, blah 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 blah. They're just fucking tacking on those prices. People are gonna buy what they got in there. They're not gonna fucking order one. You know, so, but still, like, they forget about what is actually going on and what keeps Harley moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, if we were to jump on something else, which we ain't going to, let's be honest, but it, you know, Indians knocking on people's doors like crazy, but they're just fucking ugly and gross. So I ain't ever touching one.
I just can't do it.
No.
The Challenger.
But that BMW bagger,
Oh yeah.
fuck, it's just undeniably amazing, you know.
I like the new Gold Wings. I don't even care. Have you seen those things? Fuck.
But
you
the
know?
thing is, as I get older, I might not hate the Gold Wing as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And laugh. I don't laugh at it quite as loud. you know?
Yep.
But when is it going to be the point where I'm old enough to just proudly get on a Gold Wing? You know, I don't think it's going to happen.
Years ago, when I first got a Harley, years ago, my dad rides. He has a Gold Wing, and he said, "Oh, don't get a Harley. They suck. You should get a Gold Wing." I said, "Dad, I got a reputation still. Like, I ain't fucking with that shit."
I still have friends.
Yeah, no, fuck, man. But yeah, I never ridden one. But I mean, I'll ride anything, almost anything. I've already
Has a Gold Wing in the history of Gold Wing, has it ever gotten someone laid?
Prince.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, fuck. Prince got
The-
laid
the-
all the
the
time.
Gold
The
Wing,
pussy
yeah.
slayer.
Yeah.
He rode the shit out of that thing, man. In the movie, you see him coming up over that fucking hill and shit, bro. You see the suspension all working. And shit. I think he had some fucking aftermarket suspension on it. Prince was a bad motherfucker.
He was a
like
bad motherfucker.
4 foot tall on a fucking Gold Wing, riding off road to go get pussy by a
That's that
creek
purple
or
rain.
some shit.
That's that purple
Yep.
rain.
Dude,
I didn't appreciate Prince enough
No.
until Dave Chappelle
Yep,
showed
yep.
us like who he really was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy,
Charlie
man.
Murphy.
Yeah, he was I like the old Gold Wings too. I wouldn't mind grabbing that, or like the old KZs.
I've been seeing a lot of people posting
That'd be
on
fun.
Instagram Gold Wings, and they're kind of like, "Oh, look at this Gold Wing," laughing. But I think low key, they're like, "Look at this," and
They're trying to look for that approval.
yeah, so they're gonna say that's cool, and then I'll fucking
Yeah.
somebody's. I bet Holden would be the first one to get one.
Oh yeah,
Watch.
Holden once. He's been one for years. Yep. Put a wig on that motherfucker. Be like the new age Prince, anyways.
A lot of shit does start
Or just
with
let him unbraid his hair.
a lot of shit does start with making fun of it first.
Oh yeah.
And then it starts to get a little fucking serious. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like, oh, look how ridiculous I am on this thing. I'm funny. And then the next thing you know, the whole fucking world's
Yep.
doing it. You know.
Yep.
Got T-bars and a fairing on it.
Yep. You gotta start by desensitizing people by making it a joke.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're rocking it. You know.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I'd have no problem. Like, I look at KZs all the time. Those old cop bikes, you know,
Yeah,
because they're cheap and they're
Yeah.
fast. They're like 1100s. They're fast as fuck.
There's some motherfucker that's been running around San Diego in one of those for a long time. I don't think anybody knows who he is. He's some mystery dude.
I-
But he runs around. You got to give it a second look because I'm like, oh, it's a badass effort. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
Fuck, it's a fucking,
Right.
it's that fucking guy. You know?
Right by my place in Santee, there was a guy selling one, and I thought it was an FXR for the longest time because I drive by it, and it was just for sale, and just had it on the side of the street in front of the condos. And I remember I seen it, I was like, that's a bad fucking. He just still has the colored lights and stuff like that on there, and then I finally I pulled up, and I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
So now like when people see one, I know that's a thing now. I was like, no, that's not an FXR.
Yep.
It's like, well, it's the police. I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're cheap. You probably get it for like $1,500.
Yeah.
probably.
And fucking just rock it until
I'd
it
ride
blows up and kick it to the fucking curb.
I'd ride the shit out of that. I don't care.
Oh yeah, there's certain bikes like but I think it's like that older nostalgia, right? Those squared up fairings and like they had something then and they still has now that you're just like, yeah, it's still kind of cool. You know what I mean? It just has that like that old school look, but but going to like newer shit, like I'm not trying to ride like what Pat rides. He fucking rides one of those fucking cop BMW fucking bagger things, and it's neat. It's got all this.
He's an asshole for that though too.
He's even got it painted white and black. Like it fucking, you think there's a cop behind you and this motherfucker's behind you. It sucks.
Yeah.
But when he's riding with us, he'll fucking, be like fucking parade control, He'll fucking stop all the traffic. He's got these like Baja lights and he'll put them on flash mode and they're like flashing and shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so he'll fucking stop all the cars and they don't know what to think. So it's nice, But he fucking, the thing's fast as shit. The windshield, you can move the windshield up and down while you're riding and all sorts of bullshit, Yeah. I don't want to ride that though. Like I don't fucking care about that.
I feel weird with heated grips.
Yeah, no, you have heated grips?
No, I don't. I've been on bikes with heated grips. It's just fucking weird to me.
I think I'd be all right with heated
Yeah,
grips.
you would.
Have you done heated?
I would run them. I don't have them. I won't spend the money on them. But if they accidentally wound up on my bike one day, I wouldn't complain.
Alex, what are you trying to tell me? The door is locked and you need to get the pizza. Oh, yeah. Which door? Okay. We can stop.
We got to take a quick commercial break? Or?
Yeah.
It's a food break.
Take a food break.
Oh, man. Hey, Blue, whatever you do, don't move out of the way for anybody. Stand your ground, dude.
Yeah. That's just crazy, man.
He was giving me the puppy eyes the whole time I was eating my food. And I was like, God damn it, don't give the dog pizza.
Yeah, he's never.
Pit bulls are crazy. They got a personality like no other.
Yeah.
My fucking pit bull. So, we got those two other brown dogs and they're just part pit bull. The mom was pit bull.
How did that training work out? Did it?
Good. He's a.
What a crazy fucking story that is, huh?
Yeah. I never told my wife anything about that shit.
No shit.
Yeah. And she don't listen to the podcast. So I don't fucking care. But
well, I mean, you can tell her now because it worked out.
Yeah.
But I remember that freaked me the fuck out.
That freaked me the fuck out. I think I told you about all that shit. When we took Floyd to training and stuff, and Danny had taken Blue to the same place, and Blue got all fucked up there. Like I'll let you.
The one where you had yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'll let you. I don't know if you want to tell it or not, or if you just.
I don't want to get too into details because.
Yeah.
It got pretty serious, but I guess we'll leave the name out of the place too. But they ended up just neglecting Blue for a few days, and he ended up fucking himself up in a cage, and it was just horrible. I feel like I rescued him twice.
Yeah.
And what happened was this place came recommended by, people that know dogs.
Yeah.
But we weren't aware, and they didn't tell us that it was sold.
The owner
sold
changed.
It,
Changed hands.
Yep.
And the new owner wasn't a bad person. It was the people he inherited there.
Yeah.
That were just fucked up. And they paid.
Yeah.
Time. So I honestly feel like I rescued him twice. Like it was bad. It was horrible.
Yeah. And it was so. Then I took, because I know where he had gone. I didn't know the story, but I knew he had gone there, and we know our mutual friend had taken their dog there and things like that. So I'm like, this place is a good place. So that's where we took Floyd. And then I tell him, oh yeah, we just dropped off Floyd. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I had no idea.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And we were leaving on the family vacation the next morning, like fucking. Yeah. And this is at 8:00 at fucking night and shit. And I'm just like, oh, what the fuck, like.
Yeah.
It was a bad, but we had a good experience.
They wound, because I told him, I go, look, I gave him a list of shit. I go, dude, I'm going to shut you the fuck down.
Yeah.
I need every one of these motherfuckers here fired. I'm going to come back in a week. If I recognize one face, I'm leveling you.
Yeah. And then I fucking contacted the owner, and because that's who you deal with, and I said, I just talked to Danny, blah, 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 with his, I told him the connection. I'm like, if
dude shit himself.
Yeah, I don't think he was very so my dog was treated very well.
Yeah.
Because he had already fucking gone through and handled shit in his way.
I remember you called me because you were going on vacation, and since it was down
and Ball sang.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but
you'd asked me to go check on him, just in case.
Yep.
Because there was some funny stuff going on.
But
we had people going in and checking, which was good, which was smart.
Yeah, and we had a good experience there though. So nothing nothing bad happened or nothing, you know. He's still a psychopath, still a
No
full-blown
shit.
psycho. But, like, it's like, you know, so we still use a prong collar with him, and we don't really do the shock very often with him. He responds great to the prong collar, but he's like exactly how I wanted him to be, I guess you can say, right? I don't want a militant dog. I don't want a dog who like just feels like they're working nonstop and like you can see is like unhappy, right?
Yeah.
I want a dog who knows when it's time to work.
Yeah.
So it's like you put his prong collar on, which he's on anytime he's on his leash, and you take him out in public, he knows it's work time.
Yeah.
But you know, like, but you take that collar off, and he's trying to bite the fucking hat off my head. You know what I mean? Like he's a full blown psychopath still.
Yeah.
But it's so he didn't lose his, like, even day one bringing him home because he was there for 3 weeks. Day one bringing him home, we had a cage set up in the bedroom. It gave him the choice here, or at that time they were sleeping on our bed. They don't sleep on our bed that often anymore, but here or the bed. You know, whatever you want to choose now. He chose the bed right away. When he came home, I jumped on the couch right away because they're allowed to. You know.
Yeah.
And he didn't like, he's still, man, he'll still jump and bite me in the nipple and shit, you know? Like he's still crazy as fuck, but he hasn't bitten anybody else besides me since we got at the training.
Well,
so that's
good. Yeah.
You know.
Doesn't count when he bites you.
No, he got me fucking good yesterday because I fuck with him nonstop though. Yeah.
You asking for it, though.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm always fucking with him, you know, like blowing on him and shit. I know he hates being like blown on, you know? So he'll be sitting on the couch next to me, like just fuck him, and he starts side-eyeing me all crazy, and you know, like, and he's got crazy eyes, like, you motherfucker, you know, and then he'll just be like, you know,
They
like
want to tell you, like, that's their way of telling you, like, don't forget who the fuck I am.
Yeah,
I'm a pit bull.
Yep. But it's crazy because he lets the other two push him around, like he's afraid of the other two. I don't get it because he's fucking bulked the fuck up now.
Yeah.
He's chesty little, you know, he's a big boy now, and the other two, like, I you know, he could take both of those at the same time, and he fucking lets them put him in his place.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest shit. I'm like,
It's the order.
yeah, it's the pecking order of
however
age.
That pecking order falls in.
Yeah. The female's in charge of everybody. Then it goes Barry, the other, you know, and then Floyd's at the bottom.
I'm lucky with him, man. Like after that experience, you know, that was it for me. Like I'm gonna train him now. I'm gonna make him the dog that I want him to be, and Jesus, man, he just molded into this perfect dog, you know. But in the beginning, you know the stories. Like he tried to kill a couple dogs, and I had to pay a lot of money to get those dogs fixed. And almost named him Tyson. He ripped the first dog. He ripped the dog's ear off over by the warehouse, and then then he went after my ex's dog, which was horrible. You know? He was a straight killer, you know, and I knew that going into it. You know, that's the obvious bloodline, the way he carries himself, you know, and it's been such a beautiful thing watching that just go away.
Yeah,
just detuned him.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, there's certain things like coyotes. He's always going to go after a coyote. That's they got some old beef from the old neighborhood or something, you know, that I cannot control. But he's, you know, where I'm at in Arizona, we see coyotes. Even in Oceanside at the beach, we have them running around. If he sees one, he's going to fucking kill
game
it.
on.
That's it, man. Yeah, he just goes right through him.
Yeah.
But you know, and then other than that, if I say the magic words, the old him comes back. But I don't need him for that. I don't need a guard dog. I don't need protection. I don't need any of that. I need a little snuggle bug, and that's what he is. You know, 99.999% of the time.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. Like all three of our dogs, like they're with us all the time, 24 hours a day for the most part. You know, they come to the shop with us. They travel with us to shows. To, you know, we take them to South Dakota in the motorhome with us to like all the shit, all the events.
Yep.
But we only bring the one, like only Floyd or the training dog comes out like in the events. You know what I mean? Like he's the one I think that can handle the people better. Like when we were in where did we just take him? Fuck, I don't know where we just took him. We just took him somewhere. Oh, we just took him to Kernville for the Builtwell event.
Oh yeah.
So we stayed in a hotel with him, just him. We didn't take the other two dogs. My son watched the other two at the house.
So you go to Kernville and you stay in a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah, I've done my time in the dirt,
Fuck
man.
all that, man. I work too hard to pretend to be homeless. I don't understand this hype of camping. It's not rad.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking mosquitoes and
you guys
bullshit.
are talking my language now.
Dude, I work my balls off, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna catch me sleeping in the fucking dirt, man.
What?
Fuck that camping.
I
Get
tell people,
over it.
I slept in my truck for almost a year, man. I'm over camping.
It's not.
I did my
rad.
time. I
It's
had
not rad.
I had old kickstart shovelhead fucking motorcycles, and I fucking camped in the fucking dirt, you know, with whatever you could pack on it. I did my time. I want to sleep in a hotel now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's always like, "Oh, where's your camp at?" I'm done.
Fuck
I've done the
camp.
hotel at Kernville now for 3 or 4 years, and I lead a group ride out every year for Biltwell. Like we're involved in the event. We did the bar this year. Like we're heavily involved in the event, and everybody's like, "Oh, where's your camp at?" And I'm like, "Oh, my camp's like it's like right across the street in these big box building things with my hotel."
Camp Hilton.
Yeah.
I stay right in there.
Camp Hilton.
Yeah, I'm back in my room like by 10 p.m. watching my shows at night and shit with the air
Continental
conditioning.
breakfast.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
In a robe, eating pancakes first thing in the morning.
Absolutely, man.
Smelling good.
You know, I don't want to fucking sleep in the dirt. I've done it.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
You know, I'm not.
I laugh at all those guys. They're trying so hard to have fun.
Yeah, and you ain't sleeping
in the dirt.
Yeah, you're fucking. You don't sleep at night unless you get fucking, you know, completely shit house wasted, throwing up, and the shitters are all fucked up. You know what I mean? Because dudes can't fucking manage to take their shit in the shitter. You know, they just blast it all over the fucking walls and shit. You know, I'm fucking good on all that.
Yeah, man.
I like a shower. You know, sometimes I don't need one every fucking day, but when you're out like that, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a nice shower right now.
yeah.
Dude, I'm the biggest fucking prima donna when it comes to traveling.
Dude.
I'm the only team rider, employee, any person at Vans that when we go do stuff, event-wise, traveling, anything that involves leaving the fucking state, I'm the only motherfucker that gets his own room.
Oh.
Somehow I finagled that way. Like it just worked out that way that the person who books to travel, like it started with like, no metal seats on an airplane. I'm too tall. Like, don't do that. And then they're like, okay. And I pushed it a little further, you know? And then it came down to like, I snore really bad. And if somebody wakes me up for snoring, I'll beat the shit out of them. So if you guys don't want that problem, I suggest you get me my own room, you know? And I got my own fucking room. Man. It's been like that for 12 years now, you know?
When you're the boss, man.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
When Tony Hawk travels, he's got to stay with Hosoi.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Danny G gets his own room. The guy at the bottom of the barrel gets his own fucking room.
Well, you know, sometimes it works out that way. What are you gonna do? I don't really like sharing rooms with people either.
Oh man.
I think it gets with like getting older too, though. Like, you know, when I was younger, I'd sleep on the floor in anywhere. I didn't fucking care.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I got a bad back.
Yeah, and now I just like my privacy.
Oh, dude, we used to ride in the back of pickup trucks from Florida up to Georgia to go skate a contest. We'd jump out of that pickup truck, skate the contest, jump back in, and ride home. You know. Now it's like if you don't fly me first class, I won't go judge that contest. You know, in the fucking green room with all the food and everything. Like,
but you've earned it.
I guess
you've put your time in. You know.
Maybe I have, or maybe I just fucking.
Finagle.
Got old and soft. You know?
Maybe you just negotiated it.
Yeah, I'm a good negotiator.
Yeah,
I got a friend that always wants to. He's like, "Oh, let's go to the Grand Canyon, or let's ride out here, and we can, stop here and camp." And I'm just like, we don't gotta camp. I mean,
after riding all day, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
When we did Sturgis, we stayed in hotels. Like I would just go hotels tonight, and like it was cool on the way there. We kind of had to be there at a certain day because I was like judging a bike show for Joe from SnapFap, and so we had to be there by a certain day. So we were jammed. We left at 8:30 at night on a Wednesday, and we did from Riverside to St. George, Utah that night. Got there like 3 a.m. Fucking stayed the night in a hotel. We did there to Lyman, Wyoming, which I rented a cabin in one of those KOA campgrounds. So we had this little cabin, had 2 little beds and shit, you know. We just stayed in the same room and shit or whatever, you know. And then we were staying in a house with Paul Weidman from Bare Knuckle Performance and Jim Root from Slipknot and fucking like a bunch of other people. My new friend from fucking Sandy Hook, Kentucky. And so, you know, but on the way back, me and Dylan, we just would be like, all right, let's just, the only thing we knew we had to do was stop at a gas station every 100 miles because his FXR.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which is fine with me.
I'm good with that little stretch.
Oh, yeah. 80, 100 miles, I'm ready to stretch anyways. Like, I want to drink a water, I want to chill for a second, and, you know, like quick stops, like 10 minutes max, you know, fucking quick stops. And that's all we had to do. So every day, we didn't have a direction on the way home. We didn't have, we had basically 7 days to come home. Like we needed to be home by Sunday to go back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So it was like a blast because, like I said, there would be a day where we only did like 275 miles because I was just kind of tired. Like I'm just like, I didn't sleep very good last night. I think I'm only gonna ride. Like I think I'm gonna stop here, and it's gonna only be like 3 p.m. when we stop instead of riding till nighttime or whatever. And we're gonna chill. We can go to the bar, have a drink, and get some good food tonight or whatever, you know.
Yep.
And we would kind of figure that out, and then I'd go in hotels tonight. Boom, book us a fucking room. All right, here's where we're staying. You know, I ain't fucking trying to like. I brought a sleeping bag, or I bought a sleeping bag because that cabin in Wyoming didn't have bedding, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if it's gonna be cold or what. So I bought a sleeping bag when we got to Wyoming, but we never unwrapped it after that. Like,
it doesn't have to always be 5-star hotel.
Nah.
Just not a fucking tent.
No.
I'll tell you, what are those fucking things called that all the idiots stay in now?
A girt?
The yurts?
Yeah, girt.
Fucking girts.
Yurt,
what are those?
I don't know.
It's like a triangle house or whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Is that?
Basically a fucking teepee.
Yeah, it's like a teepee, but they call it something else.
Some hippie shit now.
Never heard of it.
A yurt or a girt or something like that. I know what you're talking
Can
about.
someone Google that out there, maybe?
They know what it is.
I
They're
would have- I
hippies.
can't- But yeah, like
Alex.
I'll stay in a fucking teepee or an Airstream trailer. There's all these little
Airbnb shit.
hipster little fucking trailer parks where you could stay in an Airstream and it's vintage for $700 a night or whatever. And you share a shit or like I'll do all that.
Yep.
I'll play the game. Because girls, dude, they want to get fucking creative.
Oh yeah.
They're too good for a fucking extended stay or whatever. So okay, we'll do something funky.
Yeah.
Or was it fucking just something little off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But
Something neat.
you ain't taking me up fucking actually in the woods
Yeah.
and setting up a fucking tent and saying, here, sleep here.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have a trailer.
Exactly.
I have a motorhome. I ain't trying to, like,
my fucking toy haulers decked out way nicer than any of my houses.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I love my motorhome. I'd rather stay in my motorhome than the house I live in. I'm just super comfortable in there. When me and my wife go on the road, we'll be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that thing's dope. I saw it in Arizona.
Yeah, I fucking love it, and I'm super comfortable in there. If fucking all the pop-outs got a king-size bed and shit,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just live in here. I'm good.
I do sleep better in my toy hauler out at Glamis.
Yeah.
Even with all the noise and all that shit. There's something about the fucking RV.
Yeah.
Knock the fuck out.
So I forget who was telling me a story. It was about, they were out in Glamis or Dumont or one of the sand places, and they had this, like, they knew these, like, fucking uber rich fucking people, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, we want to come out and blah, 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 right? So they come, their chauffeur drives the motorhome out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And they had a full, like, platform that hydraulically came out from underneath the motorhome to like, where their furniture and stuff was all set up on outside.
Yeah.
They never stepped foot in the sand the whole time that these people were there. They came out, they wanted to hang out with their friends and like party, but they don't want to do the sand part. This is
weird.
beyond rich people, like type
that's
shit,
insanity.
Yeah, I'd never even seen that. But a full platform that came out and they had the carpet all set up in there, and they'd be out there in their cocktail dresses and shit, like all fucking fully like dressed up, hanging out and like having a great old time just on their little platform and inside their motorhome and shit. I'm like, fuck, I don't remember who told me that story. I was like, no fucking way.
Everybody's got their limits and their fucking different needs.
Yeah, like our motorhome ain't nothing fancy. I ain't got no washer and dryer, no bullshit like that. But it's just like, I like that because I like to go do our shit. All these events we do and stuff. And we can take our dogs, which is the big fucking thing, right? But
Why
we
don't you just stay in the motorhome in Kernville?
Because we
you ride up.
Yeah, we ride up, and then we did the bar, so we had to bring up 100 handles of Sailor Jerry and 300 bottles of fucking Coca-Cola. That's all that shit still in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Up for sale, people.
Yeah, somebody fucking come buy that shit before I give it away. But yeah, so the hotels in Kern are nice, but you can't because the campground too, because they rent the whole campground out when they do it. Yeah, I think that motorhome's too big to pull in there really, and they're gonna make
have
you go
you
in the
met
back.
like Mike Olson and Rico and that
Nah.
whole crew that comes up?
Nah.
Old chopper dudes. Fuck, they rule. They go to Kernville all the time.
Oh, yeah?
They're the genuine article. Like if I talk shit about tents to them, they're like, there's no other way to go.
Yeah.
They're pussy.
Yeah.
Those are the fucking real deal,
Yeah.
Like that's them.
They camp at the EDR, right? El Diablo Run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a hotel there too.
Yeah.
If I go to EDR, I got a hotel.
That's in Mexico, though, right?
absolutely, man.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah,
I got a guy. There's a guy that you can contact like for that run specifically that'll get you dialed in for your hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just a guy. You say, hey, I needed this many rooms. Like for the last one, I had 2 rooms booked because I booked a room for Dylan and his chick and booked our room. We didn't end up going, so I just gave the rooms away. But, it's like, I don't want to fucking sleep in the dirt. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. And people want to talk shit. I'm fine with that. That doesn't hurt me none.
Trust me, I'm laughing right back at him.
Yeah, you can
I'm
talk
laughing
all
right
the
back at him. You have fun in that dirt, homeboy.
Because by 9:30, 10 o'clock, people start going, where's Steve? And other people start going, oh, he's back in his room.
It's always entertaining to me on any level when I can tell someone's pretending to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
You're not having fun. You're fucking lying to yourself,
Yep.
all your friends, everybody you know. Your life is a lie.
Oh, yeah.
You're not having fun right now.
Your back hurts.
Yeah.
You couldn't sleep last night because this last one, some chick fucking like took too many mushrooms or something fucking weird and was walking around the campground till like 3, 4 in the morning, fucking just tripped out of her mind, yelling Marley. Like yelling Marley. Wow. You know what I mean? So this happened Friday night. So nobody slept Friday night. They fucking, this chick's just running around literally screaming this shit. We didn't hear it. We're in the hotel. I slept great.
Yeah.
I didn't give a hell.
Ain't that great how that works?
Oh, fuck. Didn't bother me one bit. Yeah. Didn't even know it happened till the next morning.
I bet all the guys that were making fun of you laying in a hotel were like, God, I wish I had a fucking hotel.
Oh, fuck, I gotta go take a shower in this cold-ass river right now. No, I had a heated shower.
Yeah, that's a wild group. I can't handle. That's why that's probably why I quit construction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be out there fucking sweating my ass off, like, and fucking just coming covered in metal, dirt, and all that shit like that. Like I'm over it.
If it gets cold at night, you can't bring enough shit to be warm in a tent. Yeah. You can't drive enough shit out there to be warm in a tent. You know what I mean? It just is. You're cold.
I used to love camping. I used to love camping when I was a kid. I loved that shit with my pops and stuff. But after, because I was working down in southern New Mexico, I couldn't afford a fucking hotel for a week because I was like 3.5, 4 hours away from Albuquerque where I lived. So I fucking just paid $13 a week, parked my truck. I didn't even have a full crew cab. It was a fucking just extended cab, F-250. Yeah. I had to sit fucking diagonal in the back seat. I had a fucking bottle jack in my back. Like I just all week long. But they had washers, dryers. I just fucking sit there.
Yeah, but at least if it got cold or hot, you could turn the fucking AC or the heater on.
You waste my gas. You're fucking crazy.
I would. I'll run that shit all fucking night. Don't even care. Don't even fucking care.
Nah, fuck no. After that shit, I'm just like I don't think I've been camping. The closest I've been, I stayed in a mobile home down in at Fisher's Landing. That was it. That was the closest I've come to camping.
I lived in a mobile home for like 4 months in Olancha. You know where Olancha is?
No, what the fuck's that?
You know the Crystal Geyser water factory is up to 395?
I think
on your way up to Mammoth?
I know 395 to Mammoth, like through Bishop and all that.
Yeah, before Bishop, before Lone Pine.
Okay.
Fucking, there's a
So
gas station.
Like, that's where the Manson family was
Probably.
There. Yeah.
There's a gas station and one restaurant and a mobile home park, and that's the town.
Jeez.
And I worked on that dry lake bed right there where the Crystal Geyser water factory is.
Yeah.
And I worked on that lake bed, and I lived in a mobile home, single wide, me and my buddy Sam for like 4 months. It was whatever. We were working.
You fucking trailer trash.
Yeah, we were working literally, no joke, 80 hours a week though.
Yeah.
So we were just there to make money. We would work fucking 6 12-hour shifts and an 8-hour shift on Sunday. And it was just nonstop work. You fucking worked, you went to sleep, work, you know. But we were fucking 21 years old, making fucking $25 an hour. Fucking bringing home $3,000 a week.
That was a lot of dough, man.
Oh, fuck, dude. I was like, fuck, dude, I don't even know if I can spend this much money. But we did.
Bro, you ever look back? When in my 20s, I was doing construction. I was making fucking on scaled government jobs. You know, fucking.
Oh yeah, prevailing wage shit.
Oh, bro. And I was thinking about the other day. I feel like I'm a little bit more tight with my money because back then in my up until I was like in my early 30s, I was fucking just anything. Just this whole bar top. You guys want drinks? Let's fucking. I could have had houses, nice cars, I had my life together. Yeah. And I started thinking about it, and I hate going back and thinking, I made so much fucking money, and I have nothing. I got shitty tattoos, and that's fucking it.
He gives the worst tattoos.
It's the fucking worst, bro. And
He's got SoCal tattooed on his back.
I see. I mean, there's worse. It's not on your lower back, is it?
No.
So much better.
No. It's fuck. No.
Oh, he's got stripper poles and shit. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's pretty terrible.
Bad decisions. I'm telling you, alcohol is a motherfucker.
Yep. Have you ever had a real job?
What the fuck?
A real job? No.
Yeah, see?
Oh shit! All right.
Wait, you skateboarded for how long?
Skateboarded for just
Professionally.
my whole life. I mean, it wasn't even like so much like a money thing. Well, I guess you could say real job, like even in the before you get paid in money, you got to work in a skate shop.
Yeah,
you know, and luckily that's in Florida they didn't really have just skateboard shops. The culture's not that big enough to kind of like maintain that. So it's a surf shop, windsurf, jet ski.
Oh wow.
And then skateboards.
Yeah.
You get hired to, hopefully you work in the skateboard section, you know. There was also rollerblades too. Like they found their way in the surf shops as well. So, but with that, like I paid attention. I took ownership of the store. You know, I take pride in everything that I do no matter what.
Yep.
So that's how I learned like kind of how the industry works. Reps would come in and I figured out what they were doing. And then team managers, I learned what they were doing. Like, so I figured out my industry in what I kind of wanted to do.
Yeah.
Just by working there for those years, you know. It was kind of a part-time job too, because whenever I needed to go skate or do anything, they were supportive with going and doing that as well.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know if you could say it's a real job, but it was because that was almost like my college that I got paid to. I learned. There's no fucking way I could have gone from just riding a skateboard to working at Vans. Like, Vans is one of the most intimidating places you could ever walk into as far as an employee goes, you know.
You've been there with a long time now too, huh?
12 years.
Wow. That's a long time.
I think I'm pushing 13 years now.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, it was, and they got me because they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. They tried to, remember audio shoes back in the day?
Yep.
Damn.
So yeah, I helped launch that.
Oh
brand.
wow.
And then the biggest audio ever got was $60 million a year, which back then was pretty big for a skateboard shoe company.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then, only skaters wore skate shoes.
Yep.
Kind of.
Back in the
we had Bam Margera, which crossed us over into whatever the fuck that was. That was buying
CKY
his
shit.
stuff. Yeah. And then we also had Tony Hawk as well, so that made us a little more mainstream.
Yeah.
But that experience of harvesting that and helping that grow, and I also helped Zoo York come back from nothing, you know, and working directly under Mark Echo, who bought it. You know, and his sister Marcy Tapper, who's another just brilliant multi-millionaire, you know. So with these opportunities of like, I never saw them as this is what I'm doing today. I saw it as like, I'm learning from these people and I'm going to take these skills to wherever the fuck I go.
Yeah.
I'm taking this with me. It wasn't about the fairly good paycheck I was getting at the time from Zoo, but I was like, man, I got to have a conversation with Marcy Tapper, the lady that fucking Echo Unlimited, you know. Like,
yeah.
So just with everything that I do, I always try and make sure I'm like reinvesting that knowledge, you know. Now I feel like I've taken that into real estate, you know, which I've been doing quietly for the last 20, 25 years in Arizona, which we were talking about before. Now I'm about to jump over to commercial real estate.
Yeah.
But so real estate isn't fun.
No.
Right? So that's just for money. So you can kind of consider that maybe sort of a job. Where Vans, I wake up every day and I think about Vans, and I go to sleep every night thinking about Vans, like trying to just be creative, fully take ownership of the brand, you know. And that's, so if someone asks me like, what do you do? Vans rep.
Yeah.
Make it real simple.
Yeah.
Like I try and get money from all these other things, but I could give, all that could go away tomorrow, where Vans like keeps me sane, keeps me connected to skateboarding. I have so much fun, you know, being with the brand. So that's where my focus is. That's all I give a shit about, you know.
Yeah.
As long as Vans stays in my life, I'll be smiling, you know, where I'm making a shit ton more money doing other things, you know.
Yeah. That's adult life though, right there.
Yeah, true.
It's a trip, like I don't know. I think about like things I'm doing today. Like, fuck, you know, we're in escrow on a house right now. I never thought in my life I'd be buying a house. You know,
Yeah.
I'm fucking almost
Isn't it
40.
fucking frightening?
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking tripped the fuck out. Day one when they're like, "You're in escrow," I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like stressing out right away. Like, oh,
What's escrow mean?
yeah, what is it? What do we got to do now? What do I need to do? Do I need to do like, you know, fucking flipping out? Like, I don't do well with uncertainty. Like, you know, that shit stresses me out because I just sit there and I fucking, you know,
Don't feel bad about any lack of knowledge of any of that. I learned what an interest rate was when I bought my first house in Oceanside.
hell yeah.
I mean, I was like, I didn't know. What did they teach you what an interest rate is in school?
Fuck no.
Plus, I got thrown the fuck out of school anyway.
Yeah.
So
You didn't
if
make
they
it
were
that
gonna
class
teach it,
anyways.
I probably wouldn't have learned it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna learn so much shit, and there's gonna be so much terminology and
Yep.
you know all that real estate talk. You know, where don't be afraid to go stop, rewind, explain this to me.
Yeah.
With someone who's not a real estate professional. you know.
Yeah. So because we were gonna move to Arizona, we discussed it, me and the wife, and we're like, yeah, let's fucking go move to Arizona. So we hit up Amanda, and she, you know, boom, 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 talked to these people, boom, we got pre-approved for a house and shit. Started looking. We wanted to.
You talked to Amanda Sigmar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Amanda is who hooked us up with our agent out
She's
here.
the
Oh, yeah.
real estate queen
killing
out
it
there.
out
She
there.
just took over.
Yeah,
It's
she's
crazy.
she's a fucking full-blown psychopath
Yeah.
in a great way. I
She's
say that all the
yeah.
time.
She's aggressive.
I'm
Yeah.
glad she's on my side.
Yeah, we
you
did.
know?
We did a podcast with her last
Yeah,
year.
we're
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
right.
okay. All right.
She's awesome, man. She's
I just want to tell Ryan, blink twice if you're okay or if you need help.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's got him by the ball sack. dude.
yeah. It's
They're good people though.
They are. They're great people, and she cracks me up. But so yeah, we talked to her, and we wanted to go up more like Prescott Valley, Chino Valley area. Like I like the hills up there. You know, I'm not. This is Riverside's the biggest city I've ever lived in. Like I'm from Hesperia, small fucking place. I've lived there my whole fucking life till I was like 30.
Yeah.
You know, and then I moved down to I was in Costa Mesa for a little bit, Fullerton. You know, still I think smaller than Riverside. Then now here, I feel like I live in L.A. I have no idea where nothing is. I live here for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I can barely get anywhere. I have to GPS everything still.
Oh, that's
You
good.
know where
know.
the makers are at though.
Yeah, I know where fucking. But you know, we're going up to Lake Matthews, Gavilan Hills area. So we got 3.5 acres. That's what we're having escrow and kind of getting away from the city now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've been in the city for enough time. I'm good. Like I'm fine out there.
Yeah.
But it's only fucking 12 miles from the shop.
So obviously, there's no HOA.
Nope.
Right? Okay. Beautiful.
Yep.
That's fucking rule number one.
Yeah.
When I write my book, eventually, it's
Yeah.
just going to be an anti-HOA book. The only severe loss I've taken in the house flipping game is buying in an HOA
No shit.
community. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's worse than renting. If you're renting and you want to buy a house and you buy in an HOA, the experience is going to be the same.
Wow. We were getting ready to look at one in an HOA, but we're weird. Me and my wife are both weird. You know, we want to paint the house like black with like white trim and shit.
Yeah.
And we were going to go look at this one house and it's still out that way. Like it was out, you know, on fucking 2 acres of land or whatever, you know. So it's all like equestrian fucking horse
Yeah.
property shit, you know. And she reads in the HOA $60 a month or whatever, which was nothing, you know. So, okay, it's not a big fee or nothing. She starts reading the rules. You got to get everything approved. You know, you can't paint shit unless they say
nightmare.
it's okay.
It's bored people
Yeah, she said, "Nah, I'm good."
that are on the board there that are like close your garage. Like it literally, it's a worse experience at Reading.
You can't work
They
on your
single-handedly
car in the
they'll
driveway.
kill the equity in your fucking house
No.
because people don't want to.
Yeah, I'm good.
HOA's fucking nightmare. You want nothing to do with it. The pleasure of owning your own house
Yep.
is living in a non-HOA
Yeah.
community. You just got to make sure you don't buy in a neighborhood where the only good thing about HOA is your neighbor can't park 10 cars on his fucking front lawn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Which don't even really bother me that much at the same time, you know.
That's-
But
as long as they're
some
nice.
people don't like that. You're definitely not doing that in an HOA.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're paying. So I've seen like usually the HOA fees I see are like $180 at least. Usually,
Yeah.
like $60. Never heard of that. That's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
But you're paying people to fucking nag you and
Yeah, I
fucking
don't want nothing part of that.
Yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean? It's like being part of the PTA and you don't want to be part of the PTA.
Which
No.
connects with the HOA is also for everybody out there thinking about buying something. Don't buy a townhouse. Don't buy anything where a wall is you're sharing a wall with somebody.
Yep.
Apartments, any of that. I know it's cheaper. It's a great deal. I could get in. I could still live my life. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't just wait. Keep putting the fucking money away.
Yeah.
You're buying land.
Yep.
You're not buying a house. You're buying land. The house is just a bonus.
Yep.
And all a house is 4 fucking walls. When you finally figure out how cheap it is to knock down walls and flooring and this, it's I know it's a can of worms, and to some people might think it's, oh, that's crazy, but it's your house.
Yep.
It's just 4 fucking walls. You can live in it, and you can slowly switch that up. You're
exactly what we
paying
gotta do
for the neighborhood and the land.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's and when you break it down to that, no HOAs, no attached walls, no nothing. Now you fucking own something.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean? You could put a fence up around your house. Like, beautiful thing.
Forget about it. Yeah.
That's always my advice to anybody buying a house.
Because the spot we're looking like that we have going on right now, it's definitely a fixer upper. Needs needs a new roof right away. Not right away, but the roof's old. You know what I mean? Like, it needs a new roof, and it's back in the house. I think was built in '76. So you can, back then they didn't have the guideline. They had to put the plywood sheeting down before the fucking roofing tiles. So you go in the garage, you can see the back of the roofing tiles. Yeah. You know, so it just needs to be like updated and shit, right?
Well, you don't even really have to I mean, my house I've owned my house in Oceanside for 20 something years, and in the garage you can see the back of the roof too. Like,
our house we live in now in Riverside, or when we rent, is the same way. Yeah. You know, but you know, like some of the fascia needs to be replaced, like little shit, man. Like, you know, it still has popcorn ceilings. It's just like the dude's lived there since '89.
Weekend project.
Yeah,
you know,
he just never really like updated it. But you know, the whole neighborhood's fucking nice. It's on a private road, so it's like not county road. It's a private road. Everything's legit. You can see the lake from the property, and the best part, because the property next to it is just like desert. You know, somebody owns that property. They I forget the word every time I talk about it, but the area, you know, when they built the area of the housing, they have some like, maybe mixing up the words, but like a CCR rule or something like that, where nobody can build to obstruct your view.
Oh, okay.
I can see the lake from my property. From the front yard, backyard, wherever you're at, I can see the fucking lake. I'm not like where you're going to be fucking at the lake, but I can see the motherfucker, you know?
So it's not like at the beach where everybody's building them fucking
you can't,
roof decks. And
so I guess like 10 years ago, because the guy that owns it now, he's been living there since '89. 10 years ago, they started working on that property, and there's a big mound, right, a big hill, because it's all like hilly area, and they were going to build a house right there, and they started fucking, you know, dozers and shit, moving dirt around. And he goes over there, he's like, starts talking to him. He's like, yeah, you know, you can't build to obstruct my view. And he said he ain't seen him since.
Yeah, that's crazy. One of my friends bought a house in Albuquerque, and it was a new house, like they're still building the neighborhood, and I guess he was supposed to be on a corner house, and part of it was he's supposed to have a view out of his master bedroom, out of the main window or whatever. That was part of the selling. So then he started checking in, and the next thing you know, after they built a house, and I mean probably like this, maybe even closer than, you know, the width of this room. Yeah, blocked the entire view of the mesa. Like, it was it was bad.
That's my other rules. It's avoid the track houses if you possibly can, especially new communities, because you don't know. They'll fucking lie straight to you too. Yeah. Your agent, you know. Yep. They don't have to tell you shit if they know that a road's gonna be built behind your house or whatever the fuck. It's crazy, man. Like, established neighborhoods, historic neighborhoods are fucking great. You know, those houses. Now if you live in a historic neighborhood, you're at a brand name. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, like where I'm at now is Sunny Slope. It's you're on the hill. Yep. So that's the buzzword. Like, oh, you up on the hill? Yeah. The higher up the hill you are in Phoenix, the higher the price goes, you know. Yep. So that's it. That makes you safe from any type of market crash or whatever. Yeah. Like, has the market ever crashed at the beach?
No. Fuck.
Doesn't happen.
No.
You know what I mean? Find yourself a name brand place to live.
That's right. That's how this is.
And fuck, there it is, man. Yeah. Like with that rule, you can't build to obstruct my view. They don't do that anymore. No. That's old grandfather shit. And then
my thoughts
now
are,
they build to obstruct. You're like, hey, for 2 years you're gonna have this, but you know eventually something's coming in higher.
My thoughts are, well, I can build to obstruct my own view, because now that to that person, this property is worthless. You can't ever build on it. As long as I own this house or everybody owns this house, you can't build on that property because it basically has the mound where you would build, and the rest is like hillside. Yeah. So the only good usable area, unless you want to dump $250,000 into the property to fucking build up area down below, is where you would build, and you can't. You can't build a fucking 6-foot house. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but I can. Yeah. I can build something there. I can put a pool there or whatever the fuck I want because it's my view that I'll be blocking, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, now get some time in there. I'm gonna see who owns that property, if this everything works out and time rolls on,
Yeah.
like maybe I acquire that property too,
Fuck yeah.
Monopoly.
yeah, well, it's fuck. What are they gonna do with it?
Yeah.
When I went there, I was there yesterday doing the inspection on the house, and I noticed it was all freshly graded, that mound area. I'm like, what? I saw the guy, that owns. I said, why is that all? That's all new. That wasn't here 2 weeks ago when I was here. Oh, they had to come out and hire a company because of the fire. Because you're out there, so you got the wildlife fire shit. So you got to maintain the properties and stuff. And he said, so they had to come and like clean up the weeds and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. Just as long as I always keep my eye now that I know. If he wouldn't have told me that, they could have came and done that shit. I would have never known.
Yeah.
But he's like, even when he built the shop on the property, he had to go around and talk to all the neighbors and show them the plans, make sure it wasn't going to obstruct anybody's views and things
So
like
you already
that.
closed? Like, you're already staying at the house and stuff?
No.
right.
No, we just did the inspection yesterday. We're supposed to close on November 15th.
The inspection's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
The inspection.
I haven't seen the report yet.
The inspection is going to make you want to run.
Yeah.
Because they find the most ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
The stuff that doesn't have to be fixed. They're going to call out that you can see the tile through the
Oh, yeah.
wood in the garage. Like, bunch of bullshit. There's going to be a bunch of electrical issues that aren't up to code to what it is now. It's all nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I've only, in my entire time of doing this, I've walked away from one house in Phoenix, and it was part of the house was sinking. It was, but historic. But still, so it would have costed me $19,000 to make the house level.
Yeah.
I'm still an idiot for walking away from it, because if I would have bought it when I did, I could have sold it today for $400,000 profit.
Oh, yeah.
This was 4 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
So
I seen that the prices out there have gone up so much
Oh,
for
it's
all the
just
California shit.
yeah, it's insane. It's crazier than California as
Yeah.
far as the amount that it's gone up.
Yeah.
It's been since COVID.
I say that. Well, they say that the average price out there, maybe Amanda posted it or something, that the average price out there by next year will be like, or towards the end of next year will be like $500,000.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But still worth it though.
Yeah.
$500,000 house in Arizona, to me, still worth it. The market's, like I said, I'm shifting focus to commercial property because that's going to be pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
When people stop going back to work and close their offices, and the business has changed forever. I
Yeah.
feel.
Big time.
So the amount of commercial property that could possibly come back to being rezoned into residential is going to be for the taking.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm focusing on now.
Do you strictly buy and flip, or do you do rentals also?
No, I did rentals for a little while. I was renting out to like other skateboarders and stuff. There's a pro skater named Ernie Torres, and there's a few guys that I rent to where it's just classic because, like, I mean, I'd go in the living room after they move out. There's wall ride marks and fucking they did exactly what skateboarders were gonna do. But that's what renting is. You just paint over it. And
Move
whatever.
on. Yeah.
But I don't like renting. I don't like you're the bad guy all the time, no matter what. You're a fucking asshole and you're taking advantage of, somebody, and it's not my vibe. I don't like the chase. You're always chasing somebody for money, no matter what. And it's not my thing. I like to buy houses, slowly fix them up, live in them for a little while.
Yeah.
Sometimes years. The one I made a real nice chunk off of one. I bought it for $120 and sold it for in the low threes.
Oh, wow.
So, and that was and I put probably $5,000 into the house, $6,000.
Jeez.
Just little cosmetic bullshit.
Yeah.
And dude, those are the ones that are great.
That's how I feel. Those houses that we're looking at, like, again, they lived there since '89, but they just never really like kept up with like the maintaining of the superficial stuff.
Yeah.
Like the stucco on the outside of like one part of the house is like coming off, right? It needs to be just sandblasted, get all that other loose shit off and restuccoed and painted. Like, like shit like that. Like the fascia on the fucking roof, that's fucking simple shit. Half of it can just be scraped and fucking repainted. Like, a couple pieces need to be replaced. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like all that shit.
Handyman shit.
Yeah.
Find yourself a good handyman.
It's still got like the old school, like inside the house, like the areas it has the arches, like the drywall arches, they're drywall. Fucking knock them out. You know what I mean? Fucking, as long as they're not structural, get them the fuck out of there. Open the fucking floor plan up. Like, it's like all superficial dumb shit. Like remodel the bathroom a little bit, fucking, you know, pull this gross carpet out, put nice carpet, windows, shit like that. And I'm like, it's all easy shit. We throw, and because the houses in the area are fucking like going for like 800 to $1 million. And it's like, this one we're getting a good deal on because it needs work and the price is reflecting the work.
Yeah.
We throw $100,000 into it, we're still good.
Uh-huh.
You know, and over time. Plus now, fuck, these metal shops on the properties, they're skyrocketing in price. Fucking Rusty Butcher Mark, he just bought one. He said it was something, and it's like the same size shop, just the shop, you know, not even fucking putting it up. He was in at 50, or I think he got that one for $50,000.
Damn.
Just for the fucking building, you know, in pieces.
Yeah.
You know, so you do all that math on that building that's already on there, on a 6-inch fucking concrete slab already, you know, already up. All the electricity's already ran. Like, has a mezzanine in there, like all that shit. That's a fucking $140,000 building now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, we're getting the house would be the price we're getting it at, no matter if the building was there or not.
Yeah.
You know, not to mention the property now. It's like, fuck, dude, it's a win-win-win, in my opinion. And luckily, the wife can see past that also because, you know, the ultimate decision's her. You know, I don't give a fuck. I'll live in a box.
You know, you should do as you grow this thing too is like, don't forget about Arizona.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I know you're focused on that. You bought the ultimate is, I feel, having property
in
both that you keep and you bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, I spent this summer at the beach was the best fucking summer I've ever experienced down there. Like, no fog. It was 75 degrees every day. Like, some people don't like that. I like the same temperature every day when it's perfect. You know? Fucking perfect. Spent as much of the summer as I could at the beach. But right now, Arizona's weather is kicking the shit out of California.
Oh, I bet.
Starting to get a little cold here, a little foggy, a little shitty, you know?
Yeah.
Still beautiful, but Arizona right now is like San Diego summer.
Yeah.
You know, I rode all week last, t-shirt weather at night.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. And it's going to be like that until May, you know?
Yep.
So the bouncing around, man, most of the time, like, just kind of chasing the better weather. That's where I kind of try and hang out, you know?
Yeah, fuck.
And it's not hard to do when you're comparing Phoenix and California.
Yeah, especially the beach area.
Yeah.
I like Arizona. I think Arizona is on the, if I had to leave, would be Atlanta. I got family. I love going out there, visiting family and friends and stuff like that. They're over in Queens Creek, Gilbert area.
Amazing area.
I've been going out there for years.
Beautiful.
Years when they started. Are you in that same area?
No, I'm in the like downtown area. I like this. I like the city feel. I'm there.
I started going out to Gilbert back when they were building this giant mega Mormon church out there. Like the whole area was starting to develop. Like it was one of the fastest growing towns.
Yeah,
you know,
Amanda and Ryan live around the corner from that church.
Yeah, so
I can kind of see them going to that church too.
But yeah, that's a stop. It's just for me. It's just getting over the 4 months of just ass sweating. Just
No. It's summer. It's not livable. Like for me. Well, don't forget. I grew up in Florida, so I appreciate the warm weather. So I don't get bummed as quick as a lot of people do. For me, it's actually July 4th. That's the fucking switch.
Yeah.
It goes from it's pretty fucking hot, but still pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
to it's fucking miserable.
Just unbearable.
But the trick out there is I bought my first house because the last house I bought out there is one I think I'm gonna it's a keeper. You don't sell a house like this. Just rad mid-century modern house on the side of a mountain in Phoenix. So you got the view of the valley, the world is yours.
Yep.
You know, all original, just rad, and a super. The backyard is the whole house, like rad pool, and then it's like Palm Springs where you're in the pool, you're coved in by that mountain. You know,
yeah, there you go.
That's it. It's the same.
If you have that privacy feel.
Yeah, it's all mountain preserve. So
Yep.
It's all hiking trails and shit like that. So for me, I was like, yeah, I could double my money on that house. I've owned it for less than 2 years now. I could double my money on it, and I don't want to. I think that's going to go to my parents eventually, and then I'll grab something else and continue to do the flip. Or
where are your parents live right now? They live out in
they're
Florida.
in Florida. Yeah. So they're not there yet, but they're getting to that point where one of them falls in the shower or some shit. You know, they're gonna start doing old people stuff.
Yep.
Sooner or later, and I want to be able to be right there than a whole day away of a flight. You know,
You got
and they want to get to Arizona anyway. They're real tight with everybody that that I go to the dunes with and stuff,
Yep.
you know, which is like 80 people.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
multiple
Yeah,
families.
you got a squad.
Yeah.
For sure.
So they're excited about eventually making that move and coming out. That's going to be.
You
the
got
house
brothers
that
and
I go
sisters
to.
also?
No.
You're the only child?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the ticket with you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, shit. When I was a kid, if I would ever thought that I would be taking care of my parents on that level, there's just no way. Like, I wasn't even in the cards. I couldn't even take care of myself.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
I think it's funny, you know, like a lot of us all that I think have, you know, I guess rise above and kind of done things on our own, or, you know, have a different kind of mindset. We're all on this level now. We're like actually like looking at our futures and making moves that will improve our futures, you know, and when we're focused on that, and it's like, it's weird. I always say, fuck, it sucks being an adult, you know, because it does. Like, we're like, our focuses are different.
when you have to do adult things, it sucks.
Yeah. Like 10 years
Otherwise,
ago.
it's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. 10 years ago, it was just like, I wonder where I'm going to get drunk today. You know, like, and now we're like, fuck, yeah. I wonder if this escrow is going to close. You know, like, why am I still trying to be shitbags, you know? Like, it's a little different now. I mean, it is good, though. It's cool, and it's interesting, but, man, it's hard to, I have a little problems, I think, wrapping my mind completely around it.
Yeah.
Like, the day I bought that motorhome, I was like, fuck, I'm like a fucking adult now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like a real adult.
Dude, wait till the first night you sleep in your house.
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
Everything changes.
Well, then, like,
your
we
whole
already
mindset, the feeling, the energy of it. There's
Yeah.
nothing like that is your fucking house.
Yeah,
man.
and it's like cool because if everything works out how we already have it, like, you know, a guideline, we kind of have a plan, you know, money wise and all this shit. We're like, we're not even gonna move in for like a month.
Yep.
We're gonna be like, oh, day one, this guy, I'm gonna come in and do the popcorn ceilings, boom, boom, boom. Like,
Yeah.
start getting some of this shit done right away, and we'll move in like a month later.
I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Because then all the paint smells and all that shit will be gone. And if you can pull that, do it like that. It's a great way to do it.
and it's weird, I think, having that, I guess, the thoughts of that, right? And then like being able to do that shit. Like, you're like, what the fuck happened, man? You know? I mean, I lived in my car too not too long ago. I lived in my sweet ass PT Cruiser, you know?
Yeah.
And fucking now we're here.
Trippy thing when you find something you dig, and then you figure out a way to make money with it.
Big time.
And then now you're doing like real shit, like buying houses and stuff.
Yeah. And that's another trip. Like, you know, we moved into doing our full time in 2017, and it feels like it's been a lot longer than that, you know. And I thought it was a lot longer, and I started looking at things through this process. I'm like, fuck, we only got our shop in 2017. That's only been, you know, we're going on 5 years.
Yeah.
That's not even that long. And like how much things have changed since 2017 to now.
Yeah.
In 2017, we moved in, we had just one of these units. This, like, basically what we're in right now.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, you could have parked 25 cars back there. We had nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we had plastic fucking shelves from Home Depot with product on it in this little fucking like horseshoe. That's all we had, and the rest of this thing was just empty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm like, fuck, we're in down there. We have 3,800 square feet, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even know where to put all this shit right now. Like, we're busting at the seams, you know.
are.
And I'm like, fuck, you know, that's like, if this all works out, that's
just in SDC seats.
Yeah.
Half your warehouse is taken.
Yeah, fuck, seriously. But it's a trip, man. It's been, and it is, but it's that way. It's like, I found something that I'm super fucking passionate about. Like, I fucking love motorcycles. I would ride motorcycles no matter what. You know, like, it doesn't matter that I get to work with them. I work with them because I loved riding them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm super passionate about this shit. I love it. I get fucking pissed. I yell and shit because of it. You know what I mean? Because of the passion for it. And we found a way to make money doing it.
And you're constantly giving back.
Yep.
You're always doing stuff with, you know, from charity stuff to anything motorcycle related. You're not just coming here, selling a bunch of product, going home, I'm done.
Yeah.
You really live for this shit.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if you came to my whole house, you know, and that's the fun thing too, I guess. My wife isn't it the same way. Our whole house is Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking a bunch of old chopper fucking pictures and shit from, you know, old photographers and new photographers. Like, we got this fucking mirror right when you walk in. It's probably like this big, this old school like wood frame mirror, like this big wooden eagle, and somebody did a Harley Davidson with gold flake fucking leafing, you know?
Yeah.
And then fucking spun it and shit, and it says Harley Davidson on the whole fucking mirror. And
that
that's like what you
rules.
walk into our house on.
Yeah.
You know, not to mention we have like a built well fucking doormat when you walk in and shit. You know, it's
my
like
whole front wall's all Dave Mann shit and everything. Like,
it's just this is it, man.
Yeah.
You know, whether we're making money or not, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing something else.
Yeah.
You know, like if the fucking bottom end of Harley Davidson would fall out tomorrow and this shit goes to making pennies, like, well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, like I ain't going to work at fucking Harley Davidson. I mean, you know, fuck the parts counter.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll just do this. This is better.
Besides flipping bikes sometimes or doing stuff like that, I've avoided, I've avoided making money off of motorcycles. On purpose, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, like
it can burn you out.
Yeah, because there's been times where I fucking hated skateboarding because of pre-vans, you know, where I hated skateboarding because that's how I was getting paid, and it was getting really hard to get money out of there. I'm working my ass off for these shit brands that aren't doing anything for me, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when I figured out a way to, like, you know, borderline retire off of skateboarding, I'm like, I'm not going to taint motorcycles, because that's the other thing that I love as much as skateboarding.
Keep it pure.
You know, they're both equal.
Yeah.
They both given me the same happiness. You know, they're so similar. So I avoid it. Not to say I won't ever eventually do something with it, but yeah, I mean, Chip and Mikey, like, these guys are family to me. Chip's like a brother to me. Never did it until we built this bike, which was fucking hilarious, you know, like, never did an ounce of business with them. Like, I'd support their business with how I obviously do it, with, you know, like, you know, I dig in their parts and showing them love and stuff, but I refuse to do any type of bike bill, any real business with them, because that's a quick way, once money gets involved, how you fuck a friendship up.
Big time.
I'd rather be friends with them. So, I mean, we did this, and of course, as like cliche as it could be, like, we had the full Orange County chopper arguments over this bike. And, you know, there were times where I was pissed at him, and Chip works differently than me, you know? You know, not taking anything away from him. It's, look at the result. You know?
It's a badass bike.
But yeah, we fucking, you know, you argue and everything. Thank God, but we laughed about it the entire time. You know what I mean? It never got serious. It never got that shitty. Probably, I think we went into it with the right mindset.
You know, and I think you guys, though, I know that there's certain people in this world that, like, we're guys, man. We're men. We're cavemen. All of us. Our brains are fucking wired this way. Like, we've found
we're
ways.
We're also a little bit off, too. Not in a bad way, but there's something missing there.
You have to be if you want to get on bikes.
We, you know, I always feel like I've always worked in manufacturing, right? Welding shops, you know, all that kind of shit. And fucking, I've worked with dudes that I've known for 10, 15 years, fucking blah, blah, blah. We get a fucking gnarly argument right there. We're fucking ready to throw blows and shit. And the next day we're fine.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just kind of the way things, you can't do that with everybody, of course.
Yeah.
But you need to have that mentality sometimes, especially in like an industry like this, because it is I think a bit of a macho industry, right? I think it's kind of mellowed with the new generation coming in.
Yeah.
But this has always been a fucking tough guy industry, plain and simple.
Oh, yeah,
like, it's fucking Harley Davidsons. This has been an outlaw shit. Like, it's, you know, and people forget that now, and they get fucking offended, and they fucking, you know, like, want to whine and cry and shit.
Oh, the shit guys cry about, it makes me laugh. Like, you know, like, fuck out of here, dude.
Don't get me started.
It's crazy, dude. I see the
craziest
craziest
they
shit.
Came from somewhere to fuck else. They're not from this industry, you know.
A lot of the sport bike guys came over, but, you know, we even get some of the old guys, like old dudes probably been riding bikes for 50 years, and they're on YouTube commenting on videos and like trying to like tough guy shit on, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? You know? You just learned how to use YouTube apparently, but get the fuck out of here, you know? Like, it's a weird, I guess, transitional time for the industry, but I've always felt like I say, I yell and shit because I'm passionate about what I do. So I try not to, like, I treat my team like they're my team. They're my people. You know what I mean? My shit happens because of my team, not because of me. It got started because of me, but things keep moving forward because of my team.
Yeah.
And I treat it as so. And I try my best to always, you know, show respect. But when it's shit's serious. And if my voice gets elevated, that's just because I'm passionate about this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. If I'm yelling at you, you know, you fucking know I'm yelling at you. But if my voice just gets raised and I'm kind of being a dick, like, move on with life.
Yeah.
You know, and I will apologize. I'm a man. I have no problem apologizing, but sometimes I get fucking passionate and fucking my wife will be like, you're abrupt. And I'm like, well, this is fucking life, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes motherfuckers are abrupt around here, you know?
Yeah.
And if people are going to get their feelings hurt that easily, then they fucking got to hit the road.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the fucking place for them then, you
No
know?
doubt.
And, you know, we get customers, you know, obviously people are sensitive. We live in a sensitive time right now.
We do.
And
I'm having a tough time adjusting to that.
I don't think
bad.
I can.
It's bad.
That's why I tell you on here, man, this is
I used to love going into the old shops back in the day,
Yeah.
you know, where they're just, get out of here,
Yeah,
scram,
fucking
you
piss
know,
ant,
cranky
you know?
old fucker in the back
Yeah.
behind us. I thought that was fucking hilarious. you
Yeah.
know?
I was a service writer over there at the dealership over there, and it's some wild shit. My manager, he's an old timer. He's an old cat, been on bikes. He's old school. That motherfucker will probably camp just to.
He sleeps in a tent normally.
Yeah, like he gets bored and wants to get away from his wife. He'll go camp. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he's an OG like that, and I remember, you know, a couple months after getting up there and working the counter and stuff like that, I'm interacting with people 5 days a week. All walks of life are coming in there, and I'm getting guys fucking coming in. So what's the torque spec on the primary bolts? Go to Google, man. I can't stop these guys from working. It's like, well,
Yeah.
can't you? And they get fucking hurt. People are this. I was telling my boss Ron, I was like, dude, I've never met so, and it's like older cats too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking hog member type of guys, and they're coming in just like, well, what's my pad thickness? I need to know, like, what kind of fucking serve. I'm like, what the fuck you getting all bent out of shape for, man? Like, just fucking relax. And I tell them, I'm like, dude, I've never seen so many people get their feelings hurt
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
over the littlest fucking things. Like,
Yeah.
there's a drop of oil. It's a what's it called?
Oil.
Residue, or not residue. It's when you change your oil, there's a little bit of oil
Yeah.
left down underneath your cooler or something like that. You know, a couple of little drops. You know, not a big deal. Oh, end of the fucking world. They're fucking want to talk to the owner. This and that. I'm like, bro, it's a little fucking oil, man. Like
Yeah.
I had a guy come up to me one time because he had adjusted levers on a 750 Street. He had adjusted levers on it, and he was like, I can't shift into neutral real good, and my light doesn't really work. I don't know when I'm in neutral. And then we tried to figure it out, and it was the levers. And then so we couldn't do anything because he doesn't want to change his levers. So I was trying to explain to him in the parking lot, you know, not only did we diagnose the situation, we didn't charge him for it because we didn't fix it. So we did him a solid. We spent some time on his bike.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell him we didn't charge you for it. And he goes, well, what would you do if this was your bike? He was like, this is crazy. I was like, I can't believe you guys would do this. And he said, what would you do? It's like, I mean, I know where neutral's at in my bike. I don't need a light to tell me where it's at, man.
Yeah.
I was like, the bike rides, it's not gonna blow up, and fucking dude lost his shit. I'm just like, fuck, man. Like there's people like that, and it left a bad taste in my mouth with a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
I think that would, and I mean, for every two cool people that would come through that are like super rad people, there was one shitty person who just wants to cry about.
Some people,
Everything.
honestly, like that's their mission. Like they get
Yeah.
up in the morning and they want to go bitch somebody out.
They want to complain.
And then tell that story later, like, oh man, I handed the guy at Harley his ass. You know,
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
seen him.
oil spots on my bike, that
Yeah.
bastard. You
Dude,
know?
I had a guy come back one time because he had a chip on his tank, on his Street Glide, and I take pictures of everyone's bikes for situations like this. You know, when they drop them off. So, you know, if something did get fucked up on I got
Yeah.
pictures, you know, saying, okay, we fucked it up because I wasn't there before, but there was a chip on the tank when he dropped it off, and he was like, you guys fucked this up, and he was like, this is like the second time. Like, no, man, you're like this, and then after that, you know, he started being a piece of shit. And I like I said, I deal with all kinds of, you know, walks of life. You know, I have guys, you know, coming in. I think we've talked about it before. Guys, Swazi tattoos all over the hands, shaking my hand, respectful. You know what I mean? And I get this other cat coming in. You know, he's this probable cause brown as well, older guy.
You think he would show you some love?
Bro, yeah, and he just talking all, and I never had people talk shit like to me like that before, like over the phone. I'm like, motherfucker, like, and he
So you're
was
saying you got some real sweetheart Nazis that are down there in El Cajon?
yeah,
They're really nice guys, you know.
Yeah.
Besides that whole
Those
racist
Nazis
thing,
get a bad rap.
yeah, you know what I mean? They're drinking Starbucks, they're cool, but yeah, this fucking guy was just talking shit over the phone, and I'm just like, dude, it's like, you don't gotta talk like you don't gotta be so aggressive,
Yeah.
man. He's like, well, I'm just letting you know who I am. So my
Yeah.
boss, my manager caught wind of it, and then he called him up, and he was like, you can't be fucking talking to people like that, man. He's like, come pick up your bike and get out of here. So when he came to pick up his bike, I mean, he's not a customer anymore, so I was just like, hey, he was like, so you really thought I was disrespectful? And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, bro. And I was like, but, you know.
At the end of the day, I always say, we're just two fucking men talking. Be
Oh, yeah.
careful.
Exactly.
There's never a guarantee you're not going to get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it's always, they're when they know you got that company shirt on,
Yep.
is when they get the bravest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I guarantee you nobody's going to talk that same shit
No.
at 6:15
Nope.
out in the back parking lot. And it fucking irritates me. That's how a lot of those guys
Yeah.
are.
Just
I
like
tell-
the internet.
I tell my guy Dylan, who does all the
net
phone
bangers.
work and all the email shit. I said, I don't let nobody talk to my guys like shit. You want to talk to us? You come at us like that? Go fuck yourself. I don't care. We're a business, but don't forget why we do this.
Yeah.
We do this because we're not set to work in normal public with motherfuckers. You know what I mean? We do this because of this is but it's motorcycles at the end of the day. That's why it's everybody's so fucking sensitive, but they wanna mouth off real quick because they don't remember what it's like to get punched in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And I tell Dylan, I said, man, if you ever got people and Dylan, he's like the fucking man. He's like super mellow, like chill. Like I get angrier way quicker. He can go like days without getting angry, right? So I know if Dylan tells you to go fuck yourself, you were a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you owe Dylan now an apology before we'll even help you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we genuinely want to help people. So if you come at us all crazy and stupid because USPS lost your fucking box or this part was chipped or something like, man, we're gonna take care of you. We're not in business because we've been here fucking people over.
I can imagine it's such a mess right now. Like
fuck, man.
There was times where I said to myself when we were doing this road glide, like, what the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, you built a bike at a peak fucked up time.
Oh my God, the supply chain,
Everything's
shit
on
and all
back
that.
order.
And then there are guys. I mean, some of it's a supply chain, and some motherfuckers are just lazy.
Some people are just lazy.
Lazy, man. There's, of course, I won't mention any names, but God damn, some of these brands.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of bed, man. You want to make money or not? It's there.
They want to complain about not making money.
Holy shit!
You know what I saw the other day on one of those the M8 trader page on Instagram. Cruise controls are on back order till at some point next year. And that's now it could go back even further.
Yep.
But somebody posted up there he's selling cruise control for the bikes for the Softails.
Yeah, all the Softails, they don't come with cruise control.
Yeah. So I mean, people started. And he said, I have multiple.
I've seen that shit.
Multiple. And then I'm watching guys, and I think he was trying to sell them for like $250, and I think people were saying, well, what's $150? He's like, yeah, but I have these now. So I've seen people, I'll give you $350 for that fucking thing. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Because I don't want to turn the throttle.
Something is different going on here. And then I shit you not, a couple days later, I see a post. Hey, this guy is selling fucked up homemade cruise control switches.
Fucking 3D printing them and shit.
The guy was like, oh yeah, I talked to the guy who sold them, and the guy was popping shit in the comments, saying like, oh, I'm charging this much because I have them. You don't got to wait, this and that. These are work and this and that, and then now it's coming out that his doesn't even work on his own bike, and he sold all these pieces and to people, and it's a fuck situation.
Got to be careful these days.
Exactly.
But they won't. Do these people know that they won't work right when you plug it in anyways?
You got to get flashed.
You got to go get it flashed.
Well, I guess some of the guy who I think I read in the comments, the guy who was selling them with the flash. People are trying to flash these things over, and it's still not.
I put it on my Softail 2 years ago, 3 years ago when I took my bike to Harley to have him flash it. And this is going back to the voiding of the warranty. They plug in, I already had a tune on the bike and shit. It fucking just voids my warranty right then and there, and they can't even turn the fucking thing on.
Holy
my shit still don't work.
Really?
I've never turned. I have the system now to turn it on. I just never have.
Do you guys ever use your cruise control on your road glides?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I used it.
Well, I mean, fuck, you're coming from Arizona, so I imagine
if I'm rolling solo, I'll use it. Otherwise, if you're rolling in pack, you can't.
Yeah, that's too difficult.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, even when I come up here, though, I can't imagine.
You got to use it on like some wide open shit.
I don't think I travel enough.
Unless you're doing this highway at fucking 4 a.m, you ain't using it. Mine only works right now in 5th gear because I put a grudge box on my bike, so we didn't fucking program the gear ratios. So when you do that, you got to reprogram the whole gear ratio. So when it goes into 6th gear, it thinks it's in a fucking non-existent gear essentially. Yeah. So cruise control don't even fucking work. But in 5th gear it'll work. But even when we were running, I think I used it once.
I use all the comforts, man. Fucking cruise, all the shit that I used to laugh about when I was a kid,
You hit that age?
I used to think, I remember when I thought saddlebags were lame.
Oh, me
man,
too.
if you got to put something in a bag, just drive a fucking car there, man. You're riding a motorcycle.
Brother.
I hated saddlebags, man. But,
man.
yeah, now of course, Give me all the bag space. Give me the cruise control. Give me that motherfucking removable backrest, man.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've sat on a couple bikes and those things are fucking.
I
Amazing.
put a road sofa on
a long trip, man. You have to have it.
The other day, I put the Saddleman road sofa on with the full backrest, like this big, and I sat on my bike. I'm like, oh, I could get used to this motherfucker.
The older
right
I get,
here.
the older I get, I brag more about, people meet me and they want to, oh man, your bike's sick as fuck. That thing's fucking gangster. And I'm like, yeah, I love my backrest. And,
Yeah.
it's definitely the most comfortable and reliable bike I've ever ridden. That's what I brag about.
Did you see what I did when I went to Sturgis?
So you're leaning against
I have the tour pack, but I pushed the tour pack forward. Yeah. So the whole time I'd be doing 100 miles an hour like this, just one handed up on the grip, fucking lean against that tour pack.
Fall asleep.
Oh no, I never got tired the whole time. I would just be like, fuck yeah.
I feel like I'm 2 years away from looking into windshields for the bike.
I don't like windshields. My eyesight's so fucked up anyway. I throw a windshield in the mix too, and now everything's like I'm on a
I keep them low.
I
keep them low because I wear everything's prescription. So riding at night to get the glare from the fucking lights and shit through your already existing helmet shield. Then you got the fucking shit bouncing. Everything gets all real weird at night. I don't like it.
Dude, it's crazy. I seen some people. After we did that ride, I think to Julian, that one I had a couple people message me asking about Dylan's windshield.
He loves that thing.
Like,
that thing came off an 03 Dyna.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. I was like, everyone wants to know what brand. He was like, Harley. Yeah.
It's a Harley one. I found it was up in the rafters in the shop. I was like, see, this fits your bike. It was like one when I picked up Dylan's FXR that he rides now, I bought that bike out of Chino Valley. And I picked up a Dyna out there and that Road King I have in here. And I go out there once in a while and just buy a few bikes, because their fucking prices out there are better, and come back and sell them out here. And I probably shouldn't have said all that. Now somebody else can fucking do this. Delete that part.
It's like
just put a bunch of beeps in there.
Floorboards. I fucking love floorboards. I don't know how I was ever riding without floorboards before. That's fucking luxury.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, that FXR. I'll have to send you a picture of Dylan's FXR, but it's that teal one we post on our page from time to time.
Oh no, I know that bike.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. We brought it back bone fucking stock, dude. Fucking pulled out of a trailer park. And fucking, over 6 months or so, I fucking help him fix it all up, fucking get it all dialed in. He's got it even a little bit more dialed in since then, Yeah. And one day I found that we're pulling shit down to go to the swap meet, and I fucking find that windshield. It's all fucking pristine from a Dyna I picked up out there at the same time. Like, see, this fits your bike. Fucking clips it right on. I'm like, you want it? He's all, fuck yeah. And that's what he rocked all the way to fucking Sturgis and back. He rocks it all the time.
Yep.
Any big trip like that, he throws it on.
For your endurance, I mean, that should help you big time.
Oh
man.
Oh yeah.
It's the wind that fucking breaks you down, and the weather, and the elements.
You don't realize, man. When I was always had fairings, and then I got that soft tail, and the soft tail I didn't have a fairing on it for 3 months or something, And I'm especially, it's a lot faster bike than my 96-inch Dyna was. So I'm on this 107 now. Wow, flying, fuck, you're just such a fucking wind sail out there. Yeah. You get back just from going Orange County back real quick, and you're like, oh, you're so fatigued and tired. You're like, fuck, man, this shit was a holding fucking death grip on those bars. Yep. But you get it set up right. Like my Road Glide, man, is just fucking, I couldn't be set up any better for me. I started going lower in bars because I'm getting better blood flow. I'm getting more control in the turns and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I'm down to on that Road Glide, I'm on an 8-inch riser with our high bend bar, and just my seating position. 800-mile days, no fatigue in my neck.
Are you 8 or 6-inch? I think you're 6-inch.
No, on my soft tail, I'm 6-inch.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because you're trying to tell me to go lower on.
You know my bars, man. I go high as shit, man.
Oh yeah. See, it's
But I got, like I said, I got long ass arms and shit. I like them like that. But I'll admit, there are times where when you're on your bike all day, man, I wish my bars were 3-4 inches lower.
Yep. I remember. I did that 1,000-mile in a day challenge years ago, and I was on my Dyna, and it had some. I think I had 16-inch fucking T-bars on it at that time. You remember they had the little cruise control knobs,
Oh yeah.
We'd be jamming down fucking. We came back through Yuma and all that shit. We'd be jamming. I remember setting that fucking thing, and I would just grab my bars down
the
here.
Throttle lock you're talking about. Those are fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
man.
fuck yeah. I would grab my T-bars on the bottoms of the fucking right by the riser and just tuck in underneath the fucking fairing and just ride like that for fucking days, But yeah, I don't know. The Road Glide, man, fuck, dude, I'm so comfortable on that bike. It's just, I couldn't make it any more perfect for myself.
Yeah, it's a badass bike.
Yeah, once you have
Seeing
it set
in person was It's a trip. Photos don't do that thing justice.
Yeah,
man. That thing's gangster.
I'm stoked on it, man. It was a lot.
Did he start it for you? I didn't hear it, so I don't think he started it.
No,
he didn't start it.
That videos don't for the sound of that fucking thing.
It's a monster. We'll fire it.
But that was the other thing is M8s. I was never. It took a long time before I was impressed with the sound of one.
Yeah, those cams. It's all about the cam.
Yeah, man.
You got to hear my Softail too. The Softail's a fucking wicked sounding bike.
Got a lot of thump.
Yeah, that Softail it's that. Well, Jay from Fab 28 had to build me like a custom pipe for that bike because as we did all these changes, things stopped working on his like the factory pipe that he made, right?
Yep.
So we did, whatever we did, and then like I put the swing arm on. Well, now the fucking pipe would hit the swing arm and shit, so he had to make me a fucking custom collector and like all this weird shit. I don't know what it is about that Softail. It sounds like a fucking boat. When you fire that fucker, it's like it's a fucking monster, man. But I don't know. I'm all about the M8 motor.
Yeah,
I tell you, I want to do an M8. I want to do
I'm a believer for sure.
a rigid M8 chopper. That's what I want to do.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people have put them in FXR, so we're just we're one more level down now.
I was this close, man. I found a motor on the internet somewhere, and I bought it, and they never shipped it. I got my money back and shipped it. The company never shipped it. I was like, fuck, man. I had a 117 M8 engine for fucking $3,000.
Damn.
Oh fuck. I was so pissed. I already had a guy ready to build the frame for it and shit. Like it was fucking game on. But what are you gonna do?
Was it eBay or?
No, it was just some company, man. I kept tracking some shit, after the whole deal, and I got my money back. But I kept going back to the pages that they had, Facebook. It sounded like somebody, there was like a separation in the company of the people, the owners, and shit just kind of started
drama.
fucking. Yeah, shit just kind of went south. And
was it Connolly's?
No.
Oh.
Holy, I haven't heard that name in a while, man.
I don't know. We should go that deep, bro. That's like a conspiracy theory in itself. Lorenzo claims to have seen him recently.
Oh, really?
I know I did.
I stayed so clear of that name, Just I learned early that it was just bad news.
Well, what happened, right?
Like I remember the old T-Sport bags that were fucking ball sacks, saggy ball sacks, And like he put out all this stuff that just wasn't impressive. It was so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
And I remember you would read things where he would really defend himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys are fucking pussies. You don't know what a good saddlebag is.
Yeah,
Somebody would take a photo of these, look like fucking cow nuts. Like what the fuck are those?
And right away it would do that too.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, and then there were those like fuck Connolly stickers that went around and all that stuff.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Supposedly the dude passed away. That's the story I heard.
No,
because that
he's alive.
That whole shit's gone.
I'd probably fake my own death too if I had product that was that fucking. If I put out shit that was that bad and people hated me that much.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But the story that I hear is that did a big sale, took a bunch of money, fucking closed everything down, liquidated.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
it's pretty standard in this industry.
Let's look at that time period of from when this whole performance Harley thing started. Look at how many motherfuckers have come and gone.
Oh yeah,
God damn, you forget.
Crazy.
Like Connolly's. I would have never thought about them ever again. They just faded off into the fucking sunset. I would have never, but I don't have any stories about them.
Yeah,
I don't know them. I don't know anything. I just what I've read.
Yep.
On the shitter.
On the shitter.
Yeah, no, it's
it is a trip, man. And I've seen a lot.
Literally, there's. Would you say hundreds?
Yeah.
Probably hundreds.
Oh yeah.
Of guys that were like, this is fucking tough guy cycles.
Yeah.
And then it's like.
They come in hard and heavy and fucking just drift off. It's a lot of fucking work, man.
You know that.
Oh, fuck, man. It's a lot of fucking work to maintain, to keep things moving, and to keep things relevant, to keep moving forward. It's a full-time fucking job. We're having full-blown meetings. We're a fucking, 4 or 5 people crew now?
Yeah.
We're having full-blown Instagram fucking, social media meetings to try to stay above the algorithm and all this stuff because it's important to us. You know what I mean? We're having game plans. Okay, hey, found this shit, read this shit. We're having a meeting on this next Tuesday. Come prepared. And there's 3 of us yahoos fucking sitting on a whiteboard. We're fucking,
So, that
full-blown shit.
Pre-COVID, Vans would have so let's say there's 12 skate shops in the world that turn the fucking dial and they decide what's good.
Yeah.
they decide what's good. If your brand's not in those fucking shops that are around the country, from Supreme to Cowtown to Pit Crew to whatever shops, Skate Park of Tampa, these guys decide if your brand is relevant or not.
Wow.
They could turn their back on virtually any brand.
Yep.
Especially if they're up and coming. They don't
Yep.
have the story yet. You need those shops to tell your story. Luckily, Vans has a great relationship with them.
Yep.
And we have trips where we'll travel with them and learn stuff, whatever. And there was actually all the top skateboard shops and all the guys that are turning the dial at Vans went to an Instagram and Facebook class. We went to the building.
Yeah, the place. That's where
they have classrooms,
Wow.
for Apple employees to show up, and I could only fucking imagine what it costs,
Yep.
And then someone comes down and is like, well, here I am. I'm so and so from Instagram, totally normal, cool person, and they're just telling you how it works, and you don't know how much is real and not, because that was right when the whole algorithm thing kind of started. So all the skate shops were like, what's up with this algorithm thing? How come one time I get 10,000 views and then next time I get 2,000 views?
And what is an algorithm?
Yeah, exactly.
What's it look like?
Yeah, I barely learned how to say this word.
and at the time, they were denying it.
Yeah.
Because the shops were also saying, listen, we're willing to pay. Send us an invoice.
Yeah.
We're willing to pay to get a fair shot at what everyone else has and even get ahead of the game. What is it? And Instagram was like, there's none of that exists. Everything that you guys are, it's all conspiracy theory for the most part. And the whole room is like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Why are we even here? They're not even shooting us straight, But there was some stuff that they would answer and whatever. But there's some stuff that they just shied away from, and they were in denial of algorithms and you posted a political post, so now you're a bad boy. You sit in the corner with 10 likes for a couple months.
Shadow ban.
See if you're at shadow ban.
Yeah.
They denied the shadow ban all the way through.
Oh yeah.
And we're all, we're skateboarders, so we're in the back of bullshit. But we didn't give a fuck if we got thrown out,
Yeah.
And then they take us on a little tour of Instagram and Facebook, which is they make it look like you want to work there.
I bet.
It's just one of those full blown.
Until you start talking to the yahoos that work there.
Well, it's just one of those full blown, like, oh, well, here's our trampoline room. Like it's
like one of those Google buildings.
Exactly, totally, like one of those.
It's a sleep pod. When you get bored, just come fucking.
Yeah. That's the problem with places, man.
Do you ever, when you're creating, do you ever get the urge to jump on a trampoline? Well, we have that here at Instagram. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't even jump on the trampoline I put in the.
I'm motherfucking 40. You know what happens when I jump on a trampoline now?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's hard as fuck to get off and shit.
Yeah,
but it is crazy. A trip to. You also walk through these hallways, and you've got the trampoline room, you've got basketball, you've got playtime, we're blowing bubbles in this fucking room, safe zone, whatever's going on. But then you walk through and you're like, what's going on in here? And they don't say anything. We walk like a block long of all these people that are sitting in fucking cubicles working.
Just fucking grinding shit
What
out.
are you doing? Like, are you
fucking slaves?
Is that guy banning somebody right now?
Yeah,
or deleting an account? Or is that guy, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck do
That's
those
taking
guys
Justin
do?
George's Instagram account away right there.
Yeah. While you're walking past that, they're talking about something completely fucking different.
Yeah, don't even look over there.
To where you're
Little
just
bastards.
like, hey, what's that? Oh, we got to make a left here. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a trip, man.
Yeah, it's weird how, it's pretty fucking weird to see how powerful that company has become.
Yes.
Where you say there's 12 fucking, skateboard companies controlling the fucking, the whole skateboard scene. There's basically one social media platform that's controlling the world.
Yes.
It's like, fuck me, are you kidding? Like, they were able to ban Donald Trump's fucking account. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And for what, motherfuckers? Like I'm having a hard time. I mean, this is, all right, we're starting to go down the rabbit hole now. I'm gonna get comfortable. I'm having a hard time right now, like believing shit that, of course, the vaccine, all this stuff the government is saying, because they're trying to jam it down our throats so fucking
believe
hard.
Nothing.
I can't.
Nothing. Whatever they're trying to sell me, I'm not fucking buying. I'm going the other fucking way.
But isn't it weird though? Like when you sit there and you really look at it, right? I mean, again, we are all kind of on the outside. I don't want to say on the outside of conformity, but we all kind of do things because we didn't do well with being told what to do, right? That's, I think we all kind of follow in those guidelines.
Flesh and authority.
Yeah, we've always been this way. Like, I fucking have always been like a piece of shit. But, like, it's just how you are, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of always had this, like, okay, but, like, I'm just, like, questioning, like, our authority in our city, like cops over here, teachers, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now it's on a whole nother level of, like, whoa. Not only is it like we don't fuck with cops,
Question
but now
everything.
Now these motherfuckers, and I'm personally trying to figure out a way not to even pay taxes anymore. Like, I don't want them having any of my money now. Like, fuck these motherfuckers. I'm gonna start a fucking motorcycle church or some shit. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't agree with anything they're doing, and I gotta pay these motherfuckers.
And they keep pushing. Like, now there's that thing where they want to be able to snoop in on every time you put $600 in the fucking.
I guess it got taken away and it got moved to a bigger amount just the other day or something. Somebody just told me this yesterday, but so I don't.
The amount it's at now, what is it, like $9,000 or something?
10 grand. 10 grand.
That's still too fucking.
Yeah,
it's none of their fucking business, man.
That's where I'm at. I'm at that point. Like, I don't want. It's my money. Don't fucking let.
That's what I understand. Why do they want to?
So they can tax you.
Oh.
Like, you can't. So if you put $11,000 in your bank account, if you sell your fucking bike for cash,
they want to question every write-off every fucking time you don't give them half of your fucking money.
Yep.
They want to know why.
If you sell your bike for 11 grand cash and you take $11,000 and you put it in your fucking bank account, the teller at the bank has a responsibility to send a notice to the IRS saying that you deposited $11,000.
Yep.
Have you ever bought a bike or a car or something like that, and when you transfer the title over and ask how much, you just put?
I put $500 there on
You put $500. I put $100.
Yep.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of junk.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of junk.
Yeah.
Fucking brand new junk vehicles.
So would that come back and fuck everything up? Like, well, you sold that, and then he says you sold it for $100, but you got $10,000.
It just comes down. They want more money from the people.
They will.
And who does that affect? The working man.
Yep.
Every fucking thing that they do, it directly affects the working man.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else.
Nobody else.
The more you work, harder you work. I'm not talking about fucking billionaires and all.
No.
They're on their own fucking planet. I'm talking to dude that's just barely in the 6th digit.
Yep.
That's swinging a fucking hammer, working his balls off. Would be living well if he wasn't getting his fucking ass taxed, you know. And then you've got that driving tax now.
Oh, fuck.
Who drives? Who uses the freeways?
Yeah.
The working man. It's all fucking trucks. It's all people going to work.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're all commuting from farther away places so they can actually live in a house there.
Yeah.
Like, again, I grew up in Hesperia. Everybody knows it's a fucking shithole. Not Hemet. Yeah, not Hemet. And but my dad, he owned a fucking industrial painting spot down in LA. That motherfucker would drive every fucking day, leave at 4 a.m, drive all the way to fucking East Slauson.
From Hemet to LA?
No, from Hesperia to
Hesperia.
LA. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Hemet. His old lady thought I lived in Hemet.
Fucking can't stay in Hemet.
Yeah, fuck Hemet.
Nobody can.
Yeah, Hemet's a shithole. It's way more of a shithole. And but like, everybody up there commutes. There ain't jobs up there unless you want to work fast food. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a handful of decent places. We used to have a good spot up there. There used to be the glass plant. We used to be up there. That was a good job, but it's gone. It was gone fucking 15, 20 years ago now. So there ain't, like, the opportunity up there. I tell because my kids still live up there. And I'm like, the opportunity here sucks.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion. Motherfuckers live there may say something different, but I know 90% of those motherfuckers commute. You know what I mean? So you can't tell me that it's good up there.
You want to know what the worst for me is, the worst tax that I fucking pay? Because it literally makes no sense. It's a fucking shakedown, straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Capital gains.
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck
when you
is
sell
that,
it,
man? When you make a profit on a house. So what happens when I lose? What happens when I buy a house?
You give me money back. Yeah.
Is the government going to fucking credit me that money? That, sorry, I made a mistake.
Yep.
I would have given you capital gains.
Yep.
But where's my assistance? Where's my capital gains insurance?
That's what I don't understand about it either.
Capital fucking gains when I got to cut a check for 40 fucking grand. And what they say, like, even your real estate agent is programmed to say, like, well, the bigger your capital gains check, the more stoked you should be. You made money. Yeah, but I took the risk. I put my fucking balls on the line. I worked my ass off to get the capital to even make that fucking investment.
And that's my fucking money.
What the fuck did they do for me?
Yeah.
They didn't do a goddamn thing for me except make it harder by taxing me all the way up to the capital gains. Then I make the big dollars. and then they fucking take it off of that too.
It's crazy.
There's nothing we do in this fucking country that we don't get taxed on.
Yeah.
And we're just brainwashed into believing it. We're too busy fighting about Trump and this other jerk off, These two pieces of shit, they could give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
They got us, our attention diverted.
Big time.
While they're just in our wallets, just fucking raping us.
They did it. They did it against the race thing. They did it with this George Floyd shit to get us all separated. They're doing it now, left versus right. It's like a fucking East Coast, West Coast battle. Fucking over politics, over fucking multiple people that don't give two fucks about us. You know what I mean? None of them care about us.
Yeah.
But yet these motherfuckers somehow developed a law that I'm fucking pretty positive no person in their right fucking mind would vote in. But the Congress people make whatever wage their whole entire fucking life, even when they're done.
Oh, weird.
What the fuck?
Weird how that gets passed, right?
Yeah, how the fuck does that happen? So these pieces of shit, no matter what, even when they're done being pieces of shit to us, still take our money for the rest of their lives. It's bullshit, man. I do not understand. Like, if we ever want this whole world to turn around, you got to get motherfuckers in there that don't care about the dollar. Yeah. And like when Trump came in, I'm new to all the politics shit, so I may not know a whole lot because I didn't start paying attention like last year when I think a lot of motherfuckers started paying attention. Yeah. But like, I was excited to see Trump become president because I was like, I thought in my thinking, this motherfucker's not a politician. That's a win for us because he's in it to fucking like try to better things and not to try to make money. The motherfucker already makes money. He doesn't need to go here to make money.
I don't know. Maybe Trump 20 years earlier or
maybe.
something.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't. Off his fucking rocker, man. When, when he got in, I don't think we benefited from what he's, what he was about. We didn't get the best Trump.
Yeah. Maybe so. I mean,
even you look at Trump, like even on that fucking TV show that he had, where You're Fired show or whatever.
Apprentice,
He was quick there. He was quick, and he was like, I know there's editing and all that shit, but the guy who got in office was not the dude that
probably fucking lizard person
Trump
now.
was. That's not the guy who made the fucking money and did the hustle. And young Trump was a big difference between. Trump. Some guys get wiser with age. Something happened to him. I fell down the fucking stairs or something.
But how'd we get stuck with this bumbling idiot?
And now we're at a level where it's just like, I can't even fucking believe what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing.
The speeches and like shit that this guy's doing, you can't even understand what the fuck he's
it's
talking
like
about.
If he wasn't such a piece of shit, I would feel like bad for him because he's suffering from dementia.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. And they just got him all propped up there. They got him on fucking strings and shit. You see the one where he's standing there like he's
I seen a meme this morning.
A crane or some shit, with his hands in the fist. Like he's off. Like he's fucking out of there.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
I haven't heard one, and I mean, I just totally I don't even care. I already know.
He doesn't like Trump. He didn't.
I don't like fucking.
He voted for like a libertarian.
I don't like politics at all. I don't like Republican, Democrat. I don't.
No.
Don't put me in that shit. Because I don't fit anywhere.
They all want your money.
I want my guns, my money, and my freedom, and I just want to be left the fuck alone. Yeah, that's all. That's where I fit in.
Just out of our fucking business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I got no problem with government as a whole, as long as they stay the fuck out of our business and they work for us. That's the thing. I want to see them work for us. That's what their fucking job is.
Why is all that missing
our lives
now?
Better.
I don't understand why that's missing now.
They become rulers now.
Yeah, we as people, as the governed, have allowed the government to become so powerful that now the people they work for are it's pointless. We're all these like fucking peons.
That's because 99% of the people in the government were never broke. Yeah, they're all fucking silver spoon in the mouth born bitches.
Big time. That's what I say. It needs to be flipped.
I was thinking about it because they're the gas taxes and stuff like that, and they're saying it's supposed to be. I'm not saying the gas tax that was voted in or wasn't voted out or whatever in the California elections recently. But I'm just like, why the fuck are these people deciding what's good for us? These motherfuckers have never had to eat at fucking Bakers. Hometown buffet. You know what I mean?
I miss hometown buffet.
Right? Bro, chocolate milk on tap and shit.
Yeah. It was so cold, too.
Dude, they've never
used to have to sip it.
Yeah.
They've never looked forward to 99-cent double cheeseburgers from McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Like living off fucking Top Ramen and Hot and Ready's.
Bro, I mean, you need fucking people in there who know what it's like to not have fucking money, to not have...
The struggle. The real life struggle.
Exactly. Yep. You know what I mean? The fucking taxes are fucking ridiculous.
I thought I was balling when I was able to go from a hot and ready to a fucking $8 deep dish.
Yeah.
Woof. I was like, man, we going fucking deep tonight.
You ain't shit unless you get stuffed crust, baby.
It's crazy.
Even the politicians that mean well when they get in, they get tainted immediately when they figure out how much fucking money they can make. You know, giving a little bit of love to these guys, turning the other cheek here. Like, there's a lot of money in just letting shit slide.
Oh, big time.
There's guys who, like I said, that's why I didn't say 100% of the government, but I know there's people like, who's a dude in Texas, Dan Crenshaw, the vet who lost his eye.
I'm going with it. Yep.
Oh, you haven't heard of that? The fucking.
I think
he's a politician. He wears an eye patch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He seems like he would be cool, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's been in there long enough. If they're in there long enough,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's why you got to cut these terms real short with these motherfuckers. Instead
what
of
do you
having them going on forever.
You're a ex-Floridian. What do you think about DeSantis?
I think he's cool.
He seems like he's killing it out there. I was talking to him last time. But
It's just I have this thing. I don't like any politician.
No,
so I like what
it's
he's
like,
doing.
why is he killing it out there?
I like what he's doing, how he is going against the grain.
Yep.
Fuck off. He's got that mentality of like, just go do something. Leave us the fuck alone.
Yep.
We're gonna do what we do here. You know, we're not shutting down the state in the middle of our biggest tourist time. We'll sink.
Yeah.
You know, he made sense to me.
He did
when he spoke. You know?
That's why I liked it.
And he doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks about him. But like I said, I'm not a hardcore Republican. I'm definitely not a Democrat.
No,
you know, the only thing where I agree with Democrats, I feel, is I'm 100% pro-choice.
Yeah, big time.
But where that stems from is
leave me alone.
Leave everybody fuck alone. Leave us alone.
Yep.
I don't want pro-choice, meaning if I don't want to wear a seatbelt, you can't fucking pull me over for that. Helmet laws, I choose to wear a full face helmet when I ride. But should it be a law? Fuck no. It's my motherfucking head.
Danny G for president 2024. His slogan, I'm going to leave you the fuck alone. Vote for me.
And it comes down to like the fact that some old fucking man thinks that he could put a law on a woman's body
that
weird.
Says
I know what's best for you.
Exactly.
And then this girl has this kid. It fucking she destroys her life. Where's this old fuck that made the law?
Yep.
Is he kicking down money?
No.
Is he taking care of her? Making sure the kid's okay? Hey, stop by if you need anything. No, this is a law. Fuck you. You live with it.
Yeah.
Fuck these people, man.
Did you see that one that they're trying to get guys that had to get a vasectomy after 40 or after 3 kids?
Oh.
They're trying to pass that.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
it's just insanity to me.
It's
man.
crazy.
Like, the fact that you think you could put a law on someone's fucking body. What kind of God complex do you fucking have?
Fuck, man.
And we're there. Like, we're living in this time. Like,
you know what's funny is you'll see people say, "Oh, pro-choice. It's their body. It's their decision." The same motherfucker is going, "Oh, but you need to go get the vaccine.
The shot.
Yeah.
Get the vaccine."
Yeah.
Hypocrite motherfuckers.
That's
man.
a trip too, man. Like I don't.
It all flows together, man. Like, if you don't want the vaccine, don't get the fucking vaccine.
I don't know. It's been weird. Like, ever since this shit started, I've been.
Are you anti-vax though? I'm not anti-vax.
I've been
I mean, if it works,
I'm vaccinated for all the
proven,
stuff that I was supposed to be vaccinated for as a kid. Do I go get a flu shot every year? No, fuck that. Why would I want that? I don't want that in me. I did it. I did it one time. I got sick as fuck. Like in the last 5 years, I did it once.
I never got the flu shot.
My wife goes and gets it, but I'm good.
I'm never sick. I can't remember last time I had a flu shot.
Yeah.
Never
I was sick like 2 weeks ago. Just like the weather changed. I was sick for like 1 day or 3 days. But
we got shot up when we were kids for the polio thing and all that. They threw more fucking needles at us than we
remember like our parents
imagine.
though? Remember the shot they give our parents that their fucking arm has like an indent from the shot now, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was just a Mexican thing. All Mexicans had those fucking big
my
all
mom,
the shots at one time, bro.
My mom had one too.
When you're a kid, you get all the shots at one time and then silver teeth.
Yeah. And the frame I like the framed ones.
Yeah, I thought those were cool, man. That was badass. It's like, where'd you get that, man?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so but like, okay, so you got all these shots and now you got a fucking crater on your arm. That can't be safe.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean I don't know.
They
I've
made
got
it through somehow.
Yeah.
Where I'm at though, like, there's no comparison to the fucking early 70s and late 60s to where we're at now.
What they're trying to do to us
We're in
now,
a different fucking world.
Because like my kids have gotten all their vaccines. You know, my daughter's 13, my son's 16. they've gotten all their vaccines up until now.
Yeah.
Like, and me and my ex-wife have a very clear understanding together that they're now in homeschooling. My kids will not be going back into public schooling as long as this shit's going.
Yeah.
For their
The mandate.
Yeah, and I talked to my daughter yesterday because, you know, she was getting ready to start her freshman year soon, like all this shit, you know, it's sad.
Yeah.
She was excited, and I said, you know, you're probably never going back into the public school system. She goes, yeah, I know, and I like, oh, I got sad. My daughter's like the sweetest fucking girl in the world, for one, but you know, this whole shit has now created that this person has to have a different experience in their life completely because of what the government is trying to force onto us. You know, we're getting affected in a different way, right? But we're more like, you know what, fuck these motherfuckers. You know, they ain't gonna fucking tell me what to do. Like, we're older, we can fucking have our fucking anti-establishment fucking mentality still. But these kids, not only the kids that like didn't get a proper graduation through COVID, like we all, or some of us got, people, you know, you got kicked out. You went and got a GED or something.
No, motherfucker, I graduated.
Continuation school or something. But you know, like they're missing out on these like life experiences that create and develop who you are.
Yeah.
You know, my son, he's a good kid, man. He does real well. He's like complete opposite of me, dude. You know, I was fucking a sack of shit since an early age, you know, doing stupid shit. Fucking, he's on the pretty straight and narrow, you know. He likes to play video games, right? So he loves homeschooling. He's got his own schedule, you know. He fucking can play his games with his friends, blah blah. I'm like, you know, what about girls and shit like that? You know, that's the things I was looking forward to in school. He's like, oh, you know,
That was the only reason to go to school.
I'm like, you're kind of missing out on that social feature, like of learning how to talk to girls and shit like that. And you know,
which is an art. It's a skill.
It's not easy.
I just learned last year.
Yeah, it took me a long time.
Finally figured it out, man. So that's what girls like?
I think I'm still trying to figure it out.
Shit, man. I was doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's, you know, and here he is. He's missing out on that. And I talked to him. He's like, yeah, you know, I'll learn it in college or something. I'm like, well, that's when you already want to know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
You're too
like
far behind, dude. It's an art. It's a skill that is acquired over 12 years.
Yeah, big time.
Last Monday they had a, I don't know if it was everywhere, but I know down in San Diego they had a keep your kids at home day on Monday to protest.
Yeah, they had to walk out and all that shit. They're doing that in Phoenix too.
Yeah, they right by my house, because I live close by the 8 freeway, and they have a bridge that goes over there. And they were.
We should have carpooled here.
We could have.
I could have jumped on the back of your bike or something. But completely pointless that we drove here in separate.
Right. We're just gonna follow each other home.
Yeah, right.
But,
holding hands to the window.
So we decided, we asked our kids if they wanted to stay home, and I mean, I think it's just a chance to stay, because they were already on a 2-week fall break.
Yeah.
You know, so they were just like, oh, an extra day, fuck it. And then so my friend was, it's actually my new coworker. Her and her kids were out there doing the protest also. So we went and grabbed our flags, and I threw Halo in the truck, and I was
what kind
like,
of flag?
American flags.
Oh,
yeah.
It's chicken.
So I threw Halo in the truck, and I was going out there, and I was like, and she's 12, and I was like, do you understand why I had to explain what a protest was, what a rally was, and I told her, because it was, I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you, it was all white out there except for me, and I told her, if it was any darker, the cops would have been here real quick. I was like, that's just how it is. I was like, so, you know, I explained to her that, and I was like, do you understand why we kept you out of school? And she was like, well, it's because you guys don't like the vaccine. And I was like, I mean, that's sort of why we kind of took you out of school. But I was like, I want you to understand. I was like,
it's the overstep, the principle.
100%.
Nobody has control over your body but you.
Yep.
You don't ever put anything in your body or take anything that you don't want to. Nobody should be able to tell you. That's why all these people are out here, because they don't feel, whatever reason that they have for not wanting to take the vaccine, that's them.
Yep.
But the main thing, or not the main thing, I'd say the one common thing that everyone has though is they don't. It's like you said, we're not your fucking business.
Yeah.
How many people do you know that have died from COVID?
0.
Directly?
I know 0.
Directly, none.
Okay, I got 1, and it wasn't even. It was he fought cancer for 7 years.
Kind of immune deficiency already.
Immune system was shot to shit. He got pneumonia.
Yep.
And he got COVID on top of it. And supposedly the COVID pneumonia,
that's the combo,
will take you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Done.
Pneumonia,
I think because they're both
out.
respiratories.
Yeah.
But that's everything I've heard about people like dying from it, you know, and I'm not researching this at all, but it's that combo.
Yeah.
They have COVID and they get pneumonia, or pneumonia and get COVID, and it's like, do they even really have COVID?
Yeah.
Or they just died from pneumonia? Because from what I hear, and again, that's something I've looked up yet, but the flu basically just went away. We don't even have the flu anymore. It's been around for fucking 10,000 years since the dawn of man.
It morphed into this COVID now.
Since the Black Plague days and shit. Now all of a sudden, all these flu shots you used to get and all this shit we've done, all COVID was the answer to wipe out the flu.
And did you see how Pfizer, one of the vaccines, is sponsoring all the
propaganda news and all that shit.
Did you see how they got fucked over in Australia? They found out that Pfizer was fucking like giving kickbacks in Australia for the vaccine shit, and like one of the heads of state or whatever bullshit out there, whatever kind of weird system they have out there, they found like information regarding it.
It's fucking wild.
I seen a glimpse of that one day, and I haven't seen nothing about it again.
I know I know, and here's the thing: is people want to jump in your throat. Oh, look at this guy thinks fucking COVID isn't real. I know COVID's real. It's very real. I lost a friend from it. Right, a friend. But also, how much bad shit has happened because of COVID that has nothing to do with getting the fucking actual virus. You know, of all the businesses, depression, suicide, people falling off the wagon, you know, drinking, drugs,
beating their wives and shit.
It's fucking insanity. I've seen all the relationship failures. I feel like I've kind of somehow flown under this whole radar on all this shit, you know, because I don't have kids. I haven't been in a relationship that definitely would have been pushed to the fucking limits of everything, because that's what I've seen is friends that were, I think Ryan and Amanda are the only two friends that made it through this whole fucking thing,
right?
You know, for the most
seriously
part, you know, like they sailed through it. Like
that's because Ryan's afraid to leave.
Well, that is true. She will fucking kill him.
She wouldn't give him his balls out of her purse.
He doesn't want to die. When he wants to die, he'll just look over and go, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
It'll be over for
Love
him.
you, Ryan.
Yeah. But no, I mean it's like you see what this has done to like couples and families, and it's just the devastation is insane, and it has nothing to do with getting the virus.
Yep. It sucks. I actually had a customer come in one day, and they asked something about the virus. He was talking about the mask, because he was like, "Oh, do you got to wear a mask in here?" No, you don't got to wear a mask in here. And he goes, "Oh, he's all fucking bullshit virus." And then there was a customer that he was talking to, and he goes, "Oh yeah, no, it's very real. I've lost a couple of friends to it." And I get it. Like it's a real thing.
Absolutely.
100% it's a real thing. I think they made a fucking mess out of it.
Yeah.
And somehow there's a money tie in there with the different companies.
And the numbers they're reporting, I'm just trying to do the math where I'm like, the three of us, we know industries filled with people, you know? And it's like, we would have heard something somewhere, someone fucking died. There are these thousands of fucking people. I got one, you know? Which I said, devastating. One is too fucking much.
With the numbers, you would think there'd be more connections.
I should have at least a few dozen, you know, by now.
Yeah, and you know, I got some
close friends or something, you know, people that I know well. No, man.
And I've got some family members, man, that fucking look like they're not doing good. I'm like, man, if you get fucking COVID, it's not looking good. And somehow they've managed to not get COVID.
Yeah.
And I've not stopped working. I'm one of the fortunate ones that got to keep working, you know, during the whole shutdown and, you know, this and that. I mean, and I'm not out there, you know, kissing random people and shit and, you know, tickling buttholes and stuff like that.
I've been social distancing way fucking before COVID, man.
Yeah, and
I invented social distancing.
You know what I mean? And I somehow I've managed, and like I said, I've been going places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've not caught it. We had a tech at our shop who had COVID, and he had it for a few days, actually, because he wasn't out for the full 2 weeks that you're supposed to be out.
Yeah.
So he's had it for a while, but he ended up popping for it. And he's a tech that I was hanging out with. I mean, we shake hands, bump fists every morning, every afternoon. I'm in his lift area, and somehow I managed to not get COVID.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. The handshake's kind of gone away a little bit, though.
Oh,
it's weird. Fist bump now all the time.
I see it. Yeah. I still see elbows.
I'm a hugger.
I don't do the elbow thing.
I'm a big hugger, right? Man. Like if I like you, I'm a hugger, because you know, like I'm a weird I like to show that, I guess, that little affection. Like, you are my friend, you know, I got you, you know, a hug, I'm a hugger.
There's all different style of hugs. I'm a one-arm hugger, you know?
Yeah.
Usually the one arm around. You can even mix it with a handshake.
Yeah,
you know?
I do the... what's up? Like,
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah. Steve's the only guy that Steve's the only guy that I hug.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
Sometimes I tell my friends I love them, like straight up. You know, like if you're my like good friend, I'll be like, oh, I love you, man.
Oh,
Give him a
dude, I
hug,
get
you
laughed
know?
at all the time for being such a sappy.
I don't see like a big
I don't
deal.
care.
No,
Yeah.
fuck no. Like you're my homie.
Absolutely.
You got to know this. You should know this. You know.
Yeah.
And if I tell you that means if something goes down and you need me, I'm right here.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the
And
people I tell.
If you don't tell your closest friends that you love them, you've never lost a close friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
too.
what it is, man.
That too. Yeah, that's a weird situation. I mean, it's been a knock on wood, man. I in high school, it was like seemed like fucking people were dropping like flies. You know, like weird shit. I knew a dude that died from cancer when we were like fucking 19.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't even know cancer was real then, you know?
I think I was in my 20s when I realized like cancer was a thing because back when I was a kid, it was AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
AIDS
kind of just went away, though.
Well,
That was weird, huh?
You know what was weird with AIDS? AIDS to me was like a COVID thing too. You know
Yeah.
anybody that died of AIDS?
Nope. I think I was too young, though.
I didn't know anybody. And man, I hung out with some dirty motherfuckers, man.
How old are you?
And those motherfuckers sailed through AIDS, dude. Right through the stats, you know. Right through them.
Maneuvering.
I'm not going to incriminate
Yeah, they
myself,
say,
so I'm
like-
gonna avoid that
like-
conversation.
You ever read any of those stats too? Like herpes, like every fourth person has herpes, and I'm like, how the
Right.
fuck did I fucking weave through that one, man?
So
How did I went through the 90s, man,
Oh,
just
yeah.
in South Beach?
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck am I just
Daytona
not
was
one
the
big
shit back
scab?
then.
One big scab.
How's it not falling off yet?
I know,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck. Yeah, I don't know. All of it's weird, man. Everything, it seemed like they always had something, you know? AIDS was a weird one, I thought.
AIDS was
though.
a scary one.
I remember AIDS being super gnarly, like in the late 80s, and I was a kid still. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is this shit?
Bro, AIDS scared me until like a couple of years ago, like because I wasn't sure how. I mean, I'll nick my nuts, like shaving or whatever. I'm like, oh fuck, well, I ain't fucking. I ain't fucking. Is that just me? Nobody's ever like nicked their nuts or their dick while shaving or anything like
yeah.
that. And
I've
it's
had extremely good luck,
a
man.
zipper
Don't
catch?
shave your nuts until you get like out of making like a cold shower, kind of tighten them up a little bit.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh, a cold
Don't
shower?
don't shave hanging balls, dude.
No, I
because
just
you'll
I
fucking
give it a
slice
good,
those things right off.
like a light switch. Just give it a little light switch.
Sometimes you
flick
just gotta
and then-
pull that thing out like a fucking straightening out a trash
No,
bag and
don't
shit.
pull on them because then they'll go down to your fucking knees. Somehow I'm like 80 years old and I got some pretty tight balls still, you know.
no.
And it's because I've never like manipulated them. I've never like I don't
See a
fucking.
bat wing.
I've never fucked with them. I kind of just treat my balls like, hey, you don't bother me, I don't bother you. You know? But when I do trim them up, because you got to keep them trimmed.
Yep.
Because girls, they really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hit them with the trimmer, the one that it's a no nick one. But even the no nick motherfuckers will
nick you.
get you if you're hanging low, if you're hanging
Oh, yeah.
loose. They'll get you, man. Don't
Hanging
shave your
loose.
nuts in. Wait for the right time.
My
You're like,
problem is mine.
Whoa, I got the hanging brain right now. Now it's a great time to fucking, and it's like, boom, you're done. Instead of like, I gotta get underneath here, I gotta stretch it like this.
Oh man, I've used the no nick and I've clipped my taint.
He got his anteater stuck in that motherfucker.
No, fuck
His
no.
anteater.
You don't go that close. No, when I get down there, I use a straight razor around the balls.
A straight
Yeah,
He's fucking got it. He's scraping that shit on the fucking leather and
Old-
shit.
bro, bro, those Mach 5s or whatever it is, it gives you fucking weird bumps. It's not cool. But that fucking that thing, bro, it's like it's there's too many grooves, and it'll just go. And I do it with the guard. I do it with the lowest guard on there, and then I go. But even then, I gotta. I have to like.
You don't want to go
After
full.
me,
You don't want to. You want to avoid full bald. If you're a dude,
Yeah.
full bald anything, because that's when you wind up with a fucking ingrown hair or some
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Like, just hit it low.
Yep.
Hit it
Yep.
low.
I've done all-
the
I've done
girls
all
are
right.
very appreciative.
Yep.
They acknowledge.
Yep.
You know, like, oh, not nice. You know?
Hey, good work down
What you
here.
did down here. You know,
Oh, the buzz cut.
they acknowledge. They
I
know
like a
the,
little flat top you did.
They know the work it takes. You know.
My problem with I got big ass balls is the problem. So I think my shit was just heavy in there. You know, I didn't know I had big ass balls until like later on in life, and like no joke, like my balls are like one is like that big.
Jesus Christ.
They're
dude.
big. I didn't know this was I thought everybody's balls were this big. I don't even know what size normal balls are. I don't know. Really like this?
Yeah,
Are they
that's a normal
round?
size ball right there.
And mine's not round either.
That's a normal ball.
Mine's not round. dude.
That's a normal ball.
Mine's like a fucking egg like that. Like no
You're
joke.
ovaled out?
Like an
Wow.
oval fucking ball. Like I pulled one out at a party one time. Was like, this is my ball, and people were like, what the fuck?
This is my ball.
Yeah.
Great party.
Bro, I started doing that to Lacey. Lacey trips out because like I'll
Tiny ass little balls.
not like I'll just. I mean it's fucking. I mean we're trying to save on the power bill, I guess. So it's just the ceiling fan on. So you know at night I'm walking around with my balls just hanging out the dick hole of my underwear. And she's
just trying to cool the balls off.
And she's just talking to me and she goes, and then she goes, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, what is this? What are you doing? I was like, it fucking feels nice out here. I was like, fuck. I feel like she might be getting tired of my shit because like there's I don't know how everybody else does it, but like I'll lay on the bed and then like I'm changing my own diaper. I'll just hold my legs like that and I'll just powder the balls a little bit. But like during the summer, you give a little extra powder shot, and then
You just powder the balls?
Yeah.
Dude, I throw it down to you just throw it down the crack of your ass and then give it pull up your shorts, you know? And then fucking give it like the shorts a little boom, 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 and it fucking
Wait, so you throw it in your
just
shorts?
distributes nicely, yeah.
Just in a nice even
It's
layer.
very
Oh, no.
even layer,
I leave-
yeah.
there's like a powder stain like on the blankets, like where I powder up, because you put that up and you give it a good like slap. And
Yeah, you got to pat it up.
Yeah,
and fluff. You got,
I go directly powder to skin though, like just I don't do the short. That's interesting.
It's something to try.
everybody's got their own. It makes a
Technique.
fucking mess, dude.
Yeah.
Shit gets all over you. It's going to get on your shirt, your fucking rug, everything.
I get to
I'm
work. Why does it
standing
smell
up
like
when I
baby
do it.
powder?
Oh yeah.
But that's survival. In Arizona, if you don't do that, you are going
you're
to
chafing
fuck
like
your
a
shit
motherfucker.
up.
Yeah. Just red.
Yeah,
It's mandatory.
I don't remember the last time I had a rash.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not a thing.
Powder
anymore.
up.
Yeah.
Powder up, fellas. You know what women need to do, though? They need to go to a ball class on how to treat. I've had some nightmarish girls that think.
Oh yeah. You gotta be
Unless
gentle.
you know what it is? Because as dudes, we're all so different in what we're into, you know?
Yep.
I don't like pain and sex.
Yeah.
Nah. I
Well,
mean,
choking never hurts. though.
no,
nah, I mean look.
I don't like being choked. You like being choked?
A little bit.
Oh, you fucking weirdo.
I'm not mad about it.
Psychopath.
Yeah, whatever.
Nah, I mean, for me, pain.
Don't look over here.
I cause enough pain from fucking skateboarding to just living my life. I don't need a girl to fucking twist my nuts up and put cigarettes out on my balls and shit, you know? And the dudes that are into that, more power to you. God bless you, the pursuit of happiness. I'm not here to judge anybody.
No,
really,
no,
you
no.
know?
You're king
But
because
fuck
you're
you.
king.
Apparently he is. I can't look
There's
over
been
there.
times where like girls have. You ever had a girl just try and suck on your nuts?
Yeah.
I'm ticklish.
Yeah, nah, you can't do that. It hurts.
Bro, fuck no.
No, yeah.
No,
Oh!
all together. All together. I'm just fucking screaming downstairs like,
Yeah.
hey, please don't do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing pleasurable about it.
No, it
you know,
hurts
it's not
real
my
bad.
style. You maybe, but then you'll hear like, because later on I'll bring it up. You know, like. You know, later on we're having a snack or something, and I'm like, so what the fuck was that shit where you tried to suck my ball out of my sack, you know? You know not to do that again. She's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend used to like it when I used to shit on him and put
Shit on him. No.
cigarettes out on his nuts or something, you know? And I'm
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
wow, he was fucked up because I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
Just
Take it
good
easy.
sex.
Take
And
it easy.
balls are not a sex organ.
No, they just.
They're
no.
just, they happen to live close to some pretty cool areas, you know?
Yeah.
Other than that, leave them the fuck alone.
Just for
Pretend
looks.
you don't see
Just
'em.
for looks.
What about those like fuck?
Well,
Those
girls
crazy.
like when they slap their nuts slap against their shit, you know? Like, I get
Yeah.
all that. Like, it's, do your thing for that, but
Yeah.
don't utilize my balls.
I'm good at
to try
that
and
part
make
because
me
my shit
happy.
hangs down so far with those big ass nuts.
We're all good, dude.
You fucking look like that pig walking away with the nuts swinging out the back. Bro, I laugh whenever I get my kid ready for a bath. I get him out of his diaper in the bed, and I start walking. I have that full mirror in the bathroom when I'm walking towards the shower, and I'm holding him here, and I just see fucking nuts just hanging out the back, just bulldogging. And I was like, fuck, bro.
Just bulldogging.
I'm like, this fucking kid's gonna have a fun fucking time.
Oh fuck, dude.
Fuck, put him in there. He's got that little baby bathtub, and just nuts just floating.
They're
Oh, they're
buoyant.
floating too, huh?
float up
They're
there,
hollow.
bro. I'm just like, fuck.
Just
here-
aesthetics now. They're just there
Yeah,
for looks.
right.
They have no purpose.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
I'm too ticklish. I can't have my balls licked. I'm too ticklish. I'll start giggling and then I'll fucking ruin it.
You know, there's a fine line between like a lick or something, but yeah, no sucking on my balls. That
Yeah.
fucking
If you
hurts.
blow on it,
Yeah.
that's when they go like that. If you blow on it, like,
Yeah, it could go from like that feels really weird to now I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
You broke my ball.
Yeah, they're
with your
attached to
jaw.
some major shit inside there.
yeah,
That
man.
stretches out.
Dude,
Yeah.
so I went and had a physical for this new job that I have, and it was the weirdest fucking physical I've ever had. And it's the hernia physical too, you know, where they grab your ball.
How old are you now?
39.
As you get into your 40s, the physicals get very invasive.
We talked about that. But these motherfuckers came up and
I don't know how I feel about that though. I ain't down with the butt
Be
shit.
ready.
I
got one more year.
I was warming up in the room.
Loosen up that, prepare your anus.
I was warming up in the room, and because I knew it was coming.
Warming up? Were you like fluffing your shit all up?
No, but I was kind of just like, getting warm, because you want everything there. You want to look good. You know what I mean? Because the doctor's gonna go back and be like, and my friend calls it hospital dick.
That's insane. I never thought about that.
No, I guarantee you they do it. I know some fucking weirdos out there. And the story gets around. I don't want that shit about me.
The story gets around.
So
here comes old micro dick again.
The smallest little anteater sticking out.
Here's Tiny Tim.
They're all fighting over who gets to walk into the room with like hand and paper and shit or whatever.
Well,
Nice turtleneck.
The whole thing was awkward because first of all, it was my friend's sister-in-law.
Oh, okay,
I
now I know where this is going.
I was like, oh fuck.
That makes more sense now.
Oh,
At least.
yeah.
So she's
dude.
doing all the signs, and I'm like, okay, at least it's a chick, not a big deal. And I was like, I feel like I have my impressive inches out today.
Yeah.
But, I didn't get
If it's a
hospital
girl,
today.
I get it. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm going
I
to
get
work
it.
up a semi
Well,
for that one.
she
Yeah.
goes, my blood pressure was a little high, so she's like, I'll come back and we'll retest it, So give me a few. So I'm sitting there and I'm in the
Trying to put all the
hospital
blood
gown.
pressure down to the guy.
I'm in the hospital.
The guy.
I'm wearing hospital gown, my underwear, and some socks. And I'm just sitting there and I'm talking to myself like, "Fuck yeah, we're all there.
We're all there.
We're here to impress today." I was like,
Swinging.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I got all my inches with me today. So then all of a sudden this little Asian dude comes in, and I was like, "Oh shit." So he's having me stretch and whatnot, and he was like, "All right, we just got to do a hernia check real quick." And I was like, "All right, here it is." Every time I've ever done it, I kind of just drop my shorts, and they kind of just standing next to me. They'll just ball, cough, you're good to go. This motherfucker pulls up a shop stool, the little rolling shop stool.
Oh, yeah, it gets in position.
Pulls up the shop stool, rolls right up to me. So he's like this, just with my dick. I'll do this, he's like this, right in front of me. And then he starts pulling up my gown. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. And he's pulling up, he's hiking. I was like, all right. And I'm pulling the gown up, and he starts tugging at my shorts. I was like, what the fuck is this getting weird,
At
bro?
that point, are you shrinking or growing?
Yeah, that's the
Is
question.
that what you're into? You know what I mean?
No homo.
You started
homo.
questioning some things
You're
right
like,
then and
"Stay
there.
down, boy.
No homo. It was cool. I mean, I was still
Yeah,
there.
you started
I was still
questioning
there.
some shit real quick.
But, I mean, he's right.
Should I
here.
really marry Lacey?
He's right here. I mean, he's a doctor. We'll get that 128 kit one way or another. So he's like this close. He goes,
God.
all right, pushes to the side, grabs the ball. And I'm so caught off guard by this, I can't cough. Like, I'm shook. Like, he's like, all right, just give me a couple good coughs.
You're like, ooh, ooh,
Ah.
hey.
Bro, just the whole, all right, just put this over here. Let me grab this ball. All right.
Get out of here. You start
You're
smacking
good.
it.
I can feel how close it was to his face. He was that fucking close. I'm like,
And he was that comfortable with it.
didn't even fucking, he was just, oh, you're going to do good at your new job, man. Like,
He almost fucking windshield wipered it across his nose and shit. Hey, buddy.
but his face about to look like my dog after he fucking drinks from the bowl. Just puts his head on your lap, just right across his face. Snail trail.
What the fuck? Well,
So, I mean, that was awkward.
Well, the podcast started out very professional, and it
Yeah.
kind of went all the way into we have to bleep everything.
Moral of the podcast, leave our balls alone.
Yeah.
So that was
Ladies,
awkward.
Leave the balls alone.
Well, you're right,
I'm
Steve?
gonna need a minute.
You like your butt licked, don't you, Steve?
No, I never done any butt stuff.
Really?
No.
You look like a dude who was like, I went through a phase.
No, I'm
I
good.
went through a phase.
Yeah, no.
Steve's been through some phases in his time.
I don't know. The butt was
Out
never.
there in Hesperia.
You look like
Nothing
a
else to do.
Right.
So we
Well,
licked
finger
each other's
pop.
asses. Hey, it felt good, fucker.
Meth and butt shit.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know. My headphones just turned off.
Yeah, your mic cut out.
What did you do? This fucking what the
That-
fuck?
Yeah.
Shit.
When I did construction,
Hello, check. Okay, we're back. Am I
When I
back?
I was in my early 20s when I started
You
construction.
started doing butt shit then?
No. It was all older guys I was working with. Oh, you haven't had your butt licked by a chick yet?
No.
Like, oh, that's the best. And I was
Oh,
like,
it's unfucking real.
I
dude.
don't.
You like that?
Oh, you kidding me, dude?
Oh,
If you
no.
don't, you're a liar.
I never had it done. No,
Lie.
I'm too ticklish.
I'm
too
not-
ticklish.
I mean, I've done butt shit with other people, like where I'm the one doing the butt shit.
Oh,
No
you're-
dudes.
All right.
And but I never had my butthole licked.
I
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying it never happened yet.
I know what goes.
And
in
I
my
also
body
know
and I
my
what
wife
comes
ain't
out.
about that life, so I know it's not going to happen anytime soon.
You don't have to worry. I tested Lacey the other day to see how down she was, and
Her socks weren't that high, huh?
no, she's. So we were at Chili's. It was after we got back from the lake. We were at Chili's, and I don't know what it is about those cheese curds, those whatever it is, the deep fried cheese curds. Instantaneous bad news.
Oh yeah.
And I told her, I was like, we got to pay the bill and leave now. We got to go home. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah, my stomach ain't feeling this.
You
right
won't
now.
shit at Chili's?
I mean, I'm down, but it's just one of those things that I like to take my time.
Yeah.
And
Gotta get on the
just-
gram.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where you got to take your pants all the way off. One of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, we got to go now. So she was like, fuck, all right. So we get out. We're walking back to the car. And out of the blue, I was like, hey, if I just asked you to lick my butt, would you do it? And she's like, fuck, today you want to start that?
You want to start that?
I was like, no. I'm just curious if you're, And she was like, fuck, man. So
What I mean? What
no,
was-
she didn't do it. I didn't ask her to do it.
No,
Obviously,
I mean,
it
but
a bad
was
day.
she down? Was
She's
she
down. Yeah, she'll do it.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. She's a good girl.
I mean, she ever pisses me off, I'm just gonna be like, whoops.
She's a good egg.
I'm just wait for her holding my legs up like I'm gonna get my diaper changed. How does that go? Like, do they hold your legs up, Danny? Like,
Oh, dude.
or are you
Come on,
are
throw
you,
it out.
Are you in the
you're-
downward
you're-
dog?
Let's face it, you're in a fucking weird position. You know what I mean? It's a strange deal.
It's
how it
yeah,
goes
it's
down.
a very dominant position.
Yeah,
For,
Well, I mean, there was one time where I was getting a massage and I was on my stomach, and she just fucking was screwing around back there, messing around a little bit. And next thing you know, I'm like, dude, is her tongue on my asshole right now?
I got a hair.
There
in
it
the butt.
was, dude.
finger too, or
No fingers.
No
man.
fingers?
Fuck
That's
that.
gay.
not unless you're a doctor.
Yeah, that's
That's gay.
that's
That's
a
weird.
no-no. Yeah,
Yeah, fingers in the butt is weird.
Yeah,
Tongue's okay.
tongue's okay.
I'm learning something new. Learning something new right
You
now.
know, the thing with the ladies though is, I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but it's like every girl I've ever been with is fucking sicko, dude. Like I don't know, like what I hear guys talk about their girlfriends and their wives, and they're like, oh man, like she's mad at me, I'm not having sex for a month or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
no.
fuck is that like? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
no,
Like,
that doesn't fly.
every
either.
girl I've ever been with is always on a whole nother level than even I'm at. Like running me into the fucking ground, not afraid to try anything. I'm the one going, hey, listen, let's fucking dial it back a few notches. What are we, fucking animals in the fucking goddamn jungle here?
I'm trying to watch Friends
it's
tonight.
ridiculous. Like, what kind of porn are you watching, these fucking sicko? Like, you can tell, like, they're into. You look at it, and they got like a weird glazed over look in their eyes and everything. Like they're in the zone, you know.
They look
And
at
I'm
you like a
listen,
snack.
let's bring it back to reality a little bit. This is fucked up what we're doing. You're still like, I have to, you're my girlfriend here. What the
I had to
fuck?
look at you tomorrow.
Yeah, like what the fuck? So yeah, like is that a curse or a blessing? I guess when I talk to other dudes, I bitch about how their girls kind of hold sex over their head.
Nah,
like,
it doesn't happen for me.
for me, I'm almost like, oh man, she's gonna give me a break tonight. Like she went to sleep,
I can't believe you haven't had your butt licked. It really throws me off.
I don't know, man. It just hasn't come up.
I'm not thrown off by Danny. Danny looks like a guy who's probably had his butt licked a couple times. You look like a guy who's always getting
Yeah.
his butt licked.
Always?
Yeah.
Amy looks like she's just over here licking my butt.
Before Amy. Before
Oh.
Amy.
I don't know. Yeah, no butt licking. I'm not. I mean, I'm down. To
It's
try.
a certain breed of girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's girl. I found that there's girls. They're just into certain things. Like there's girls that are never gonna fucking do that, and then there's girls that are like,
Catholic chicks.
Or you know what though? The butt licker girls, they don't ask permission. It's not
No,
something that's
yeah.
discussed.
Yeah,
Because they know
It's
you'll
not
say
like,
no.
hey, I'm going to fucking run my tongue across. They like run it across your asshole, and then you don't do nothing, and
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
there it is. You know what I mean? They're kind of slick about it. You know,
You-
and
did you-
it's not something that's discussed.
I think Lacey is down, and I think that's because she hasn't really fully examined my butt. Because I'm pretty hairless. I'm starting to get a little bit of back hair, like right above the tram stamp area,
Yeah, I got lucky with that. I don't even have any hair on my lower back or none of that shit.
Yeah,
you know,
and the top of my butt cheeks, pretty bare. But then when you get about 3/4 of the way down my ass, it's a fucking forest down there.
I'm like standard fat guy hairy. Like I got a hairy chest and like 2 hairy patches on the top of my back, and that's about it. Like that standard fat guy, you know what I mean? Like where I'm not like, you know, woolly. Like my arms barely even have hair on them. Look at
mine
you know?
too. But I got a hairy fuck. I got the taco meat.
You got a hairy ass. You got like curly hair.
All the way down to my fucking belly button.
Oh yeah, see, I basically got a little fat hair patch right here. Nothing crazy. I guess I got lucky with that shit. Yeah, I don't even got hairy. Look at my legs. They're not even that hairy.
You got some hair there.
They're not that hairy. I'm saying.
Oh,
that'd be weird if I didn't have any hair. But what about you got hair on your legs?
Yeah, and it's like it's same as my arms, you know.
Yeah, like
it'd be crazy if my fucking like you got super hairy legs and then your arms are fucking like.
you shave your arms though.
I do not shave my arms, brother. I just don't. The hair only grows on the fucking.
On your fucking knuckles, fucking Wolfman knuckles. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a very.
My supposed to grow in your palms.
My son's way hairier than I am. I'm like, oh, you're fucked, bro. He's got hairy ass legs. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're. Even when he was a kid, he had like hair all in his face when he was like a baby and shit.
Dude,
like,
I have a friend who trims.
A fucking little monkey.
I have a friend who trims his leg hair.
Oh, yeah, I know dudes that shave their legs and shit. It is weird. I don't like it.
True.
Yeah, it's like weird. But I know dudes that are super hairy, like thick, hairy like dudes. You know those guys? Like they're just fucking. Their arms are super thick hair. Like it's like fuck, dude. You just got that's bad. You just got like the roll of the dice was not good for you, man. I'd rather be fat and like have the fat guy hair patches.
When you're that hairy, you're stuck with the one girl that likes hairy guys. You know.
I mean, they're probably killer in the winter when it gets real cold and shit. You just like a little fucking snuggle bunny, you know.
Yeah. Have you watched that show on Netflix? What the fuck is it? Love on the Spectrum.
Nah.
So it's a little docuseries of.
You watched that,
dude?
I'm surprised you watched that,
dude. It's
what you were talking about last podcast.
No. It's I watch it for all the wrong reasons. I don't want to call them retards. They're.
Oh, I'm not touching this one with a 10-foot pole. It's a great time for me to take a piss break.
What is it? Autistic. They're autistic.
Yeah.
They're autistic, and they're trying to date. And there's a guy.
Fuck this.
This guy's going down the wrong.
His hair starts below on his cheek right here, and it just grows straight down through his body. Like you can see where he shaves his neck.
Ugh, that's rough.
And behind his back, and it's just all fucking. You can see it just crawling out from underneath his shirt, like long fucking.
Yeah, there's like
bear,
there's like a, there's a health fucking thing
term for
that. That's
werewolf.
Sadly, that's was those guys were exploited, like in the old Atlantic City boardwalk freak shows. That was the werewolf man and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'd walk in and
dude,
see.
Watch that show, dude. It's
No, I'm not gonna watch that show.
No, it's some psycho shit.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna watch that show.
I guarantee if you like it, or I guarantee you'll like it.
I'm not gonna watch that show.
You're gonna watch it.
I don't think so.
You're gonna watch it, bro.
Did you watch that Squid Game show?
I did watch the Squid Game show.
No, I keep hearing about it, and the more I hear about it, I don't want to watch it.
I got that issue where I can't do the voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't see their mouth move a certain way and hear something else. I want to see that. I can't do it.
It's something else.
Isn't that what they're doing? Isn't it a voiceover?
Well, they have either the subtitles or the dub over.
Yeah.
And they say it's better to watch it with the subtitles.
I can't do that either. I read slow. I can't follow shit. I read too fucking slow.
Really? Because you look like you read fast.
Why the fuck do I look like a lot of shit to you?
You fast reading ass lick motherfucker, you.
God damn.
Yeah, I feel like I barely know you. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I read slow. I'm not a good reader. I can read. I just read slow.
It's gnarly. It's not. I mean, I think it's a little overrated for what it was, but I mean, there was some gnarly shit where I was just like, I looked at Lacey and I was like, if that shit ever happens with us, you're fucked because I'm gonna win.
On the Squid Game or the other show?
No, on the Squid on the Squid Game. Bro, on that show, Love on the Spectrum, one of those.
God damn it! I was so glad we stopped talking about the Spectrum.
No, this guy,
I'm getting fired.
He's trying to.
For something someone else says.
He's trying to date, but he's autistic, but he's artistic also. He likes to draw comic books, but all his comic book characters are these chicks with big.
Why
tits.
is that funny? Because it rhymes a little bit.
So they're all big, like they're like half naked. He just draws like naked chicks.
Jesus Christ.
So he started to draw
that.
He started to draw these big titties, and he kicks the camera crew out of his room so he can draw these comics full of titties.
You realize that none of that show is meant to be funny. You're fucked up.
I mean, that's why I said I watched it for the wrong
ridiculous,
reason.
yeah.
That's why I watched it for the
We were in
wrong
the clear.
I'm getting all sweaty now in the flannel from having too fucking armor. Alex, can you turn the AC
Yeah, dude,
on, please,
I'm
sir?
sweating too. Fuck.
Yeah, go ahead and crank that AC up. It's getting a little hot in here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You hope these people find love. There's some fucked up shit in there, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's
you
some
could have just
funny-
left it
funny
at
shit in
that. You
there.
didn't have to start going into details and shit.
You could have left it.
Fuck, man.
I'll send you clips.
Oh, dude, 'cause I want to stay away from that.
Come on, bro.
Ugh.
Come on.
Yeah.
You don't got to read. It's not voice dubbed over. right up your
I was
alley.
watching this the cartoon I was talking about.
Oh,
I was watching this cartoon. They got it on Netflix now. It's called Inside Job, and it's basically a cartoon based on conspiracy
9/11?
theories. No, just all the conspiracy theories, like
yeah.
fucking robot president, fucking lizard people, fucking shadow, fucking government, like all that shit.
Pigeon drones.
Yeah, everything. It's pretty fucking
You
fun.
ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
It
No,
is.
I don't believe that.
What the
that
fuck?
I see that shit though. Do you believe that though?
No.
I've shot birds,
Yeah.
and there's no robot in there. You know, like I don't know.
Have you ever seen a baby
I've never seen a
pigeon?
baby pigeon though, but I've never seen
Let's
a
put
baby
it this
crow
way.
either.
I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, but I'm
No.
also.
I don't not.
There's a
believe.
lot of unexplainable shit.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Yeah, I've never seen a baby crow either. They say that you won't really find a baby crow either.
If you dig deep in, if you dig deep in 9/11, there's so many obvious unanswered stuff.
That's a
that
rough
should-
one. Yeah.
like Building 7 and all that shit. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
they don't touch that with a fucking. That was a major fuck up there.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
building
that.
should not have fallen.
And that cartoon like touches on all that shit because they're like, "Did you bring any weapons?" And it's like, oh, they pull out a bottle of, like jet fuel, and they're like, "Oh, you know that doesn't burn anything." Like
Yeah.
Oh.
shit. Like it's comical, but it's like then I look at it from like
It's
another point of view. They're like trying to desensitize people on those theories, right? To make
Yeah.
sure that people know that it's a joke. But what if it's not a joke now? You're fucking making this show about it, like all the, then you start it's just like a revolving fucking situation
Yeah.
now,
People used to say that about the show Cops too, because it was such a common show and it was on constantly,
Oh yeah.
and people would binge on it. 'Cause
I
it's
fucking love watching
mildly
Cops.
You know it's
entertaining,
coming back, right?
Is
But
it really?
They
Yeah,
say
it's
it's
coming
for to desensitize people on what
the
fucking
violence and
jerk-off
shit?
that cops are.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know, they're on TV acting like an asshole and it's entertaining.
yeah.
They they pull over some dude in a bike and they're fucking harassing him.
Yep.
That's okay because we're watching it. It's funny. You know?
Ah, it makes sense. I never thought about it in that perspective.
Yeah, my mind's. I'm still tripping over the baby pigeons and crows, and then that.
You
I mean,
got
that-
stuck on that,
That
huh?
fucking makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
9/11 for me hits so fucking close to home because I grew up right there, skating around that building on that block. you
yeah,
know?
no shit.
And unless you go to New York and actually see it or have seen it before or spend any time there, how fucking massive that was pulled off. And do I still? And the thing is, one thing I don't do is like I learned this from like watching my mom. My mom will like obsess over living in Florida.
Uh-huh.
There's always a fucking storm, a gazillion miles out in the ocean that's heading towards Florida. It's always there,
Yeah.
you know. And she's fucking obsessing over that storm until it misses Florida. It's like a disorder. She
Yeah,
has,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And it's frustrating, you know. She'll
I bet.
watch TV. It's coming. It's gonna hit. What's gonna hit? Blah blah blah. Because they live at the beach in Florida. That's what it is, and that's what the fuck it is. And I just learned of like, so in my life, through everything, is I never give any time or any stress or any anxiety or any thoughts to shit that I can't control.
Yeah.
I can't control that fucking storm. Our government probably can, you know,
Yeah.
like if you want to, if we're going that deep.
Yep.
But I cannot fucking control what that storm's going to do. I can't control 9/11. I got other shit to worry about and
Yeah.
think about, and that's what my focus is on. So I don't dive so deep into the conspiracy theories. It's more of a comedy thing for me because it's like you have to laugh. This world is so fucked up.
Yeah.
Nothing that we see is what we're really seeing.
Yep.
You can see it with your own eyes, but that's not what's fucking happening. you
Yeah.
know? It can happen in front of your fucking face. You think that's what you're seeing, but really something else is fucking happening. That's the fucking world we live in. You either laugh or you lose your fucking mind over it.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't start even listening to anybody about conspiracy theories and shit till last year. Like I didn't think one thought about it. Didn't even because I didn't fucking care for
Yeah.
one. Couldn't give a shit. Didn't fucking care about the government. Didn't care about politics. Didn't care about I think I voted one time in my life. Like I fucking just don't. I can't change anything.
Yeah.
Like a vote. I don't believe in voting, to be truthful. I told this story before, and I'll tell it right now. When the plastic bag change happened, remember that? When they voted on these thicker plastic bags you got to pay 10 cents for now?
Yeah.
I remember I was living in Fullerton when this happened, and they had the fucking vote, and I lived right next door to Food for Less. And that morning, they had the vote that night. The next morning, I walked to Food for Less and got some fucking shit to make breakfast, and they already had those bags. So that means the corporation of this grocery store has already spent all this fucking money to make these thicker fucking bags that you got to pay 10 cents for before the fucking voting process even began.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You know, so they already knew that was going to happen. And yeah, they can predict things, but in a business mindset, you're not going to spend any motherfucking money you don't got to. This is motherfucking Food for Less, for one. It's the shittiest of stores, you know? And you spend all this money already to have your label on it and all this shit. That's expensive, you know? So I don't believe that the voting process really makes a difference. I think that it's already, however the fucking, whoever is running, whatever the fuck they're running, it's how they want it. You know what I mean? The government, the governor, the whatever it may be, I don't fucking know. So I don't really care about any of this shit. I fucking don't. I don't even know where I was going with this and why the fuck I brought it up.
So the system's so fucked up, it's not even worth.
It's in. You know, it's like it is entertaining though. Like you said, like the conspiracy theories, they're fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
Like our friend Dreamer comes on here and he's fucking, he's normal dude, but he's deep in it. He fucking, you know, and he's been in it for a long time. Like he's so fun to talk to, you know, because he's got. You know, he can reference a lot of information about it. Yeah. You know, he's got these.
Chip is pretty deep in it too. Like, you know, question everything.
Yeah.
You know,
and in natural, I think our natural mindset, again, going back to like our fucking fuck authority bullshit. You know, it falls right in line with everything we want to believe or should be believing anyway. So it's easy for us to adopt it and be like, yeah, this probably is right.
Yeah.
But show me where it's wrong. Is where I'm going to believe that it's wrong. Because at this point, a lot of this stuff, all you show me is that you don't give a fuck about us. And like all this stuff could be correct.
Yeah.
You know, and we really could be fucking clones and lizard people around this motherfucker, you know? Like, and that's what's fun about Dreamer, because we'll go that deep. And that's deep, I think. I don't know if there's deeper. I don't know.
You know, he's definitely into the shit.
Yeah, he's deep into it. You know, the third eye fucking like DMT fucking like on one. Yeah, he's into the deep zone, and it's fun.
So he partakes in the.
He's done it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chip, we talked about that on Jace's.
Yeah.
Chip's gone down that road. I think Mikey has too. That's where we all got lines. I'm drawing a line there because I'm afraid I won't come back from that.
Yeah, I started microdosing mushrooms this year, and like I've never taken hallucinogenics my whole life. Like, you know, done fucking other stupid things, but never done hallucinogens. I got a kind of a negative brain as it is, you know, like shit I've gone through, just bullshit in life, you know. And so mentally I've always had in the back of my head, like, you do that, it's going to go negative. It's going to go bad. You're going to, you know, you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to see some bad shit, you know, and you're going to be pissed that you did it because you already knew you were going to see this.
Yeah. And
so never done it. And then something this year, I was like, I think I was talking to somebody about the microdosing. I was like, yeah, I want to try that. And so like I get these capsules and they're already all weighed out, like from wherever, I don't even know fucking where they came from. And you know, and fucking he gets them to me and they're already weighed out. So you just like, at first I took one, waited a while, you know, like an hour or two, and then took another one, and things just kind of I felt like a little like smoked a little bit of a joint, you know. I kind of felt a little elevated, like you know, things to the touch felt a little different, and they get a little bit more like sensitive, I guess, you know. And so I've done it like a few times now, never taken more than 2, and even like in Kernville, I took 2 Friday night, and I smoked a little bit of weed, and I was like,
there you go, out in the biker said, pop
brother.
A couple lewds.
So someone's getting their butt licked,
and I just felt like I felt high. Like, you know, like you smoked a joint high, but for hours.
Yeah.
But when I'm high like that too many people overwhelm me.
Yeah.
And you know, and everybody's drunk too. Like everybody's fucking wasted, right? And you're hanging out with all these people. Everybody's drunk, so everybody's just like, you know. And I got 3 people in front of me. Each one of them is trying to have a different conversation with me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like getting super overwhelmed, and I'm just like, nope. And I'll just like Irish goodbye, disappear, go back to my hotel, chill out for a little bit, You know, I came back after that, but like, I don't know. It's like, I don't see anything though. I haven't done it to where I'm seeing shit move around and stuff. I don't want to do that, but I like the way it makes me like just feel a little high, because I don't really smoke weed very well either. I can do like 1 or 2 hits, and anything beyond that, I get fucking negative.
I got the weed program down pretty good, where it's all, just all positive.
Yeah, I can't figure that out. I get trapped in my own brain.
Yeah.
It goes negative. It goes mentally abusive to myself.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I fucking hate it. Like, especially, and it was all because of like this. When I started doing this is when it happened. I would, we started my own business. I quit my job. Like, a lot of fucking things changed, you know? And I'm not young. I'm kind of old, and I got a lot of things that depend on me. I got kids and shit, like, it's not just like I'm fucking 20 and like, I'm going to fucking try this for a few years, I got a lot of eggs in this basket, and, but I believe in myself and I believe I could do this. So, and then like that, at that time when, 5 years ago or so, it's like weed became real easy to get all of a sudden. Like, right. That was like the card. You get the card, you just go online. Guy calls you up. You got your card. Cool. Okay. Weed game, super easy to get. I'm like, fucking, this is awesome. Right. You don't got to call a guy and fucking him sit in a sketchy parking lot anymore. Like, you just fucking get it. Dude delivers it from high end shit.
Yeah.
So I'm getting on and I'm getting edibles and shit. And then I'm getting super fucking high. And next thing you know, wife's asleep and I'm just laying in fucking bed with my eyes shut for like 5 hours at a time, high as fuck, and just in there talking shit. Like you'd be just degrading somebody. Like, you're just trying to really get at this motherfucker. I'm doing that to myself.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Wow, dude.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It makes you wake up the next day depressed as fuck.
Pretty much the opposite.
Yeah.
For me.
And I've been smoking weed my whole life.
Dude, for me, I have a routine that I will not stray from, because everyone's like, oh, you should try a bong, try this, no. Pre-rolls.
Yep.
Throw on some fucking reggae music.
Yeah.
Throw on just any good music, some oldies, something I'm feeling, and it's always got to be nighttime.
Yep.
After nothing productive is going on, I won't smoke and send an email, or if I do, I save it and I'll read it next morning, so I don't sound like Jeff Spicoli, or whatever. Even though at Vans, like, they're probably pretty cool with that,
Yeah.
But I like to sound professional, and there are times where I've saved the email and was like, yeah, one too many dudes in there, like, let's fucking delete some of these. But it's an end of the night type of thing.
Yep.
And it's like almost like it's a celebration. Every day is fucking great.
Yeah.
There's this trippy thing that, like, a mindset that I have too. It started with Blue, and one of the things, there's a list of pros of having a dog that will fucking roll out this door.
Yep.
Have good things. Then there's a short list of things that are bad about having a dog. One of them, the main one, is how short their life is, no matter what. Especially their good years.
Yep.
These years right here.
Yeah.
It goes by really fucking fast.
Fuck yeah.
And you love these dogs so fucking much. They live in your heart, And what it causes me to do is, I would either be, there were times in my life where I would wake up and I was bummed that I even woke up. At the worst of it, you're just depressed.
Yeah.
Things aren't going well. Life is tough. It's kicking the shit out of you, You're just worn out.
Yeah.
And then there's times where, when you consider them good times, where you just wake up, get out of bed, it's another day, and there you go. I cherish, I milk every day for everything it's worth, because I'm spending time with him. That's why he goes everywhere with me.
Yeah.
That's why it's when he equals happiness. He doesn't allow any type of negative energy. It's just such an insane thing. And while he's here, I'm gonna spend every bit of time I can with him. Be happy, be positive. It's such a simple thing.
Yeah.
People might even laugh at me that don't understand.
No.
But that's okay, because that's what that dog does for me, And if I got him for 10 years, great. 12, 14, I'll spend my last dime until it gets to the point where that you have to. That's the other sad thing about dogs. They don't know when to fucking die.
No.
They love you so much, they'll stick around thinking that you need them.
Pain,
you have to let them. You have to actually make the move to let them go.
Yeah. He had to do that, like, last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago now.
There's nothing, you can't explain the pain that you felt,
I lost my dad and my stepdad to cancer fairly recently, and I thought I handled it, pretty well, and then I kind of felt bad because when when Drago died. Oh
Yeah.
fuck!
Yeah.
I took it. It was the worst.
Yeah.
I
But-
thought I'd been through it, and then when that happened, it was fucking bad. I still get bad about it every once in a while.
It's funny you mentioned dad suits. My pop said something to me. He goes, because like if I do get made fun of or whatever, if people make jokes about how much I love my dog, like whatever, easy target, he's like, don't ever feel any shame for how much you love that dog, because you could never love him as much as he loves you.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm like, fuck, that's true, man.
Yeah.
That's facts.
The way this fucker looks at me,
Yeah.
like,
It's crazy.
I rescued him twice. you
Yeah.
know?
It's a trip, man. Like, when he came here the day that he had to put his dog down, and I remember him, we were having a conversation, a very sad conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get a dog again. And I'm like, oh, bullshit. Dogs are so special. They need people like us who treat them as so, instead of pieces of shit. Like, my wife's putting together like a program right now because all the fucking, all the places around here are overran with dogs. They don't have blankets. They don't have all that shit like we've done in the past together.
Yeah.
We've done them in the past together with him and my wife and myself. And she's doing another one right now where, people can come and drop shit off to the shop. So we'll take it over to the shelters, but, I'm telling him, you they gotta have people like us, And what was it? 2 months?
Yeah, it's probably 2 months later.
2 months later, one of his friends hits him up and like, hey, we need like a foster home for this dog.
Famous last words there.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'll foster it until they find a home for it. But his dog before was a King Corso, big old King Corso.
Yeah.
And he goes to meet the dog to make sure the dog's gonna like him. He knows nothing about the dog at that point. He goes there. It's a 1-year-old King Corso.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's odd because they're rare too. There's not a lot of King Corsos float. I've never seen one in a shelter.
No. And so he's like, oh, this is my dog now. Like just like that. You know what I mean? And I told you.
Yeah.
And it needed some work. It needed some help. It had some social issues. Yeah. And he helped it, and now it's way better. And
like we give to them. Like I definitely had to help him out. What are his issues? But now he's given me a lifetime of.
Oh yeah.
Of repaying me.
Yep. It's crazy, man. Because I don't know. I think about it a lot, especially with our pit bull that we have, the one that went through training and stuff. I know he went to 2 homes before me, not to mention his birth home. You know what I mean? So then when we dropped him off for training was shortly after, like 3 weeks into having him. And I was like, fuck, does he feel like he's being dropped off at another home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's even little things like when we took him to Kernville for the weekend, it was his own little vacation. The other 2 dogs didn't come. Yeah. Only he came. He's staying in the hotel with us, sleeping in the bed with us. It was all about him. They don't eat people food. We do not feed our dogs people food.
Nope,
I got him a burger patty at one of the restaurants. You know what I mean? It was his weekend. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, does he think that when we're on our way here, because my wife drove the van full of all the booze, I'm like, when we're driving here, we're putting only his stuff in our bag, right? And he's watching. He watches us, and only he's getting in the car. Does he think that we're taking him somewhere again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking about that, and then of course he has this amazing weekend where he thought Kernville was an event for him to get pets.
Yes.
Because he's with us walking around the campground and everything. He was with us the whole time. So he's just boom, boom, getting pets from people and just oh, these people came out to come give me pets. He fucking loved it, but you never, it's a trip because even our female that we have, so my male and female of the other 2 are from the same litter, but we had the male before the female. The female came from a person that took the female from the litter to San Diego and couldn't keep her. We didn't get her till 2 months after we got the male. And she acted really weird for a solid year. She didn't know if this was her home or not. And then a year after we had her, it just clicked.
Yeah.
And she was curling up with us, and her whole demeanor changed. No, I'm home now. And not that she ever looked back at the dude that dropped her off. It was the weirdest thing. She we brought him out. We were living in Fullerton. We were in this little grass area in the front yard. We brought him out, and they started meeting again, right? They started playing right away. She never looked back at the guy. He literally left and drove off. She never looked back, and then we just opened the front door, and she just went inside the house.
Wow.
She didn't fucking even like that guy, it was weird like that. And then that day, I remember we have a picture. They were both sleeping on the same bed, almost spooning. You know what I mean? They were back together. And they're inseparable. You can't, it's a weird relationship they have, but it's a trip just everything that dogs change, because I've had dogs my whole life.
Oh,
but
they change your outlook on life.
I've had them my whole life since a kid, right? We always had dogs, but I don't feel like I've ever had my own dog.
Yeah.
Until now, like to these 3 that we have.
Yeah.
Like there's this other connection I have with them that I never had with our dogs as kids, you know, like, or even like, you know, dogs my kids had when, you know, we were all together. Like, you know, they had their own little dog, and I liked the dog. It wasn't like I didn't like the dog.
Make no mistake, but then when the kid goes to bed, the dog goes in the room with the kid, and that's it. You know, you're not hanging out. That dog's that kid's dog.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and I when with these 2, like with Barry and Clyde, with our first 2, it's like I have these. The connection is like insane.
Yeah.
You know, and then now with the little guy Floyd, you know, this little motherfucker, it's even weirder with him because he's the pit bull he's that full blown pit bull mentality, and like it's like a totally different kind of love.
Yeah.
It's weird how there's such a beast of an animal. Like, they're fucking monsters.
They could kill you.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
Not a problem.
And how loving.
Yeah.
And sweet. I mean, he likes to get up on top of the couch like a cat, and then he'll just fucking rest his head right on top of my head and go to sleep right there. And you're just fucked. You can't even move your head now.
Yeah.
You know, like, because his head weighs like 20 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
And you're just stuck right there, and you got drool dripping down your forehead and shit, you know. And you're gonna stay there until he wakes up. You know, like they're a trip, man.
I call that pet paralysis. when a dog's laying across your lap, you don't want to wake him up because you just ate the most peaceful fucking thing ever. You know,
it's great, man. You know, and it's just.
He shows me what's funny is like when I get home, you know, the rare times I have to, like last week was kind of a rough week for him probably because I was on my motorcycle every night.
Yep.
He can't come with me then, you know.
Yep.
So I keep him in. Originally, I was going to try and kennel train him. That wasn't working for me or him. So now I just lock him in the bedroom. That's his favorite spot. That's where we sleep at night, whatever. And so, you know, my scent's there, so it's all good, you know. I do have one of those little Furbo cameras.
Oh,
I can watch them. I don't really need to anymore, you know.
Do you shoot the treats out of it and shit?
No, I didn't do any of that. I didn't want him to know that he was being watched. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, he went from like howling and crying and all that shit to now he's handling it good. But he lets me know how fucking strong he is because I let him eventually. When I get too old, he's gonna start hurting me. But he fucking when I come in the room and open the door, it's game on. He beats the living shit out of me celebrating. He's happy.
Yep.
He does this thing where I jump on the bed and I'll kind of cover up. He jumps off the bed and then comes and gets his zoomies and jumps back on and slams into me, you know. And then what I try and do is I try and grab him. I'm like, okay, easy. And he's just having a total freak out, super like celebrating. And I can't. I'm with all my strength. I can't fucking control him. I can't grab him. That's when you remember, like, yo, as loving as he is, these dogs are fucking beasts, man.
They're monsters.
Couldn't
they're
stop
so
them if
powerful.
you tried, man.
Oh God, you know, like, but they're so funny, man. All of a sudden, what was it, yesterday, the day before yesterday? We were just sitting there on the couch, you know, watching television or whatever, and the little guy, we call him little guy, you know, he's got like 40 fucking names, you know, and he likes to go out the dog door. Right, we got 2 sliding glass doors to our house. He goes out, goes in the backyard, comes to the other window, and he'll just look in the other one because it's closed, like. And we just go around, motherfucker. You know where you came from, you know, like. And then the other day he walked around, and then he went to the window right there, like there, you know, we got 2 windows in the corner, like that. And he goes to the window, and the blind's just up enough to where you can just see his eyes, and he's just staring at us. And I'm like, you fucking little weirdo, man.
He's got a serial killer stare too.
Yeah,
so.
he does. He's a little creep sometimes, man. But fuck, you know, it's just crazy how attached they are, how loving they are, like, and you know, it's funny because like my male and the other ones, that's my wife's dog. You know, like, he loves me, you can tell, but he's so attached to my wife. You know what I mean? Like, he would, if my wife died, he would eat her. You know, kind of deal. Like, you know, he is 100% attached to her. Our female, I feel, is more attached to me, but still, like, my female is the protector, big time.
Yeah.
With me, my female, I can take her in the public. I can take her around people. When we stop walking, she likes to just go behind me because she's not a people person.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't. She's real chill, but she's good. She don't need to be pet and stuff. Like, don't touch her. She's not. That's not her. What she's about. But if my wife takes her somewhere, or if my wife's alone at the shop without me or something like that, she barks at people. She knows, like, I'm gone. it's time to fucking work, you know, like she's the one who kills all the lizards in the backyard and
Yeah.
squirrels, like she's the fucking one. And the little guy now, he's following her footsteps. He's out in the backyard trying to hunt lizards and like all this shit. And I'm like, oh, this might be bad.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to, and then go into the new property. And right now we're living on like a quarter acre. There's no fucking, they can barely run. Like going to the new property, we're going to be on 3 acres.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit's going to go down out
You
there.
have all
Chasing-
kinds of little animals.
Chasing rabbits and all
Oh,
that shit.
fuck, man. Like the guy said that they got like a coveys of quails that come through there.
Yeah.
I told my wife that last night. She's like, not anymore.
Yeah. True.
I'm like, yep, they're going to fucking kill everything.
Raccoons, yeah.
Yeah.
He got into it with a raccoon the other night and pissed me off to no end.
Did the raccoon win?
No, fuck no.
Did he get a hold of it?
I just don't want him doing that. He didn't kill it. I made him let it
Oh.
go, but the thing fucking limped away all fucked up. I don't want him having that. You know, they trick you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He knew that fucker when he smelt him,
Yep.
and he wanted to go outside, and it wasn't a normal time for him to. I'm like, what, you got the shits or something? I'm like, all right, well, I don't want the shit in the house.
Yep.
I opened the door, and he fucking beelines it for the back. He knew the fucking raccoon was there. It was a big boy, too.
Fuck.
And, yeah, I mean, if Blue wasn't Blue, the serial killer that he is, he would have got handled by that raccoon.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a big boy. So I'm like, leave him the fuck alone. He's been in this neighborhood for 20-something years now, and now you're going to fucking kill him? Fucking asshole. So I yelled at him. I gave him the fucking, I can't say the word, but I gave him the because he bums him out when I say it, but
Yeah.
that's the stop.
Yep.
And then he let the fucking thing go, and I was just like, why are you like this, you know?
'Cause he's your
Leave him
dog.
the fuck alone, man. I could trust him around other dogs. I would never leave the house with him and another dog in a room together.
Yeah.
Um,
Even our two males will get in a little tussle every once in a while.
yeah. I just, it's not worth the risk, the slight chance. So, you know, pit bulls. If you're a pit bull owner, that you live by different rules with them. You just don't do certain things.
Yeah.
And I trust them. We go out places and these shitty golden retrievers and these other fuckwad dogs that are supposed to be so good, snap at him, bark at him, and he just fucking
Minds his
the
own.
confidence he has is funny
yeah.
because he looks at him like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like that's the dog version of internet tough guy. Like,
Yeah.
let your owner drop that leash and let mine drop.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
you know?
Yo.
So he's so good like that, but wild animals like raccoons, fucking coyotes. We got these wild pigs.
The
Like an
javelinas.
Arizona boar, the javelinas.
Yeah.
He goes after them, and I'm like, dude,
That's a gnarly
leave
one
them
to
all
go after
alone.
too.
They were
yeah.
here before you, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Oh, fuck.
He's got a. It's like a.
It's complex.
It's a weird beef. Maybe they're sending signals to him of like, "What's up, domesticated pussy? Like,
Right?
can't live out here with us anymore." You know?
Yeah, you can't camp out here, brother.
No, I went through that with because I had that one dog I adopted, Rhino, the Corso, and then
Oh, Cane Corso will do damage to anything.
That's
out
see,
there.
that's the thing is he's scary. He's fucking abnormally big
Yeah.
for the breed, and he looks because his ears are cropped and he looks scary, and he's a prick most of the time with people until you sit down, then he wants all the love. And Lacey has he's about like 150 pounds. Lacey has a American Bulldog Pit Bull mix.
Oh, fatty.
Senior boy. He's 145 pounds. Doesn't look like it because he's sockier,
Yeah,
but he's looks like a fucking seal.
yeah, that's big. That's heavy.
And but their Rhino has to be I thought he might have like alpha issues, but I think he's just being a prick.
Yeah.
Apollo has alpha issues, but he's a senior, gray face, just
Yeah, he's
I had to build a ramp out of the doggy door for him.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And so we kept him when we moved in together. It was the first time introducing him, so I separated him for the first month. I put dog gates in all the rooms, so one can be on the floor or on the first floor, and then one can be on the second floor, but they can never be on the floor at the same time. They can sniff through the gate, and they weren't attacking the gate. They would sleep by the gates together.
Yeah.
And then finally one day I used to get on the kids because they would leave the gate open and the dog would start wandering around. And then finally I left the gate open, and then I walked outside, and they were kind of just outside, just sniffing each other. And then the old man wanted to play, and they started playing, and they've been, just tight.
Yeah.
And Apollo was sick. The American Bulldog Pit Mix, he was sick. He ate something, and it fucked him up. and he wasn't doing good. And fucking Rhino would not. We have a landing because the stairs, go up and then it turns. That landing, it's Apollo's spot. And fucking Rhino was all over him. Just would not. Was sleeping next to him anytime he was up in the hallway. The only time they ever and Rhino, as big as he is, it's rough because Apollo, his legs aren't there like they used to be. So if you move him too fast, he'll fall over, and so he'll want to play, and then Rhino will give him one good push, like let's go, and then fucking Apollo will just roll over on his back.
Tipping and shit.
But then he'll just lay there on his back, and it's like fuck it, I'm just gonna lay right here, But it's been a mission to. It still is because I mean the neighbors got dogs. The dogs are wild.
Yeah.
I mean all dogs. And they chase the fences. So when one dog's barking at the fence, the other one comes up, and the next thing you know, they start to turn on each other a little bit.
Yeah.
It sounds like a pack of grizzly bears out there just fighting. So I'm just like, fuck. So for a while there, we weren't letting them outside when we weren't home. But Lacey works from home, so she's able to, go out
Keep
there.
Keep an eye on them.
Yeah. But other than that, the only thing I don't do is I don't leave the dogs alone. As much as I trust them, I trust those dogs, completely. But I won't leave my son alone in the room just because they're so big and they love to just lay on.
Oh yeah.
Lay on you. So I'm afraid they'll just crush the baby. But yeah, it's the things we do to make sure these dogs work.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It's because you can't. The two males, they'll start when we start playing with them. If they start playing tug of war together, it's fucking over. You got to separate them. Or else it'll go to the point where they're fucking going after each other. But like our one Barry, he's got crazy skin allergies. He goes to a fucking dermatologist. I have to do injections every Monday on him and shit. Like fucking Gucci dog, dude, costs so much fucking money. And so Amy was giving him a bath the other day. So I was like, oh, we have one of those tug of war ropes, but it never comes out because if those two get a fucking hold of it, they're gonna get in a fight. And I pulled it out for Floyd because Barry was in the shower, and we're playing with it. Oh, fuck, man. He was just loving the shit out of it. And then Barry came out, so we had to put it away, and he was so sad.
we have to do that with the toys because Apollo turns into a dick.
Yep.
And because Rhino won't push back on Apollo. If Apollo wants it, Apollo's going to get it, and he'll give it to the old man. And so he'll come take the ball. Any chance, like, Rhino will go get it. When you're playing fetch, Rhino will go get it, and then Apollo will go to Rhino. So he doesn't have to chase the ball. He just walks over to him and then takes the ball out of his mouth.
Oh yeah. And
then he eats it. That's the problem, is he eats the ball. So we have a closet full of toys, and whenever Apollo's upstairs, we'll throw ropes and stuff like that and let Rhino play with it.
Yep.
Then as soon as I hear the old man walking down the stairs, we start fucking gathering it up like it's fucking porno mags. Like, oh, stash him. Like,
yeah,
man, it's a bummer, but I mean,
it is.
In order to have that kind of that peaceful, situation going on in there, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's crazy because we have to do, like, we can have certain things out, but you just know. Like after Born Free, on that Sunday, my wife left because we had two vehicles there. She left and she comes home, and I'm pulling a trailer with all the bikes and bullshit. I get home 20, 30 minutes after her, maybe an hour or something. I get home and she's like holding her fucking hand and shit. I'm like, what happened? I got home and they've been home all weekend by themselves, so they were all fucking jealous as shit, and they greeted her, and then fucking them two just fucking bumped heads and started fighting each other. And of course, she puts her fucking hand in there.
Oh no!
And it's a second, and like every time they get into a tussle, she somehow manages to fucking get affected by it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
Fucking gotta Spartan kick these motherfuckers or
Yeah.
something. You can't be putting your hands in there and shit. But
Hell no.
She got it right here in the meat pad of your palm. Fuck, it took like a good solid month because it was, she got pinched, boom, with a tooth.
You guys don't have the drop and freeze word?
No.
I've got two words. I got the kill word for him,
Uh-huh.
and then I got the drop and freeze.
No.
And he fucking, it's wild. I can't even.
Yeah.
I don't. Those words are never said when.
How did you teach that?
It took about. I'd say, so when I got him back, is when I slowly said, like, I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to make him the dog that I want him to be, Because not everybody's, a trained dog isn't everybody's cup of tea.
Did you have to research how to do it all, or did you already kind of have
I just said I wanted to just do it myself, I did a lot of reading on, like, their instincts and their behavior, like, just trip me out. Like, we'll be out on a walk sometime, and if there is a coyote around, he circles me. He gets a real tight circle around me, and that's him protecting.
Yeah.
I course, went home and Googled that immediately because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I'm with the leash and everything. Turn a corner, 2 coyotes in the fucking front yard, big boys too.
Yeah.
And then it was on for him. I had to pull him back. And so with situations like that is when I started using those words, of like, that word is a discourage word. Like, do not, and then he hits the ground and fucking, that's it. He just goes right to the fucking ground.
Huh.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's not something I ever fuck around with, though, especially the kill one, because I did it once to scare somebody off that was in my recycling bin, and it almost went. I could have lost fucking everything. He was gonna kill the guy.
Wow.
So I was like, shit, it really fucking works, man.
Yeah.
And then also on a leash, not too long ago, there was a tweaker bugging a family over at this Chick-fil-A, where it's all outdoor seating, And I thought, I just wish there was. Sometimes I feel like there's like a halfway point with him, but there isn't. Where I just want him to kind of bark, get up on his legs, and do that thing where spit's flying everywhere, And then I'm like, oh, easy there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. It's full bore. I'm doing everything I can to hold him back until I say the word, or it's all business or this.
Yeah.
What I mean, happy boy. So, I mean, that's it. Like, and I never bothered to. It works so well. I never bothered to throw a middle gear one in, for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. Yeah, I don't.
It's fucking wild, man. It's wild to see it. He's going to work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When you do that, he's going to work.
Yeah, we've never been in a situation like I'm curious. Like the other 2 dogs have no training, So I'd be curious though because they're so close to us. I'd be curious to see what would happen if we were put into a situation where it was like that, like where it's game on, because I think they would understand just instinctively, bad guy, but yeah, we've never put that into play, and the stop one would probably be the best one.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten to fights 3 times, and it's always the little man. Little man always ends up fucking a little bloody. Yeah. He always gets the shit end of the stick, even though I know he could fucking take the other one. You know what I mean? He's just he's a more of a passive dog, I guess. But and it's not like the other one's a fucking tough guy either. Because it's so fucking annoying when it happens. They go at it, it's fucking ridiculous, and you got to fucking clean up some blood.
Yeah.
And then then the one that made the other one bleeding is over here licking the blood off of him and stuff. It's like
some shit we can understand.
Yeah. Then they're laying together, because they know they done fucked up and they shouldn't have done that. They don't know why they did it anyways.
Yeah.
It's like they're like best friends, but it's like it's like I guess it's the thing I was saying.
I
they
think
should yell at each other.
For them it is playing, but now it's beyond a human's comfort level.
Yeah.
Some of my friends just say, well, that's pit bull shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come home, you open the door, and the fucking room's full of blood.
Yep.
That's pit bull shit.
Yeah.
It happens. I don't believe that,
We've never had it happen when we're not there.
That's untrained pit bull shit,
Yeah.
But then again, there is also that side of things that there's shit that we just don't, a human can never understand.
Yeah.
They are playing. This is the time where it's like, well, we're going to decide who the fucking alpha is.
Yep.
And then we break it up.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, I guess we'll fucking finish this shit some other time.
Yeah, right.
Just keeps building up.
Yep.
So it's a strange thing. I know it's a challenge because I was this fucking close to picking up another little blue.
Yeah.
One showed up at the shelter that fucking grabbed me by the neck, man. I was just like, I
don't know how you do that shit,
man.
That's
everybody always asks that. They're like, how the fuck do you get so close to these dogs and you get to know them and then they're gone, but they're not really gone.
No.
Most of the time it's somebody from my Instagram, hopefully, that I see the dog pop up on my stories all the time. People are thrilled and the dog's getting spoiled, like
Ruben and Eddie.
Yep, that's they're the one of still to this day. And they were pretty early in the game for me. Like they were probably like the, 30th dog that I found a home for.
Yeah.
And I still remember them. I remember from start to finish. I was so happy because that dog probably still to this day took the longest for me. I had to post him like 5 or 6 times.
He's like fake ass blind. That dog's not fucking blind, dude.
I know.
I've hung out with that dog. A fake ass blind dog.
I know.
He pretends he's blind.
milking it.
His eyes are like cloudy, like he's blind. I did some tests on him. I was doing some shit, and that motherfucker was watching me. I'm like, you ain't blind, motherfucker.
Tell you what, in the shelter, he was blind as shit though. 'Cause he was barking at the wall.
Yeah.
You know, and then I would film that and put it on Instagram, and I'd yell at him. I'd be like, "You don't even know what you're barking at right now, do you?"
They probably gave him some creatine or something that fucking helped his eyes.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah. Ruben probably had some kind of, did some kind of jujitsu hold, like just forced the oxygen into his eyeballs.
Yeah, because I remember when going over there when I met, because I think at that time was when Eddie was working for us. And then they got him, and I went over to their apartment for something, and he was there, and I'm like messing with them, and I'm like doing stuff, and he's like, watch, like, going with my emotions and stuff. I told him this motherfucker ain't blind, but now he's a cool dog. It's nice to see.
When you could be blind and a dog, and when you're spoiled to that level and have that much love and guidance, you see just the way. I mean, it looks to me like that's Eddie's dog.
Oh yeah.
That dog doesn't have a fucking worry in the world. He knows he ain't gonna fall down no stairs, or they're not gonna let him get hurt. So he just kind of trots his way through life. It looks like, and they have that crazy sense of smell and hearing, which helps. But I honestly just think it's just the trust.
Oh yeah,
he just trusts that. Well, I'm gonna go about my day and I'm not gonna get hurt because they're not gonna let me walk into a tree or something like that.
It's my problem. I don't know if I can go in those shelters like that and not like not take them home.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah,
it's rough.
I
but
bet.
The reward.
Yeah,
like I said, people ask me all the time. They're like, "Don't you just get depressed? Everywhere you look, there's a sad dog face." And I'm like, "Yeah, it hurts, but this exists no matter what.
Yep.
Dog shelters exist. People abuse and abandon dogs for some fucked up reason.
Yep.
There's nothing I can do about that. But if I could just go where it all started was." I just wanted to just get out of the house. It started at the worst time in my life, and I would go down there and just find the most, the most detached pit bull I could find. One that just fucking hates humans, has had the worst life. And it would be kind of fun for me I would just sit in front of his cage and talk to him. And he'd growl. He would be vexed for like 15, 20 minutes until he just got tired of being angry.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, are you ready to come and hang out? Like, trust me, it's better to be friends with me.
Yeah.
Come over here. Let me fucking scratch you a little bit.
Sounds like a lot of people we know.
Slowly come over. Yeah, no shit, man. Come over and give him love. And the next thing you know, like within 30 minutes, that dog went from wanting to kill me to giving him love. And then people walk by at the shelter and they're like, hey, don't put your hands in there. He's a bad dog, or he's got these things. And I'm like, I think everything's going to be okay,
Yeah.
And then finally, the idea popped into my head where I'm like, I don't know how many followers I had then, 20,000 or something, like I was like, somebody on this fucking list is going to want this dog.
Yeah.
It was just a cool dog. And I did a little description and I was like, fuck it, I'll pay for it too. I really want to see one of my friends with this dog,
Yeah.
And then one got adopted, and it was the same addiction that you feel the first time you have fun on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. First time you have fun skateboarding, it grabs you.
Yeah.
And that was it for me, man. I'm like, I want to find homes for all the dogs, but it's definitely a quality over quantity thing.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush to get to 500. I have goals,
Yeah.
But I'm in no fucking hurry. I want the dogs because all I ask is, please spoil the shit out of this dog. If you're a normal person, I don't want you to have this dog.
Yeah.
I want you to be a dog-loving psychopath.
Yep.
That is going to fuss over this dog. If you need examples, I'll give them to you. I'll give you Ruben and Edie's Instagram. You know what I mean? This is how I want this dog to be treated. If you're one of those people that don't believe dogs should be on furniture.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Please, with all due respect, fine. You like nice furniture. I like dogs more.
Yeah.
Get another dog. Don't do one of mine.
Yep.
I have an agreement and an attachment with these dogs. I want to see them live. They've had enough of no's and bads and whatever. So that's my goal for me. And it's also it's an awareness thing. Bringing Blue along. This was unplanned, of course. Bringing Blue everywhere. I swear to at least 2 to 3 people a week tell me like, or they ask me like, can I pet your dog? And they pet him and they're like, God, until this day, I was so fucking terrified of pit bulls, but he's so cute.
Yeah.
And it seems like you have him so under control and everything's so cool. I felt the need to pet him and give him love. And I'm like, listen, he's just an average pit bull. That's the way they all are.
Yeah.
It's bad ownership,
100%.
bad breeding, and you just have to detune him. You have to give him love. That's what fixes this shit.
Love, big time. Love.
It's all love.
Oh, fuck.
So for me, it's like I just kind of raised some awareness there of like that person might not go out and get a pit bull and it might not change his whole life, you know? But when he sees a pit now, he's not going to be like, oh, fuck, get that fucking dog away from me.
Yeah,
You know?
big time.
He might want to walk over and give it love. Who knows what it might lead to.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's crazy how much love they want.
Yeah.
They love. Oh, my little guy, he likes to get just like full blown like mouth to mouth kisses.
Yeah.
He wants to give him kisses right on his mouth. He loves it.
Oh, dude, I
goes
hold him like a fucking baby.
Oh yeah.
No shame.
Yeah.
No shame at all. They have no ego at all.
It's ridiculous.
People laugh at Blue all the time. but
Dogs will
what
have
a
you doing
fucking-
weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't even fucking care about it.
No, I could give a fuck about some
Yeah,
asshole's
no,
opinion. I feel sorry. I always find myself feeling sorry for people that, you know, whether it's an extreme where they're scared of them or they just don't, dogs haven't grabbed them. They're not feeling dogs. They're into other things or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck that might be. I just feel like, man, how much is that person missing out in life?
Big time.
God
Yeah,
damn,
I don't
dude.
understand people who aren't dog people.
Yeah.
Cats.
Yeah.
Psh, fuck a cat.
And I try not to prejudge anybody, but yeah, if I know off the bat that there's no love for dogs, like, well, we ain't gonna have much. I don't really want to be around you.
Yeah,
either, you know?
it definitely changes things because it takes a lot of compassion and understanding and like involvement to be on the level of the way we treat our dogs.
Yeah,
You know, and the dogs we choose to fuck with.
yeah.
You know, from fucking giant cane corsos to these dogs.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, there's a handful of other
Liabilities
breeds.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah, a handful of other breeds that align with that, you know, but we're not fucking out here fucking with Labradors and, you know,
Yeah.
which, I mean, all dogs can be equally aggressive, but the fact of the matter of these dogs, the rap they have,
Yeah,
and you know,
Labradors bite and injure. These
Yep.
dogs can kill.
yeah, you know, these, and the breeding of these dogs have created something different to make them do so,
Yeah.
you know, and some of the dogs that you're rescuing have come from really bad environments,
Yep.
you know, and then put that shit in their brain, and it's some are easy to detune, some are not, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had to deal with that, but from what I've seen, and it looks like, you know, that love will it just flips that to the other
Yeah.
direction, you know, like, you know, like it's funny that too, like that I've never seen it until we were in Kernville in the hotel, was that Pit Bull and Parolee show.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, never watched it before.
Oh, I fucking
Yeah.
watched that shit.
And I'm just like, oh, whatever. There was just nothing else on the TV for, you know,
Cool
early in
family.
the morning or something, you know.
Tia
Yeah.
Torres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I started watching it, and and it's the same thing, you know. It's like these dogs, and some of them they're rescuing from the side of the road, some rescuing from bad situations or whatever, and you just watch these dogs just evolve into this loving, caring animal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it is crazy, man. Like,
And what they do for that person too.
yep,
You know?
yep. I mean, fuck, dude, these
They're
monsters.
They're on it. Like, I love all dogs.
Yep.
You know, like
Oh, yeah.
throw me in a room with all of them. I
Yep.
fucking love all of them. I'd say the least on my favorite is like I'd still run into a burning building for the little fucker, but like Chihuahuas are probably my least. The ones that kind of
Yeah.
grab me the least.
Not a
And then
Chihuahua fan either.
Pit bulls, obviously. I hate to say it, but they are. There's dogs, and then there's pit bulls.
Yeah.
Pit bulls are on another fucking level.
Yeah.
And cane corsos are in there as well. The big, scary,
Yep.
misunderstood, big-headed, goofy motherfuckers that only certain people can understand.
After
Those are my dogs.
after I talked to Steve, after I had put my last dog down, I kind of got into my head. It's you know, from what Steve was telling me, it takes a certain kind of person, you know, to be able to handle these kind of things and take those kind of take on those responsibilities and stuff like that. You can't just give you know, pit bull type breeds,
Yeah.
massive and stuff like that to any old,
It's not a
you
Shih
know,
Tzu.
Joe
Yeah.
Blow. You know what I
No.
mean? Like you can't just rescue any dog. And after that, I mean, I spent 9 years. I mean, for the first year of Drago's life, never spent a night away from him for the first year I had him. And I mean, that was probably the best dog, I think, just because I had him for the first year. I was able to do everything that I wanted to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I never saw the issues that people say, like, oh, they're prone to these type of behavioral things, whatever. I didn't have that. And then, no, but I see it in Rhino now because I didn't have him for his first year. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's something we're working on, but I told myself, you know, after when I got him, I was like, from here on out, I'm always going to have at least one rescue. Because I follow the rescues for the Corsos, and it's a special breed that I've done, not that I'm a trainer, but I've worked with a trainer to help. She's helped me, and she's helped Rhino. You know, we've had several sessions, like, you know what I mean, just to help me understand more. You know what I mean? Where I'm at the point where I'm always going to have one. I'm following the rescues. You know, when the time comes.
So there's
and I can get
Corso specific rescues. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get dumped.
I didn't think there was enough of them out there.
No, so the one that I follow, the main one that I follow, they
when you see one out in the streets, you're like, oh fuck, look, it's one of those.
Yeah, you rarely see them.
Yeah, beast.
They deal like mastiffs in general, pressas and stuff like that, and you know, they cater more to the mastiffs, but the Corsos are like their main. They grab from all over the country and stuff like that. So I keep my eye on there. Just in, you know, I have 2 giant dogs right now. That's all I can handle. But you know, Apollo, some point Apollo's time will come, and you know, not replace him, but we're gonna open up the house to another dog, another rescue that we can help.
Yep.
You know, or at least a foster. You know what I mean? Because we can do it, and that's, I feel that's like our gift.
Yeah.
Like you have the gift with this, he's got the gift with all the dogs. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I can go to the pound and get like a Chihuahua pug, whatever, you know, stuff like that.
Puggle.
Anybody can get one of those dogs though and be okay.
Yeah.
For the most part, but these big dogs get left behind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just because it's something that people don't. It's like buying a fixer-up bike. You know what I mean? Like this bike doesn't look good now, but put some work into it, and it's gonna be my fucking dream bike.
Oh, same thing.
You know, or car or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel it's the same way. I don't want to compare dogs to cars and stuff like that, but it's the same kind of concept. You know what I mean?
It is.
Just need some love.
We've always, you know, there's dogs that you want, right? Like I would always like to have a Frenchie. I think they're cute little fucking dogs, right? They look kind of little mean, you know, but you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You got to buy that dog. Outrageous amount of money too.
Yeah.
There's so many of these dogs that just need help.
Yep.
I think me and my wife are on the same page. Like we'll never buy a dog.
Yeah.
We will only rescue dogs. You know what I mean? Like our first dog, he came. My buddy rescued a blue nose pit on the side of the road in Atalanto, brought it home. It had 9 puppies. So that's where the 2 dogs that we have came from before. You know what I mean? So we got one of his puppies, and then the other guy had to get rid of one that he took. We took that one in, and then this one, one of my machinists that does some of our manufacturing, he got it when it was only this big. You know, I've seen Floyd. I've seen him since he was this big.
Yeah.
And he took, and then I didn't know he got rid of it. And then one day I'm sitting on the couch drunk, and fucking he calls me. I need your help. I gotta find a home for you know, the dog. And
I remember this text also.
I'm drunk, and me and my wife were having just day drinks. You know, it was like a Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We're day drinking on the couch, chilling, and I'm just like, bring him over.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah.
Bring him on over. And we took him ever since then. Like he's you know, and it's like there's so many. I think it takes a special person, or you know, just a different mentality, I think, to have these dogs and to treat them the way we do, and like be on the level with them. But once you are, it's like I can't imagine having a different dog.
Ah, yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna go out and get a Labrador. I'm not gonna go out like a Shih Tzu fucking running around my yard and shit. You know, like it ain't gonna ever happen. You know, like I'm gonna have pit bulls, and I'm gonna treat them how they need to be treated, and show them the love and respect they deserve. You know, and like you said, like being almost. I mean, I don't put it out there a lot on our social or anything, but, you know, at the same time, taking him to events and taking him out in the public, and you know, he goes into restaurants with us and shit, you know, like we utilize the training that he had put into play, you know, and he goes out and does that. And I think doing that is kind of somewhat, I guess, being an advocate, right, for people to see that they're not pieces of shit.
Yes.
You know, like, oh, he's so cute. Can I pet him? He's so beautiful. Yeah, pet him. You know, and he'll just chill and, you know, like, and he'll take it. He loves it. He wants to be pet, you know.
People handle it different ways, too. Some people are just genuinely impressed, like, wow, he's such a good boy.
Yep.
And then there's people that are so proud of their Labrador that they've got $15,000 worth of training into.
Yeah.
That still barks at him when I walk on the patio.
Yeah.
To go have breakfast, and he's not doing nothing. He's supposed to be the bad guy.
Yep.
And you can feel that person's frustration
and
anger of like, fuck, you know, like, that's supposed to be a bad dog. You're supposed to be a good dog.
Right.
What the fuck?
You know what's funny is when you pulled up and Blue hopped out and Blue came over and said what's up to everybody. The first thing I thought in my head was, oh, another pit bull. Like not like, oh, he's a good pit.
Yeah.
That's what a fucking dog is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny to see these people though, like that buy, and you know what kind of person I'm talking about, that'll buy like a Great Dane or something, like, you know, these big ass fucking dogs. They don't know how to do any kind of training with the dog. The dog's not gone through any kind of training, and the dog is just fucking dragging the fucking owner behind him and shit, you know. And those are the dogs that are gonna get fucked up by these dogs though.
Yeah.
Because those dogs overstep their boundaries, and as you know, and it's their owner's fault.
Yeah.
You know, and coming up and rolling up on another dog just, you know, because maybe that dog's still a fucking 10-foot tall puppy, but you can't just roll up on other dogs, no matter what breed they are. You can't just let them do that. And the owner is just being, I've watched this happen. I'm clueless. Like, yeah, just clueless and being drugged behind, you know, this giant fucking beast of a dog who wants to go visit, but you don't know if that dog's nice to other dogs. Some dogs, like, that's why we don't take our other male out in public. He gets dog aggression. Yeah. He doesn't fucking like other dogs unless it's just him and the other dog. If it's him and his sister and Floyd and there's another dog, it's fucking like game on. Yeah. Like they're dicks, you know? So you get to stay in the motorhome, but Floyd can come out, or like, you know, I'll take my female out because she's okay around it. You know, again, though, as long as he's not with her. You put them, when we walk, it was the weirdest shit, man. We used to take them to the dog park since they were little puppies. Like, we wanted them to be dog friendly, right? And we thought that was this good spot. They can run around with other dogs and chill and be good. 6-7 months, you know, into that, doing it all the time, all of a sudden, them two, like, synced up like little raptors and would start fucking just working a dog out of the fucking pack when they're all running together. They get one dog aside and then just start fucking with it. Like, they're not trying to bite it or nothing, but they would just, you could tell they were picking on him. You know, like a bunch of bullies and shit. I'm like, man, what a bunch of dicks. And then even when we got Floyd, when the first day Floyd came to the house, oh, fuck. It was hard, man. We had to put everybody on leashes and stuff. And for my other male, it was game on. He did not want that dog in his house. Yeah. He was like, fuck this. He's fucking just treading on the tile trying to get to him, you know? And it took like 30 minutes for him to chill out and like realizing it. Took weeks for him to realize like this motherfucker ain't going nowhere, you know?
You've got to be patient, man. Yeah. When you see a very well-behaved dog somewhere.
Yep.
He wasn't born like that.
Fuck no.
It takes time.
It does.
It takes time. And there's days where you're like, fuck, is it even worth it? You know?
Yep. Because they're puppies for like 2 years. You know?
Such knuckleheads, man.
Yeah. And it's finally like the third year they finally like chill out, you know, and like, oh, okay, I know what I need to do now. But, you know, for 2 solid years, they're just fucking crazies. Yeah. And that's where Floyd's still at. He's going to be 2 next Memorial. And he's a fucking psychopath. Yeah. I'll just send you something, but he's a monster, dude. Like, because we only feed our dogs raw meat. So we're like, we go the extra step. We eat the meal prep for these motherfuckers.
Damn.
We're not buying just chunks of raw meat from Stater Brothers and shit. We have a butcher out in Garden Grove that grinds up organs and bone inside raw meat, like the beef. Yeah. And he grinds it all together, and we buy it in frozen blocks. And then we have to cut everything and weigh it out, so we know how much each dog is eating every day.
God damn.
Yeah, so we have, like, I was cutting meat this morning. Like, we'll fucking cut up, like, 5, 6, 7 days and then freeze a bunch of little baggies. They got their little initials on them, and then, you know, each one eats X amount per day, like, for breakfast and for and dinner, you know. So it's a lot, especially traveling. This year we traveled to South Dakota with them. You know, we were on the road for 2 weeks. Yeah. We didn't take any food for us. The first fucking couple days was just all meat and shit in the freezer for them. Oh and we could go shopping as the meat was eaten. You know what I mean? Wow. So it's like, it's some like there's a little bit more to it with what our regimen is for them.
Of course.
But God, what that's done for him, like the little guy, his physique is like Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger, man. That dude, he's got no fat, 0 fat. Our dogs are our other 2 dogs are 6 years old apiece now. And usually around that time they thicken up and stuff and they like slow down. Dude, they're just on their game still, nonstop. They're fucking both super lean. Like, we take them to the vet, you know, they go do their checkups all the time. And they're like, oh, my female just went, and she's like, oh, she's like perfect physical shape. Yeah. You know, she's the exact right weight she should be. Like, everything is dialed. And like, boy, though, he's like got fucking veins sticking out of his arms and shit. Like, he scares me when he lokes up.
Juicy.
And he'll just sit on the couch sometimes, like propped up like that. He's got pops his titties all out, like fucking bouncing him around and shit. I'm like, where the fuck you learn how to do that?
Yeah.
Like, he's just a monster. And he's like, it's funny because he looks a lot like Loki, like they're coloring. He has the same exact coloring, but he's only got one gray eye patch and the other side's white.
Oh.
You know, and then he's got this white neck. And like when you take his collar off, because sometimes at home we'll just take their collars off, it makes his neck look like it went from this size to like this size. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. But he's a monster. But he's awesome. I don't know what else to do, you know? Like he just, it's a different fucking thing to have these dogs.
Totally.
You know, I don't know.
Wouldn't change a goddamn thing, though.
Nope.
No. Well, fuck. Well, Danny, I think that's good for round
fun.
1.
How far in are
That
we?
was a fucking long one.
I don't know. How far in are we, Alex? Almost 4 hours.
So that's an average SDC podcast. So
Yeah. We just go till, you know.
shit was fun though, man.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm
Exactly
glad
what
you
I
came
thought it would be.
I will definitely have you on again. We'll do round 2.
Hell yeah.
You
I'm
know.
down. I'm always down to come up.
Yeah, we got to get a Chip or Mikey to come up one of these days.
Oh,
with you too.
God.
I don't know if we can have both on at the same time. It might be too much chaos.
Yeah, all they do is they argue the whole fucking time, but that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah, we have to. Well, oh, you know what we'll do when we move it to the, you know, cross all fingers, move it to the property. We can have more chairs.
Couches.
Yep, couches, casting couch.
Oh, shit.
See whose butthole's getting licked then.
Flip the cushions over.
All right, brother. Well, where can people find you if they don't know you already?
I guess just Instagram.
Yeah.
And we always get confused with this. It's Danny, and I want to say 7 underscores. Just go Danny, and then just start hitting underscores until you see G pop up.
Yep.
And then
That's
you'll see me. I think it's me riding a motorcycle or some shit.
Yeah, the only famous one. All the rest, Danny G suck.
All right, Danny Gonzalez, wherever you're out there, you suck.
Yeah, we tried to get that one account. We're trying to get fucking
just
Danny
a regular,
G.
just Danny G. Yeah.
Did you ask them when you were at Instagram?
No, I should have.
Yep. Don't think about that. You don't think about that shit the right time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think everybody else is more annoyed with my screen name being so fucking lame like that. You know.
Well, when you go tag him, I just saw a line. I was like, fuck, is that a G at the end of the line? Because the whole name doesn't show up. I'm like, is that G or is that going to be some asshole that's like Danny B?
Danny B.
Well, what happens is I miss people's tags all the fucking time. One, because I'm just not that good at Instagram.
Yeah.
You know? Notifications, I'm just not. I do a story dump and I make myself laugh with the custom edits and the farts and all that shit.
Farts.
And then I'm out. You know, like I don't. Sometimes I miss.
You don't live on Instagram like some other people do.
Yeah, I miss the messages, whatever, and I feel like an asshole because that bothers people, you know.
Yep.
And then other people are just like, "Man, will you fucking fix your goddamn stupid ass name? It took me like 30 minutes to find you to try and tag you in this shit, and you don't even fucking respond in the first place." I'm sure I could try and find, because I did look one time where I'm like, why the fuck am I all the way the fuck out here with the underscores? I'm like, can I get closer? And it looked like the other accounts were dead. Like it's not like like a active account, you know.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can get them kicked off and then transferred over.
Yeah.
But
We'll just file complaints against them.
Yeah.
Reporting their no posts.
Yeah. This guy doesn't do
Their
shit.
no posts offend me. They hurt my feelings.
They hurt my feelings.
We take this down.
I'm going to go to my safe space. You better take it down.
Let's make Danny G great again. 2024. Minding my own
Give me a
business.
decent screen name, man.
Oh, fuck. All right. Let's shut this off.
All right, Danny.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep,
Appreciate
for sure,
it.
man.
We out.